everybody. Welcome back, virtual fight fans, all of you lovely people, members of the Esports Fight League community. Yes, we are back once again, not with a new season today. The new season kicks off next weekend, but today with a very special event, a very special card, a camp clash. We have 8 of the best camps from around the world, actually, selecting one member tonight to represent them in Mortal Kombat. Not Mortal Kombat, actually, UFC 4 Combat. Don't get confused, because that is a gaming franchise as well. But regardless, welcome back, everybody. Lovely to see you. Of course, I'm Bailey and Alex, whatever, that's fine. I have Mr. Bruce Lee Rob with me here tonight. And we have a very special guest in Mr. Romero 17 as well. So I'll go to Romero first. Welcome, sir. Thank you for joining us this evening, giving us your time, breakdowns, and your analysis throughout tonight, which will be excellent. But Romero, welcome. How are you feeling? And how are you feeling about this camp clash?
I feel really good about this camp clash. This is really important for everybody in the community to see how these camps come together to devise their game plans, to devise the way that they play their specific end games. And that's really what I'm looking forward to. These guys, they stick together. They've been playing against each other for a very long time. And I myself, being the leader of the camp, I selected Zayev to go out and represent our camp, and we have our own plan as well. But overall, top 8 camps in the world, esports competitors, top 10 champions upon champions in different camps. It's just going to be a great show, and I'm honored to be alongside you. And of course, both of you guys, legendary Bruce Lee, Rob, and Bailey.
Yeah, man. Rob, how are you doing tonight?
Hey, I'm doing fantastic. Thank you, Romero. It's an honor to be here with you as well, and Bailey, as you too. And yeah, this is a moment where all these camps are going to be able to really show what they've been working on, send out their stars and represent and get their names out there. You've got some camps that are a little bit unknown. We have some notorious camps like Team Dark, of course, ran by Romero here, and it's going to be fun and it's going to be a good time, and I can't wait to cast it.
Yeah, also, by the way, Rob, we should probably say to everyone, I hope, Rob's on fire tonight, quite literally. Coming, broadcasting live from hell. I feel like we have to acknowledge it. We're just going to ignore it the whole stream, but yeah, there's some flaming stuff going on behind Rob.
Call me Katniss.
He's trying to take it up a notch. I think he's surpassing us all this evening. Right, so let's take a look at the fight card this evening, guys. Like we said, 8 camps representing tonight, each selecting one of their core team members to represent them this evening. So we'll kick things off. Top left-hand side here, we have Team Dark. Then we have Lethal Weapons tonight here as well. EK Gaming. Bottom left there, you have LCN. Up there in the top right-hand side of the bracket, the Dons, of course. You've got KIA, the Killers in Action. You've got CW, the Chinnies, and the Wardens. And the bottom right, you've got the Warriors here. So some of you guys are probably familiar with some of these camps, maybe more than others. Maybe you're brand new and you don't know anything about fight camps here within the UFC Esports League or inside the ESFL, really, the competitive scene for this MMA combat sports video game genre that we have now. There are teams, there are groups of players that get together, some smaller, some larger, as bigger communities, but nonetheless, everyone has the same goal in mind. That's to get better and become better players and better teams, so they can do that together as well. I've also just been told in the corner of my ear that actually LCN have been replaced this evening by Keddy Spaghetti. So LCN looks like their representative couldn't make it tonight, so Keddy Spaghetti down there in the bottom left will be replacing them. So I'm going to discuss now, because we have the benefit of Mr. Romero 17 here tonight. Of course, his camp is here this evening. He has a representative in Zayev. And of course, Rob, we want to get your analysis as well. So let's start with Team Dark, your camp, Romero. I will ask you, the best person, probably give us a bit of history of the camp and why you selected Zayev to compete tonight.
Well, I think it's only right for Zayev to compete tonight. Everybody else were able to compete on esports. Some of us had a good showing, some of us not so much. In such a tight, high-level competition, Zayev has been away, and I feel like a lot of people have forgotten how really good this kid is. Not only how good he is, but just how his ability to adapt in the middle of the virtual octagon, his ability to see his own, where his errors are, and he tries to improve upon not only where he's good at, but where his weaknesses are too. And I think if Zayev shows up in prime form today and he's just flowing, not thinking about anything, he's gonna, maybe not to us, but he's gonna surprise a lot of people that considered him maybe out of date, or maybe he just isn't there anymore.
Yeah, I agree, man. I can't wait to see Zayev. Obviously, we didn't see him compete in the UFC Esports League, and man, he is definitely one of the best players out there. So yeah, we get to see him tonight. Rob, you've seen a lot of Team Dark people play over the years now. What stands out in your mind? Like when you think about Team Dark, what do you think about?
Oh man, I think about this camp that, back in the old days, it was like Vegas MMA, and then Team Dark came and rose, and now that's like the premier camp, in my opinion. and it's where all the killers. You got Papa Doc, Swiss, you got Romero here, you got Zayaf, who's been just under the tutelage of Romero, learning and just grinding with him. And Zayaf now, Bailey and Romero, he's gonna have an opportunity to have a best of 3 scenario. And I feel like what Romero said earlier, his ability to adjust, his ability to make reads, even in a a best of 1 is so remarkable that I think he's really gonna shine in the format of this camp versus camp best of 3. So I can't wait. Team Dark, probably the best camp out right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I mean, but we'll find out tonight, won't we? Haha, no.
We will.
Tonight is a friendly community event. There's no real stakes on the line other than the pride and the title of best camp of UFC esports. So that's
Right.
So there we go. So yeah, the format tonight, just because we didn't go over it, it will be a best of 3 all the way through that tournament bracket that you saw there. So best of 3s, 8 teams. So we will end up in a finals. A final will not be best of 5, but it will be 5 rounds across each best of 3. No special rules in effect tonight as well. No banning picks or anything like that. I always say banning picks. We never ban, do we? So I don't know where I got that from, but there are no picking phases tonight.
Maybe
and mirror
someday.
matches. Yeah, there we go. There are mirror matches allowed this evening as well. So it's nothing but elite competition tonight. No excuses on that one. So the next team who are here this evening, Lethal Weapons. They have been sort of building a community recently. One of the newer teams went around, started recruiting, and found they had a big group of players all across the world that wanted to join, get together, get better. So now it's more than a team; it's a big community of players. Now I'll pass it over to either of you guys if you know anything about Lethal Weapon, or if you know any of the players that perhaps fight in Lethal Weapon or come across them. Romero.
With Lethal Weapon, I don't know too much. I do know that they're a camp that just recently brought in a lot of people from the esports community. It's just that they've gone together. They're now like a big community in the Discord. They spar a lot together, but I guess they choose whoever the best players, and they just want to, find out who's the best guy in that said Discord. And I guess they chose Adakan. I took a look at his YouTube channel. He seems to have some good wins in the regional circuit. So just going off of what I've seen, I think you can't sleep on this guy. You can't sleep on anybody, especially at such a high level. And I think they chose a pretty good representative for the camp here.
All right, cool. Anakin. Now, Rob, again with you, I don't know if you know anything about them or know anything about Anakin, but if not, maybe what do you think about having a big community of players rather than a small, focused team?
Well, I mean, whenever you have a lot of players, a plethora of people, the best are going to rise to the top. And I think it's going to be a big test for Zayaf. But, I mean, Adakin, if he could beat Zayaf here, I mean, that's going to put Lethal Weapons on the map. So it's a very big moment for Adakin, who has rose to the occasion, this large camp, and we're going to see what he can bring to the table.
Okay, right. Well, next team, moving down from them, it was going to be, actually, this is the wrong thing I've got here. Hang on. Yes, it will be EK Gaming, of course. So EK Gaming, one of the oldest camps around. Goes far back as, I mean, I want to say UFC 2, but I'm probably wrong. It's probably further back than that. Perhaps I think Ea Sports MMA maybe is the origins, the beginning of that camp. They have a huge roster, and it's kind of a blending, Rob. We talked about the last camp, Lethal Weapon. It is a community in and of itself. It's its own set. It has a huge Discord, and it is a community of players, not just a team. But in that regard, everyone is there under the same focus mindset. This is a team of esports players. This is more than just casually hanging out and getting better at the game. This is about competing in this video game. So I'll pass it over to you, Romero. Anything you can shed light on with EK Gaming?
Well, one thing definitely about Gaming, this is one of their best as of lately throughout the season. They had EK Dino. We took Crooks into Dark, but Crooks did a really good job for EK on the esports scene. EK Trixie, another guy who has big wins over, I believe, Suave Jamie a couple times. EK Spider, who's one of the most fantastic strikers to watch. They have a really big roster, but they also have big hitters that have won grand portions of tournaments. So it's not just like in the other case where it's just a lot of people who rises to the crop. In those people that they choose them for a reason. They choose them because they're winners and they to win.
Okay, cool. So Rob, again, the same question with Dark, really. I mean, when you hear EK Gaming, what do you think?
Yeah, EK Gaming was on the, they were surging, and like you said, in the older games, they were always a really talented camp. And then I saw them take a little bit of a dip in EA Sports UFC 4, but then there was a resurgence. They came on Twitter. They were hitting up people like Romero said, Crooks. They have a bunch of fighters like Spider. And yeah, EK's always been a camp that was really good with their grappling. And now I think they've kind of balanced their striking, and they're just one of the premier camps, like one of the top 5 camps in the world. And a lot of their members have won, a lot of tournaments and have done good and have gone far in tournaments. And they're a good place, a good breeding ground for talented fighters. And I can't wait to see how they compete tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited. Obviously, everything you just said. I mean, I didn't say any more. They will be represented tonight by Dirty Dave. I want to say EK's Dirty Dave, but we know it's EK, Elite Gaming's Dirty Dave, and he'll be taking on Martial Machine, who's heading the late notice replacement camp, Ketty Spaghetti, which apparently, guys, is a brand new camp formed after Martial Machine's run in the recent UFC Esports League, and there kind of was some surge of support around him, and there you go. So there's a new camp here, Ketty Spaghetti, they're representing tonight. And it's Martial Machine that's representing. It almost feels like he's made it up last minute. I'll fill in. Yeah, I've got a camp. Ketty Spaghetti. No, do you guys, either of you guys know anything about this? Or, I mean, I'll pass it over to you, Romero. I mean, you can speak about Martial Mind, if not as well. Martial Machine, if not as well.
But I'll tell you about that.
I was the first one to do it tonight. It's me. I apologize.
Well, he's not Martial Mind, but Martial Machine's actually been around since UFC 3, maybe even a little bit in 2. And he's a player that I've played against plenty of times in UFC 3, a couple times in UFC 4. So for him to make the improvements that he did, that amazing run in esports was not just a regular Cinderella run. You don't beat guys like 11 Bravo, who's number 2 in the ESFL, and then beat a legend in UFC 3 and a solid competitor in UFC 4 in Ed Parker 02. We all know about Ed Parker. He lost to Ed Parker the week before and then made the improvements to beat him in the Esports League, which is absolutely insane. So he's a phenomenal player. I don't know who else he has in this camp, but what I do know is that he's here. He's arrived. It's not going to be a shock if this man does amazing things over here in this bracket. And he's a problem for sure. Absolutely.
All right, 100%. Anything to add, Rob?
Yeah, Martial Machine is someone that has gotten a lot better. He's almost like the Terminator out there when I'm watching him. He stays cool, calm, and collected. He throws vicious combinations, and he's not afraid to compete with anybody. Like Romero has said, he is here, he is ready, and, man, he is experienced. And he's been competing so much that, ring rust is not going to be a factor. He's going to go in there, and he's going to do his thing, and I can't wait.
I agree. Yeah, that's definitely important. So next camp as well here tonight as well, we have oh, God, I just looked at it and memorized it. It's the first show of the season. I'm like, oh, I'm already forgetting stuff. The Dons are also representing tonight here. Suave, Jamie, and Blake Tyler's camp, pretty much the opposite of Dark. In that Dark, you'd say, the elite of the PlayStation side of things over on Xbox, although both teams do compete across both consoles. Surely the Dons are considered the elite team of the Xbox community here. With Suave, Jamie, and Blake Tyler, 2 of the best players in the world, heading them. It's a good team, Romero, right?
One of the best. They are literally the mirror. They're the best Xbox camp. They are superseded everything that Vegas MMA has done. They have grown exponentially. Blake Tyler, one of the most improved players, as well as Suave Jamie. We all know about Suave Jamie's amazing run. UFC 3, he was one of the lower ranked players, and then the next season comes out of nowhere with 11-2 record or something like that. Becomes a 2-time ESFL champion. Blake Tyler winning an ESFL title. Blake Tyler actually beating me in the esports tournament first round in some crazy close fights. The Dons, they're here for a reason. And one of my favorite things about them is that they're never by themselves. What I mean by they're never by themselves, whenever they go into a fight, you're not just fighting one individual. You're fighting 2 other people in the ear of their teammates. So right now, Blake Tyler's going to be fighting, but you guarantee their corner work is second to none. Have some of the best cornermen. They're in there for each other. They can provide different looks, and that's what makes them such a really solid and spectacular camp.
That was fantastic analysis, Rob. I don't know if you have anything to add, but blimey.
I don't. I agree with everything. Yeah, I can't wait to see Blake Tyler compete, though. He is a savage, and that fight he had with Romero, I mean, this guy is the real deal, and he's exciting.
Yep. So next team as well, KIA, Killers in Action are here tonight. Both Ben and Notorious from KIA made it to the UFC Esports League, the summer season, through the open qualifiers. So really made a name for themselves at a camp, and KIA are here tonight, Rob. They are representing. So there we go. They were nobody, and now they have, some notoriety.
I'll say with KIA, they were early season. They were kind of known somewhat in UFC 4 when it first started. They were mainly a grappling heavy camp, but now seeing the way they performed in esports, they're there. And to go against the 2 seed Blake Tyler first round, to send out KIA Ben, we can see if this is going to be an upset situation or the Dons are just going to lay it down and be like, all right, young one, Jack, and slow down. We still one of the best ones out here.
I like it. Rob, what did you think of the KIA guys? I mean, we called their fights in the UFC Esports League. What did you think of them?
Yeah, they're dangerous guys. And KIA Ben and KIA Notorious, I mean, training together, they're just going to make each other better. They're going to come with vicious intent. And there's a big opportunity for KIA to take out the Dons, Blake Tyler, and, really put Killers in Action's on the map, which is an up-and-coming camp. Haven't really established themselves as one of the top camps yet, but you know, they're right there.
They are right there. Ben will be representing them tonight. Then we have Izzy representing Chinnies and Wardens. They used to be the Ed Parker fan club way back in the day, if you remember that. But then, yes, as Romero pointed out earlier on to me tonight, they all form their own individuality, really, and it's a stacked camp full of young stars, prospects, like Young Poe, of course, Spill Actions as well. So Chinnies and Wards are here tonight. Romero, Izzy is representing definitely a high-level player.
Yeah, Izzy is probably the closest thing that they have to another Ed Parker being on that roster. He is the player that Ed decided to take under his wing. Ed and I had actually done something along the lines of where we're going to take a player who's not one of the best, maybe has competed here and there, and we're going to bring them up as our protege. So oddly enough, Izzy is Ed's protege, Zaif is my protege. And if these two meet in the finals, that's going to actually be crazy because we actually wanted to schedule a fight between the two of them and, you know, have a little big stream about that. Everybody else on Chinnies and Wardens and CW, they're very body heavy. They like to use the body because you'll see that they're going to look to intercept their opponents any single time they try to overcommit on a strike. Reason for that is, as we've seen Ed, you know, Ed, the body hunter, the body snatcher. Anytime you target somebody's body when their short-term stamina is even moderately low, it does extra damage. And they do a really good job timing that. Spill, 8OX champion, making it to the finals of esports. Young Poe having a really stellar run, not only in ESFL, but in esports as well. Davey himself, I believe, competing into a title shot. And Yerda doing a really great job. And just performing as a camp, individualizing their own skill sets. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how they're going to do on this side of the bracket.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think that's great. What do you think about Izzy, Rob? I know you've called a few of his fights as well.
Yeah, Izzy is a phenomenal fighter. And I believe we saw Spill Actions in the grand final against Death Punch, right? That's who...
Yeah.
I mean, he brought him to almost death's door. I mean, it was the closest anyone had gotten to taking out Death Punch. And as a training partner, you got to think that there's going to, you know, iron sharpens iron. And I can't wait to see what Izzy brings to the table. That camp looks real dangerous, boys. Yeah,
I like the creativity of Izzy meeting that solid Muay Thai style of Spill, and those two coming together to form a camp. That's a good matchup. Striking there. One camp left now. The Warriors WAR. They are here tonight to represent Samurai Robin's camp. They're a fairly new camp. Anything do you know about them or Samurai before we move on to the first fight here tonight, Romero?
Keep it a buck with y'all. All I know is that they're highly ranked in the online world championships. They're known throughout the community. They're relatively new on the scene, and they have a couple of top players. I've seen Kamapulia's name. I think he was like number 3 on ranked champions last year. I mean, not last year, last season, excuse me. But I actually don't know much, so they can be an absolute surprise. I don't know what the situation is over at that camp, but you know, they're kind of like a wild card just thrown in there.
All right, cool. That sounds good. What about you, Rob? What do you think?
Yeah, you know, whenever you see someone that you don't know, you're not familiar with, I mean, there was a moment where nobody knew who Death Punch was. We thought this guy was just a random, and now he's on the map. He won $2,000+ Everybody knows his name, so Kama Pula, representing the Warriors, has a great opportunity here.
There we go. Right, I think it's time to jump to the first fight as these guys have been waiting for about 2 minutes now. So we've run through, you know, the 8 camps here tonight. You've taken a look one more time at the bracket here. Let's jump straight to the first fight. It will be Zaif and UFC Turkey. Zaif representing Team Dark. UFC Turkey representing the LW Lethal Weapons here tonight. Welterweight matchups looking good this evening. But Rob, I mean, Zaif, you've called a few of his fights. How are you feeling about his chances tonight? He is #1 seed as well, so he is the favorite.
You know, I feel real good about Zaif, you know, training in Team Dark, and I've seen him in a lot of fights where even though he's losing, you see him just stepping back and taking that mental, you know, second just to see what he's going to do, how is he going to change, how is he going to adapt, and then you see him just land these devastating attacks on his opponent. I mean, he's done so many things. He's like a magician out there, and he's young. His reaction time is flawless, and he's one of the best players in the world. I expect nothing but the best from this young kid, the young prodigy, Zaif.
All right. Well, here we go. We are officially underway. Best of 3 all the way through the bracket tonight, guys. And we have opening matches here in somewhat of a quarterfinals or a semi. Finals tonight will be 3 round, best of 3 per 5.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. Going to touch him in. Love the pick. Should be a good matchup here. Zaif in the blue. And it looks like, yes, Turkey in the red.
Yeah, I'm seeing right here, Jack trying to take his time here. You know, that ping was pretty high. It was at 200. I don't think I've ever seen that. And trying to get adjusted, he's kind of feinting his way, seeing how his opponent's going to react. A lot of spinning back fist on the entry. And Dive's head off is pretty low, so he's going to have to relax here on the entry and making reads on what Turkey's doing off of that lead hook. Actually to the body into a rear hook by Zayev. Good special combination here. And racking up heavy body damage. That's a best way to do it. And this is 5 rounds. It's supposed to be 5 rounds. It's not supposed to be 3 rounds.
I don't think it is supposed to be 5 rounds there. No. They're exchanging in the middle here, though, Rob.
Yeah, and Zayev already, you know, putting that pressure on, landing some big body shots, standing his ground. Ooh, he's eating those overhands. UFC doing a good job landing those. Couple good body shots there by UFC Turkey. But, man, Zayev putting the pressure on right now.
Yeah, Zayev is being very patient right here, like you said. Remember the ping, of course, playing a factor. Nice slip straight into the lead overhand. Caught him flush on the chin and trying to stay composed, but pulls the head kick out from Turkey. Whiffs. That's a little bit of stamina loss. Maybe the only thing that Zayev is going to take for that. Tried to double up in the liver shot there. The first one landed nicely, but Zayev already getting clipped early. That's going to count against him, but as it's set to 5 rounds, I don't know if it does go the decision, which it may do. This is might take a while, but Zayev certainly playing the long game here.
Shots.
Yeah, this is with that slip straight, or actually the spinning back fist into lead overhand, because they're in opposite stances, that lead overhand does wonders, especially if Zayev is looking to slip to the outside like he usually does. So that's a nice little way to trap Zayev in there. You see that he's mixing that up really well, and he's timing Zayev in on the entry. So we might have an interesting situation here. He's pausing, he's trying to mix up Zayev's rhythm, and if you force somebody to constantly react to you as opposed to letting them do their game plan, you can make anybody fight your game here.
Right. Definitely. And you can see Zayev, he's kind of trying to think, how can he counter this? And that spinning back fist overhand combo is crazy. Good dodge by Turkey, and Zayev taking a little bit more damage here. Turkey having a great first round.
Yeah, you can see how Zayev threw that elbow out there, right? Just miles out of range. I mean, you got to think, is that the lag coming in? You know, trying to time it like a leg kick right there as well. This little delay, but it's affecting both guys. Sometimes it does help one person's game a little more than the other. Exchange there. That's a nice shot that came off the chin of Zayev, and he's taking a lot of head health now. Swing, trying to follow with a few hooks, but this is your pupil, Romero. What are you seeing from Zayev right now?
So right now, if I'm Zayev, I'm trying to, instead of trying to pull, right, because there's a good chance that the haymaker or the overhand's going to track your pull if you're too close in punching range. So instead of doing that, try to sidestep, right? And I know he's trying to mix up that spinning back, that spinning heel kick, because he's expecting Zayev to slip. So right now, sidestepping away from a potential spinning heel kick and sidestepping away from the overhand can leave his opponent vulnerable. But he has to stop trying to strike in the middle of his opponent's combination, because that's what's exactly getting him in trouble. Trapping him with the hook, good lunge from his opponent. That's the end of round 1, and I think... Okay.
Oh yeah, we just got confirmation this will be a 5-rounder, and then they're going to let them play it out for the first one. Rob, beautiful round.
A great round right there. You know, round 1 going to Jorge Masvidal, played by UFC Turkey. And, man, I think he's doing a good job with these overhands, and the way he's pivoting and getting out is really nice as well. Throwing, look at, he's just letting it fly. Elbows, punches, hooks.
Yeah, it's good work. Oh, there's the pull to the side step on the upper counter. Wow, nice work by Turkey. And a nice elbow as well. Zayev is... And he's going to have to be careful here, because obviously Turkey, the more he throws that combo, you know, Zayev will start to get a read on it, start to break him down. But Turkey is mixing it up beautifully. There it comes out again. He lands it with the lead overhand. The elbow missed. That's a nice slip straight into the head.
Man.
Landed clean as well. That's a lot of damage, but Turkey looks like he's going to recover here. But Zayev has to find more shots like that, Romero, right?
Yeah, he also has to kind of throw his ego to the side here, because what I'm noticing, he can grapple, right? Or maybe he doesn't want to grapple due to the ping. But if I'm Zayev right here, I'm going to try to close off Turkey from landing the strikes that he likes. Good ducking elbow there from Zayev. And just being very careful where I'm going to move my head, right? Try to maybe duck. I haven't seen this opponent try to do any uppercuts after the overhand or haymaker. It's just mainly comboed after a lead hook. And then if you're able to duck that, and you can mix up your opponent's timing, you'll be set up. And you see that every single time. It's never a straight strike up the middle. So that might be a read that Zayev has to make it there, but the chin of Jorge Masvidal holds up.
Ooh, nice time. Right.
And those, oh, here comes Zayev though in the clinch, putting on some pressure on the UFC Turkey. And yeah, Romero, I mean, basically UFC's throwing that spinning back fist, and that could be ducked, and the overhand could be ducked as well. So great analysis from you, and we'll see if Zayev, he doesn't have a lot of head health right now. He's got to be careful. And man, Jorge's got some bombs in his hands, and he's cracking Zayev right now.
Oh, there's a slip straight though from Zayev, trying to keep himself in the fight right now. Breaks through the block right there. Double pull though. snuck out the way, and the block breaking down. Zai tries to get his own rear elbow going, doesn't work out, and there it is one more time. But again, he's countering with the liver shot. Nice job from Zayev, chopping to the body. If you are just joining us here tonight, guys, it is a camp clash event tonight. We have 8 of the best teams, the best camps in the UFC esports community. Each team has selected one member tonight to represent them. And here we have Zayev representing Team Dark, taking on UFC Turkey, who's representing Lethal Weapons. This is the opening fight tonight. Best of 3s all the way through an 8-man tournament bracket. It should be fun. Nice counter. There we go. That's better from Zayev.
And that's the way to do it. He made the read on that combination here. Now he gets the drop, he secures the round, has to be really careful here with the threat of a submission here. If I'm Zayev, now it's a good time because the stamina advantage is there, and he's going to pass over to side control because he has a contextual stamina advantage, and he's going to finish the round here on top. If it's just the smart decision here, you got 30 seconds left here. Even if your opponent chooses to go to half guard sprawl, you don't have to force anything. But here he elects to go to mount, and if he's able to get off some ground and pound here, it can be very devastating for the rest of the fight. But a good adjustment there from Zayev, getting adjusted to the timing of his opponent, who's been doing a really good job keeping Zayev hesitant, reactive. But we got ourselves a fight here, Rob.
Beautiful, exactly, and that's going to be a confidence booster for young Zayev. That's a huge moment, probably the biggest shot of the fight, and that's Zayev right there. Devastating uppercut, knocks down UFC, and now we're going into a round 3 with a 1-1 situation, Bailey, and it fight's turning up.
Yeah, turning up is right. Yeah, I love it. All right, here we go. Round 3 this will go 5 rounds. They're just letting it happen for this first match here. It all best of 3s tonight. But here we go. Oh, apparently we're having some problems with Twitch tonight as well, guys. So if you are having trouble watching the Twitch, but you can hear me, this is on YouTube as well right now. If you want to jump there until maybe Twitch clears up, we are streaming on YouTube, on the ESFL YouTube, and it's the Twitch API. Apparently, it's not us. It's rarely us these days. Let's face it. But it's not. Anyway, we're 1 minute into this round. Zayev pressuring now.
Beautiful pressure there, and if you notice, what Zayev's doing with that jab, he's delaying the timing on the jab and then trying to get his opponent to overreact, and now he's recognizing that the short-term block is low, seeing that Turkey's now panicking. You see how before he had composure, but now that he's on the end where his head off is flashing, he's panicking defensively, and Zayev is now picking his shots accordingly. He has to be careful, though. He's staying a little bit too long there in the pocket, and that lead hook is eating up his forearms, you know, them block there. But right now, if I'm Zayev, I'm being extremely careful leading with said strike. Be aware of any spins or front kicks that can come your way, but this can be easily his round if he continues to put on the pressure here, Rob.
Yeah, definitely. We're seeing the composure from Zayev, the experience. Again. Here comes Zayev. Turkey's trying to utilize his head movement all over the place, a little bit wild, like you're saying, Romero. You know, he's kind of panicking a little bit, but he's still in there. Knocks back Zayev at the hook. Bailey, what a fight!
Man, these two are trading, and yeah, like you said, they're both so hurt. They've done so much damage. A really wheel kick right there off the chin. This could be the finish into the mount. He's got 2 minutes 30 to work from here. The ground and pound, piercing the block. Gonna be a round 1. No, a late Moses slip and bumps to half guard. Saves it at the last second.
And that's what makes Zayev such a devastating player. You see, he hadn't thrown a spinning heel kick the entirety of the fight. Throws it once and gets a knockdown. Unable to finish the fight here, and now he has to be careful. You know, you got 1 minute and 20 left. Don't play too passive now. Don't let your opponent get a lead now that they're back in the fight. This is the time where you don't want to force the finish. He's constantly wearing them. Stop leading a little bit too much with that rear hand strike, and just wait. The counter's going to come. Trust in your ability to react. You're adjusted now to the fight. You're up 2 knockdowns to 1. This is his time to shine here, and his opponent's a very live dog here in this situation here, Rob.
Definitely, definitely, and you see UFC sort of. Oh! The elbow! Young Zayev trying to get the finish in a full mount.
He's got it.
Bang! Bang!
Surely.
He slips it! He slips it! Woo!
Man, this guy is crazy. Not going out without a fight. It was beautiful timing on it by Zayev. The slip underneath there got out of the way, but damn, Turkey has put on some damage too. This is still super close. There's a rear uppercut from Turkey. Goes in with a 1-2. Nice slip to the outside by Zayev. Tries to stay in there. Lands his own rear uppercut. He's going to get the finish. Surely. Oh my God, what is happening?
Yo, this man is a survivor. You know that song, I'm so survivor. That's what this man is. I'm gonna get him. Wow, all right, now he's shooting right here.
Wow, man. Impressive.
My Lord. All right, so right now, what Zayev needs to recognize, heading into this, you know, if this was 3 rounds, this would be it, right? But we're letting this fly to the 5 rounds, and now you have to be aware, you're still in danger of getting knocked out yourself. We've seen crazy comebacks happen in later rounds of fights strictly off of the head off alone. If I'm Zayev here, The first counter you see, be aware that your opponent's just as good as you are, but you can take this away from him. You can just go to the body, don't force anything too crazy. You know that he's leading up with the same combinations when he goes back into the pocket, going with the straight lead hook straight. That is your opportunity to either slip or duck and end the finishing counter. Or maybe not even pursue the finish. He gets rocked there, but his head movement's looking clean.
Good patience there to slow down the pace of the strikes and catch him. Turkey's going to put him away. No, Rob, he recovers. Wow.
He recovers, and wow, what a turn of events right there. UFC Turkey now on top. Zayaf trying to get to that backside. Oh, he takes his back. Beautiful job by the young Zayaf.
Yeah, he's down on the stamina a little bit, but he might look to sink this in. No, roll back round to full mount here. Turkey's in a bit of trouble because although he dropped Zayaf, of course, Turkey's lowering the head elbow as well. Zayaf can get a good dominant position. I mean, Leon Edwards has fantastic ground and pound.
Yeah, really good ground and pound, really good ground elbows too from side control. Zayaf has to be careful because the get-up speed, good denial from Zayaf here on top. If I'm Zayaf, I'm looking to go to backside again. And this is where you have to be really careful. This guy's ground and pound defense is something I haven't seen. But this is the right position here. And Zayaf makes...
There we go.
I popped it up to take the first fight in this best-of-3, leading 1-0 for Team Dark. Coming through after adversity, you got to think when you're the 1 seed and you have to deal with a live game opponent that's alive in this fight, that's countering you and, you know, throwing everybody else off. You know, you're expected to walk through the 18, and that was not the case here. But, wow, insane.
No, exactly.
Great fight, right, Rob? Great fight.
Oh, extremely fantastic. And what an entertaining fight, too. So back and forth. And Zayaf just proving again that doesn't matter how much adversity he faces, he's going to find a way. Like Romero said, that spinning heel kick just perfectly placed, the uppercut counters, just everything, you know. And this guy, UFC Turkey, he is a beast. He's throwing some crazy combinations, powerful ones with Jorge Masvidal, throwing bombs out there, and Zayaf comes out on top, up 1-0. Bailey, what did you think about that fight? What a banger!
I mean, I think this round 2 is going to be even more fun, I think, as well. They are going straight through to the rematch. They do need to put it to 3 rounds. If we get a reminder for the guys in the back for that as well. But yeah, Rob, I think that's completely right. What a war between these two. Definitely UFC Turkey, Mexican. Surprising a lot of people here, right there, going toe-to-toe with Zayaf. Zayaf obviously maintaining composure, managed to pull through at the end. But yeah, the survival of Turkey in that one was very impressive. Kept moving his head out of the way, finding the ways out in those desperate positions. But it was a war. It was a back and forth battle in a lot of ways on the feet, and both men got hurt. Now, if that's the same kind of pace going into round 2, I mean, it could still go either way, Romero, right?
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of being defensively responsible, which Zayaf was. You know, he has a slight weakness that I'm aware of, and it's when he tends to get a little bit too overeager when he sees that there's a finishing opportunity. He got caught twice coming in on the entry with lower short-term stamina, but as a champion always does, he sees what his opponent's going for. And what was the craziest thing that Zayaf did was keeping the block, not even trying to slip away, just trusting that his block was good enough to take in that ground and pound damage. And then being able to just completely flip the switch and then finish his opponent in backside was just, it's crazy because, you know, that can be so frustrating. You're trying to get somebody out of there and they're simply not out of there. They're surviving. This man was in 3 finish the fight positions and was able to survive. Like, that's insane. That's absolutely insane.
Yeah, it is insane. They are just getting each other back in right now, guys. As soon as they are ready, we will go straight to round 2 of this fight. If you're having some problems with lag this evening, maybe you can't hear this, we are streaming on YouTube right now as well. Just jump over to the ESFL YouTube. It's just youtube.com/ESFL Gaming, or below here in the Twitch panels. There should be a link to it down here. Next weekend, the season starts. It will be a start of a brand new ESFL season, ESFL 121, and we have a very special guest joining us next weekend. Mr. Robin Black will be here commentating with us both on Saturday and on Sunday. Sunday, there will be an 80X Muay Thai event, but the ESFL season will continue on Saturday, 121, with Robin Black, guys. 2 days he will be here. So, man, that's our superstar guest, Rob.
Yeah, it's going to be cool to be in the booth with Robin Black, hearing what he has to say about this game. And it's just so much excitement surrounding the community. I mean, we got Romero, the leader of Team Dark, the king of UFC, some say. And it's a good time. I'm having a good time. Romero, here we go. What do you think about fight number 2? What does UFC... I know you're Zayaf's, mentor, but what does UFC have to do to deal with Zayaf?
if what he has to do with Zaev, he has to kind of disregard what Zaev's doing. A lot of this kind of happens a lot with higher level players. Sometimes simplicity is the way to go. When you try to do a little bit too much, that can try to get you in some trouble. Keeping it simple and then just trying to force Zaev to keep reacting to him. And we saw that in the first fight. And now I'm noticing Zaev picked Masvidal, and he was telling me he might choose Wonderboy, but in this case, I think he wants to prove a point that he could beat Turk with his own best guy. So we're gonna see here what adjustments Zaev has made. So maybe the fight won't be as close. See if he's aware. And now you see Turkey, he's just spinning about. He's just throwing everything, disregarding everything Zaev's doing. But just as I say that, Zaev is showing his composure. He's being defensively responsible as he's pressuring, but good defense there from Turkey. But takes a bit of damage there against that block. And there's his little tip, but gets dinged in with that lead hook, and there he's reading. And this is what he does really well, mixing up these combinations, making sure that everything's landing on the block, not killing too much of his short-term stamina, doing that little Unibot famous combo, the jab, rear hook, jab straight, and it's wearing down. You just have to be careful not to get hit with anything too hard here, Rob.
Yeah, Balian, what do you think so far?
I mean, it's a lot of pressure from Zaev, perhaps more than we saw in the last fight, but considering how he took so much damage, and you noted, Romero, defensive responsibility as being a key point for Zaev, he is coming out firing right now. He is headhunting Turkey. He's landing shots. He's block breaking really well. Did it again. Nice slip straight with the knee overhand. Perfect counter. As soon as the block break went down, went to the head movement, landed that beautiful slip straight counter. Oh, the wheel kick! Straight in body kick, though. Zaev backing it, but he gets tucked. These two are going back and forth. What a war. What a fight.
He's a showman for sure, because he could have had that fight out and he throwing his own weapon back right at him. And sometimes that's the case. A lot of fighters are, even in real life, they're good with their own weapons. And then when somebody throws something back at them, they know how to handle it. And a good time head kick, no rock there. I believe he hit the shoulder a little bit there. But Zaev, that's exactly what I mean by being defensively responsible. He got a little bit too overeager. He knows his opponent has that slip straight lead overhand. That's a Swiss special, actually. And, you know, dropped, got paid for it, but came right back in it, rocked him back, almost cost himself the fight there, being a duck and strike. But we're, again, 3 rounds. We're in for a war here. We're in for a war.
We are, and it's UFC Turkey with a very, very slight stamina advantage, if there even is one. And he's been doing some damage. I don't know who's in the lead right now in this fight, because you saw UFC landing some big shots that slipped straight over him. But Zaev dodging. These guys looking like they're in the Matrix right now. But here comes Zaev putting some pressure. UFC's going to have to deal with this.
Yeah, man, they both rocked each other, right? Zaev got the counter rock after getting away from that head kick, and now these spinning elbows into the, spin back fist into that overhand just keep coming out for Turkey. He's trying to find a way to chain into that quickly overhand. It used to be a combo you could chain into really nicely. Now you have to add the slip straight onto the start of it to get the speed off, but you can also spin into it as well, and that still seems to be working to speed up the combination. So Zaev gonna have to be careful of that, staying on the pressure. His first round has been fairly even. I'd like to think he's maybe up a little, because I feel like he has done more damage and landed more shots. But there's another uppercut as I say that. Another lead hook. Oh, goodness! From Turkey. When he gets Zaev hurt, he just waits until there's an opening. He's not firing those shots, and the ground and pound is big. He probably will survive the round. Looks like he will. But that's a tough first round for Zaev as well there, Romero. He's going to have to bounce back a little, I think.
Yeah, the problem right there is, you know, when you know you're as good as you are as Zaev, you know, you figure, all right, I got the reads and everything. He's trying to walk down his opponent here. His opponent's standing his ground. That's exactly what I said that he needed to. Stand his ground, disregard what Zaev's trying to do to you, and he's mixing up his own mix-up, and Zaev got a little bit too overcomfortable, went to the body with no setup, and he paid for it. He got his cup behind his back, and Zaev is in huge trouble here. He's in danger of getting finished, but no, that doesn't happen.
How did he do that?
Beautiful defense by Zaev, getting a couple frames in right there, which saved him. There's the flip. And this is what Zaev does, his ability to stay calm, stay patient, and we saw in the last fight, he got backs it. Beautiful deny right there. He's going to advance into side control, or excuse me, side saddle, and he has a lot of options here.
Wow, man. Damn, that was impressive. Both guys showing great tenacity and a survivability, of course, on the ground there as well. That's insane. So Zaev now in the top position, going to try and control. He's got 4 minutes here to work from the top. Sometimes people give up this sprawl position, but Zaev looks to be holding on to it, tries to hit the backside, gets it this time now. Turkey goes straight for the get-up. Zaev doesn't stop it here, so let's see if there's a drag back down and return to Matt. We're going to go with the front step, but no. Cage line and break. There we are.
Yeah, and you see the confidence from Turkey after getting, 2 knockdowns now against Zaev. And it's part of overextending. He's overextending against Turkey right here. You know, it's a 3-round fight. And this is the beauty of 3-round fights. it just forces you to like, oh man, you're down. You got to go pursue the action here. Because if you're down 2 rounds, it doesn't matter if you lose by decision or you lose by finish. You're still on your way of losing, so you got to throw everything out there. But even so, Zaev just has to be composed here. And I'm still surprised that he hasn't elected to try and sidestep that overhand when he sees it coming. Because if he sidesteps that overhand, that is an easy death counter there. You can land it with the hook there. I believe he might be able to see. Tries to go with the jab lead hook, head kick. And you see Turkey, he's trying to bait Zaev to move his head where he wants him to be. If I'm Zaev here, forget about going to the body for now, unless it's a significantly higher stamina advantage. You see the short-term block is low. Spinning hook that takes him out. And the knee and elbow is just, it's giving Zaev issues on coming in on entry.
Timed it.
This is exactly what I mean. Getting a little bit too overzealous, but now the head up here is low for Turkey. And Zaev just has to change up his entries. If I'm here, I'm trying to lead with hooks, then I can afford to go to the body. Then I can go low and high, right? And you just have to be defensively responsible and disciplined in your approach here, especially right there. Intercepted again by that cross. Survives, he's still hard rocked. And a slice Zaev keeps him alive in this fight here, Rob.
Jeez, and right now, UFC's just walking Zaev down and forcing Zaev to make these pivots. And Zaev's doing a great job at answering back and landing shots to back up Turkey, but Turkey is coming for the kill. There's a shot from Zaev, a single leg, drags him all the way against the cage, and he gets him down. Beautiful stuff by Zaev.
That was Turkey.
That was Turkey, and they switched sides. It's difficult. They're both Masvidal, right? Like, it's hard. Right? But there we go. Turkey does get top position, and will rain down some ground and pound. This is fight-ending stuff right here. 2 seconds left in the round. And it will go to a third, much like the last fight. I mean, these guys are just piecing each other up. They've done so much damage to each other. It becomes a game of unforced errors, a game of mistakes, Romero, right?
Yeah, and this is where Zaev has to change his entry. He has to stop going with round strike, straight strike. He needs to go mix it up with maybe 2 round strikes and then maybe delay the timing on another straight strike because the slip straight counter is there. And he gets the counter on his own counter there. This is insane. Turk is alive and well in this fight, and Zaev cannot afford to be on the back foot there. He has to go right here. It's like I said, you're down 2 rounds. You got to go for the finish. You got to force your opponent to lose his composure and lead him to duck into something here. You see, he keeps on lunging to his lead leg side. That is an open opportunity for a head kick here. And we got to see Zaev. He gets rocked again. He's too rocked in order to do anything. But there it is. That's the adjustment. We got 3 minutes to work here. The #1 seed here facing a lot of adversity here in this Camp Clash tournament here, Rob.
Yeah, no doubt. This UFC guy right here, UFC Turkey, is representing well. I mean, he's throwing these vicious combos, things I've never really seen. I've never seen a Jorge Masvidal fight quite like this. I'm not sure if Zaev has seen it. Oh, he does. Oh, he's in trouble now. He pops him with the 1-2 bang. Here comes UFC.
Yeah, man, I mean, it's that wake-up call that's keeping Zaev in this right now, and I think the recovery stat of Jorge, because he's been rocked so many times. I mean, he's still staying in the fight, still trying to push forward. Like you said, cannot take a step back. Romero will be a little bit, more dangerous for him if he goes back rather than forward. So staying in there, and he times the head kick. He's going to finish it.
Yes.
Wow! One strike away, he gets the hip toss. And here we go, the ground and pound. Surely, no, he gives it up. Wow, okay, can he still bounce back? He's got half a round.
Yeah, if I'm Zaev here, abandon the slip counter. You know what's coming. You got to go round strikes, and his back is to the cage, and you don't want to be here when you have your head off as low as Zaev has it right now. There's 2 minutes left to go. And what I've noticed now Turkey's doing is intercepting that straight. When Zaev's short-term stamina is low, and he does it again because he's leading with that jab too much, backs up to avoid the up kick, put Zaev in a compromising position here. Almost finishes him. If I'm Zaev, I'm going for the armbar. And that's exactly what he's going for. No, he actually goes for the get-up instead of trying to go for the submission here. Odd decision here from Zaev, but this is it. This is what champions are made out of. Tries to go for a Hail Mary head kick. Oh, my goodness.
Zaev coming forward. Go ahead, babe.
Oh, he went with the lead up straight. He landed it again.
Disadvantage.
I feel like this is what a fight between 2 Jorge Masvidals would look like in real life. My goodness. Zaev trying to get the finish, burn himself out there with a stamina, and Turkey hunting him, ducks under it. There's the straight. One more time. Turkey still alive in the ground and pound, full mount position for the finish. Still can't get it, Romero.
He's gonna let him up.
Zaev's in an interesting position here because the way the game scoring works, if he wins this round, there's a good chance he can argue for a 10-8. and it maybe completely change the dynamic of this fight. But there's 7 seconds left. Zaev is going for the kill, and Turk likely takes this fight. Wow.
What a absolute battle, a war of attrition between two dangerous Masvidals, and man, at the end there, you saw Zaev putting everything out there, leaving nothing outside of that octagon. And here we go. Let's see who is the winner, boys.
Yeah, we'll see. First round of the camp clash matchup here tonight, guys. We've got 8 of the best UFC camps in the world for esports competition, and this second round will
UFC.
Yeah, for UFC Turkey. So it takes it to 1-1. They will go to a third and final best of 3. But each camp tonight sending their best, their elites, you know. It's like one of those old medieval films where everyone has to send like a champion in, you know, and they do battle for the sake of the honor. I mean, how do you feel about Zaev here, Romero? Is he representing Team Dark well?
He is, you know, these aren't blowouts at all. You know, the first fight, it's tough. And this is exactly what you expect at a high level. Opponents are going to bring it to you. They're going to disregard where you're from. They're going to disregard what camp you came out of. They're here to compete, and they're here to handle what's going on in the now. Now, he has himself in a position where he's the 1 seed, you know. The momentum looks to be on Turkey's favor to an extent. And he wants to go Masvidal again. I don't know if that's the right idea. But if I'm Zaev right here, you got to take note of what's happened those last 2 fights. You overextending, you trying to force the issue when you don't need to, instead of just securing the round when you have it done. That's what costs you that second fight. If what champions do, they make adjustments, and this is what Zaev has to do. Otherwise, the 1 seed gets out of this tournament.
Yeah, and I think he really has to watch out for that slip straight overhand. I mean, that combo was devastating in the first 2 fights, and he just has to watch out. Those overhands are coming, Balian. Zaev needs to watch out for them, or he is going to have a rough one.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, if Romero was not here tonight, Rob, if he wasn't here with us, he'd probably be in the corner with Zaev and can relay that advice about that overhand and sidestepping it. But unfortunately, he doesn't have his sensei here tonight. We've stolen him. So let's hope Zaev can carry through. But if not, Turkey will be advancing, representing Lethal Weapons tonight, and has done a great job. I'm sure the whole community is backing him this evening, and I'm very proud of him. So it's 1-1. This is the third and final. And let's see if they emerge from the first round as battered as they were last time.
Yeah, you see right now that he's faint. And look at the adjustment that Zaev's doing. He's attacking the body, but not with punches. He's attacking now with kicks, right? And he tried to clinch there. And now he's using his lower body against him, throwing the knees back. A little bit of Muay Thai action here from both gentlemen. And this is the type of adjustments you want to see from Zaev. You know what? Don't headhunt so much. Don't try to win every single exchange. And look at that beautiful mix-up. It's actually a Jose Aldo combo there, that lead teep into the lead switch kick. And right here, if I'm Zaev, you got to recognize your opponent doesn't really go to your body outside of knees. He just really attacks everything. Look at that lead overhand, the tracking on it. Catches Zaev there, does a good amount of damage. Turkey's going to probably lunge to his left side, and that's a good time for Zaev to try to time a head kick. Be aware. We see that it's on the entry that Turkey's catching on. There's a nice body kick again from Zaev, wearing down the body health. Can't exchange it for too long because the short-term head off is low. There's a spinning heel kick trying to catch Zaev if he flips, because he's aware that Zaev is trying to preemptively camp that slip straight counter, and these round spinning strikes are giving and he gets dropped into full guard.
Oh, this could be it. It could be over right here. If Zaev can survive, he does survive. Wow, man. I mean, that's not looking good in the first round, Rob.
No, it's not. And you saw, yeah, Zaev was digging to that body, but Zaev finds a way to sneak to that backside again, and there's UFC getting to the full guard. And yeah, Zaev was doing good damage to that body, but those overhands, you know, UFC is not afraid to throw strikes and put a lot of pressure on Zaev. He knows he's trying to come to the body, and those overhands are coming, those hooks are coming, the uppercuts are coming. It's a lion's den of strikes.
Yeah, Zaev needs to get back. If he's going to, you know, work the body with the kicks, he's going to get back in kicking range here, which is unfortunate in a mirror match. That, you know, the ranges match exactly, so you can never really be at an advantage in any range. You can only be neutral, but you can fire first and at the right position and timing. Just like with that pull counter from Zaev, who fires himself straight back into this fight, tries to follow up that body shot, which he was doing as on the Leon pick, and I saw Turkey get a read on that liver shot he was firing after a rock, so maybe a slight adjustment to that next time going to the head will work for him. But now Zaev putting the pressure on. 1 minute left in this round, and that body damage is adding up, Romero.
Yeah, he just has to be really careful here because his head off is also low because he's getting caught on the entry. And I see now he's dialing it back. Now he's recognizing when UFC Turkey's planting. What UFC Turkey's doing, he's doing something that a lot of players do, and it's delaying their rhythm, right? So he goes one, he pauses slightly, and then there it is. Counter, right? He sees Zaev is hurt, and he gets
wow. There we go. Yeah, it catches him beautifully with a head kick. And just as you were saying it, I mean, that I think is the story of every time Zayev was rocked or dropped in that fight, Romero. The delayed rhythm. Zayev is so good defensively, and he'd start to slip and move his head, but Turkey's not just throwing those combos. He'll go 1-2 and wait for Zayev to move his head a little, then come back in with the next combination. And that delay in the striking is 100% what helped him get the knocks, the rocks, and the finish there as well.
Yeah, that was absolutely insane. And that just comes with, that added pressure of trying to win back a fight, win back around. It's what costed him in that second fight, in a fight where he was winning. And in this fight, he had the right game plan. He just gets a little bit too overzealous. He gets caught on the entry, and that's a chink in the armor. Insane victory from UFC Turkey here, upsetting the #1 seed Zayev. Who could have seen that coming? And all three fights were just absolutely insane. And just when you think Zayev is making the reach to, take this one back for Team Dark, Lethal Weapons, they move on into the semifinals.
Yeah, they do. Rob, what do you think about that? I mean, UFC Turkey coming in from Lethal Weapons, taking out the #1 seed here tonight in Zayev.
Yeah, Lethal Weapons are on the map, man. I mean, Team Dark standout, Zayev. He went in there and he battled. He played the game of the UFC guy playing as Jorge Masvidal, and he went into his world, and man, he bargained for more than he asked for, because that guy was throwing some crazy combinations. I mean, his spinning back fist, overhands, his slip straight overhands. You could tell he's very well versed and confident with Jorge Masvidal's style that I haven't really seen too much personally. Very exciting fight, but Zayev, what a beautiful performance by him as well. Picks up that second game, but then the third game, he just, like you guys said, those delayed strikes, just nothing he can do, and that head kick was it. And man, what a series to start us out here, folks.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting when you're in that Jorge mirror match, because you have the power to really hurt your opponent, and every significant strike that you land or that you take can be really devastating and can change the fight, but also you have so much recovery, so it's really hard to finish,
Right.
So it's really interesting. But we will move on, guys. Let's take a look to the bracket really quickly, and we can have a look the standings here tonight as well. And for people who didn't see or didn't know, it is a clash of camps this evening. There you can see Lethal Weapons take out Team Dark. They will advance to the semifinals. Next up, we will have EK Gaming taking on Ketty Spaghetti. Then the Dons versus KIA. Then CW taking on the Warriors here. So I think if the competitors are ready, we can move straight into EK versus Ketty Spaghetti. It is Ketty. Ketty Spaghetti filling in short notice tonight. It was supposed to be LCN, where you would have seen fighters like Death Punch, Twitter Thug, Host Ninja, but their representative wasn't able to make it tonight. So here we go. Ketty Spaghetti filling in short notice, and the leader of the camp, the founder, Marshall Machine, will be here tonight taking on EK's Dirty Dave. They have selected this evening, Romero.
Yeah, I mean, over here on the screen, I'm seeing Blake Tyler and KIA Ben. But I'm seeing Blake Tyler and KIA Ben. I'm seeing the Dons, and I'm seeing Killers in action here. So
perhaps we're going to this fight and I was not listening. Maybe, I don't know. But if we're going to this one, then let's go straight to this one. It is the top right-hand side of the bracket there, like you said. Yep, Blake Tyler and KIA Ben, and we've talked a little bit about KIA tonight and as well Blake Tyler's camp, but Blake Tyler representing his own camp tonight, or his part ownership in the Dons, Romero.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal player. His ability to make adjustments in both in fights where he's losing and fights where he's winning, in fights where he can maintain a lead, and that's the important thing. That's what really makes Blake.
No, we are going back to the other one. Don't worry. No, it is Dirty David Marshall Machine. Don't worry, we're going there now. Right, we're all good. No worries. Okay, so yes, Dirty Dave, the selection from EK. We've seen Dirty Dave compete in a bunch of tournaments, Romero. He's won a ton of community tournaments, not that many inside the Esports, Fight League here, the ESFL, but a ton of community tournaments and other things as well. How do you rate Dirty Dave as a player?
I think Dirty Dave is a very solid player. I believe he fought for a title in the ESFL. He has a lot of unorthodox stuff. His grappling is pretty solid. He has a very devastating side control. And I'm looking forward to see how he's going to match up against Marshall Machine here, because Marshall Machine, not only is his striking extremely solid, but his grappling is really solid as well defensively from a counter defense perspective. And, here in welterweight, anything can happen in welterweight. Rob, I know you like this weight class. I see you stream it a couple of times. What you think about this matchup?
Yeah, I like welterweight. A little bit more power. You got a lot of cool choices there. I wonder who they're going to pick. You got Leon Edwards and George St. Pierre on the screen. But yeah, Dirty Dave is one of these players. I believe he won your tournament, Balian, right?
No, I don't
Dirty
think so.
Dave? No, different guy.
I feel like it was Davey H.
Ah, Davey H.
I think.
Okay. Okay.
It's tough, mate. Dave is a very common name, isn't it?
Right, yeah. So I thought this was a different player, but I can't wait to see Marshall Machine fight. It's always a treat, and he's been improving so much in the EA Sports UFC 4 scene. So big opportunity here for Dirty Dave.
Yeah, there we go. I mean, Dirty Dave might be Davey H. You know, I
Oh, if it's Davey H, bro, I definitely know. That man has some disgusting obliques, man. That guy's really good.
Well, there we go. We do have Marshall Machine here tonight as well, representing his camp filling in on short notice. Kenny Spaghetti. Marshall Machine did great coming through the UFC Summer Series Esports League that was recent. I've just seen Rob's new background. It's kind of freaking me out. But here we go. They should be in the picking phase welterweight. Yeah, that's it. They just need to go ahead and lock in. This will be best of 3 as well. I like that we're staying at welterweight. The weight class is here tonight, guys, as well. I didn't tell you. The first round is welterweight. The next round will be bantamweight. The final will be featherweight. So those are the weight classes here tonight. No special rules in terms of picking. You can pick whoever you want. Mirror matches are allowed this evening as well. So just a fun, friendly community tournament tonight, guys, to warm us up, because next week we're officially starting the ESFL season again. It will be season 3 for UFC 4, I think. That is correct. And yeah, we're kicking things off. ESFL 121. Mr. Robin Black will be here next Saturday to commentate an event with myself and Bruce Lee Rob. And then he'll hang around on Sunday where with Mr. Bain, he will be doing an 8OX Muay Thai event as well. But let's take it to the octagon. Once again, here we've got EK Dirty Dave representing the Elite Kings here tonight, as well as Marshall Machine representing Kenny Spaghetti. Here we go, trading already in the center.
Yeah, and this is what I like about Martial Machine is that, you know, that little inner octagon in the cage, you know, there's the big frame around it, but if you want to play the outside game, you don't want to circle all the way back to the cage. You actually want to circle within that mini octagon, bait your opponent to coming in. But Dirty Dave is doing a good job kicking the legs of Martial Machine, trying to take away some of that footwork, trying to reduce a bit of the power. And Martial Machine is being very patient. At the very least, if his opponent's landing kicks in the pocket, as we saw right there, does not do as much damage. So that's really good distance management. Recovering, staying back, letting his short-term head health recover. He's slowing down the pace of the fight. And Dirty Dave is now thinking. I'm wondering to see when we're going to see George St. Pierre take a shot, take on here, Rob.
Yeah, we'll see if he's able to. If Marshall Machine is able to defend it. Whoa! Beautiful heel kick block though. There's the shot right there. Nice. Beautiful takedown right into half guard Balian.
You gotta love that, yeah. Hit the double leg and then went into that body lock outside trip. Nice work. Into half guard. Can work from here. Good position for Dave. Doesn't have to worry about passing the guard. Relatively safe. We'll take side control. We've seen Dave work from here a lot. Obviously, everyone at EK loves that side control position, but Dave, we've seen him massacre a few people. Now going for that half guard posture up, 2 shots to the body. Looking patient. Probably just trying to get a read on the defensive movements of Marshall there, who is going to have to try and fight a way back to the feet here as Leon.
Yeah, definitely. You know, there's a lot of metas, different metas when it comes to ground and pound. You see a lot of people, they go round strike for straight strike. You know, they alternate here and there. Sometimes the best thing you can do, because it starts to build up your control time and you posture up, is just keeping the short strikes. Which is, as I say, that Martial Machine gets a reversal. Now, he's in full guard, and instead of getting up, he's letting stay here. Now, in full guard, you don't get control time, believe it or not. So this doesn't really do too much. You know, it's a good position for Martial Machine, but not exactly the best thing. But if he's able to pass here, he's able to score here. And here, as I say that, Dirty Dave reverses him, Rob.
Right.
Yeah, both these guys doing well, reversing each other, and now it's Dirty Dave on top, just landing some short shots, gonna opt to go to the full mount position. Good job. There's the get up attempt, and it's successful. Good job by Martial Machine. A little bit of a mistake maybe by Dirty Dave, not flicking it, but here we go. Back on the feet. Heavy leg kick by Dirty Dave on that right
back
leg.
On those leg kicks, full that stance, which Leon, you're going to lose some of those southpaw techniques for those kicks, especially that liver kick will start to dissipate away. There's a nice teep there. Beautiful job. Superman punch into a jab turning side kick. Great work by Dave, showing all kinds of facets to his game here tonight. Not just the takedowns, all that gets tucked underneath, but I like that he's opening up with significant strikes. It's a 3-round fight. He should have cardio to go all night, so why not fire him off?
Yeah, right there. You know, Dave almost makes the mistake of staying in the pocket for too long. He's able to get his block back up. I like that little hammer combo he get there. You know, that little jumping Superman punch to the lead hook to the body spin kick. But now, just as I say that, Martial Machine's getting comfortable, right? And look how he resets. Oh, they both like a heavy whiff there. And he's just trying to build up that long-term damage to the head of George St. Pierre. Now, George St. Pierre actually has a 90 chin in this game, in this weight class. Not at 87 like he used to before. So he's very, very solid here. You don't have to worry about his chin too much here. But that's a close first round. Don't know how you want to edge it here, Rob. I'm leaning a little bit towards Martial Machine just based on the damage alone.
Yeah, and that right leg damage he was able to. Oh, actually, that's Martial Machine Martial Machine who took the right leg damage. So you might be right there. A very even fight. Nice little front kick, landing flush on the face of Martial, and there's a nice straight pop. And oh, they're exchanging in the middle.
Yeah, they are. Martial just planted there and landed a nice 4-piece combination, but he's throwing a lot of stationary strikes. So let's see if Dave can bait things out with a few feints here. Get Martial to swing and miss as he plants those feet in the center. Maybe hit another takedown. Superman jab this time. Went into the straight and then came straight back with a jab lead. So rear hook and now more handheld damage just trickling away from Martial. Dirty Dave runs it to the cage on the back now. We're going to see the back trip. Nice. Beautiful turn. Romero, what's the technical name? Is that a...
It's like a back. I actually use that takedown a lot myself.
I was going to say, it's very much like a... It's not a... No, it's not. Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, you just got a back trip. Yeah, you use back trip. You sag him over your hip and you take him down that way. But that was a beautiful takedown, and that's that mixed martial arts. Not only are you threatening, your pick alone can threaten your opponent to do things they don't want to do. Like, I don't want to get taken down, and that opens up the striking. And Dirty Dave is doing a wonderful job of mixing that up against a very legit martial machine. Getting the route there. That first round was close. Could have gone either way. But 2 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock. Dirty Dave is making a really solid impression here.
He is getting some nice shots in with GSP, and he's just landing some shots, trying to build that GA right now. Both guys trying to figure out what they can do. A little bit of a fake. Oh, and a nice get up there by Martial Machine. Back to the feet. Here we go.
Yeah, Martial did a great job right there. Just snuck it in. Nice and quick off the left. Get up. More teeps. Love it. And let's see if Dave will set up another takedown. Switch southpaw this time instead. Bates with a lead hook. Steps in. Beautiful timing. Where's a wheel kick off the back of the lead hook. Use the first one to gauge second one. Nails him with it. And that's going to add some points to the board. Another takedown. This is definitely a first round here locked in. Most likely for Dirty Dave.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what I'm talking. Yeah, second round for sure. Like, that's exactly what I'm talking about. He just rocked him with a spinning heel kick. Most people try to go for the finishing sequence here. They recognize this is a 3-round fight. I'm going to just secure these first two. Like, try to secure at least this round. That first round was really close. And the game plan's working. You got the damage off on Leon Edwards, so the power is not all the way there. It's still obviously there, especially when it comes to the move levels. But that's just a really solid mix-up performance from Dirty Dave here. I'm really impressed from what I'm seeing here. Now I'm mixing in the head kicks there because he's expecting Martial Machine to low block against a takedown denial. So he's in an interesting predicament here, Rob.
He is, and Dirty Dave looking sensational, super patient. He is fighting on the outside of the cage, but he's doing a good job, and he's got the head health advantage. He's got the leg health advantage. I mean, he looks real solid with his mix-ups, and he's fighting like a full mixed martial artist here.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, nice lead uppercut. Trading in the middle now. Both content to just swing at their opponents' heads, both losing that head held down to the flashing amount. But we will be going to third and final. Dave putting on a nice, calm, composed performance here. But you can't count Martial out yet, especially with Leon Edwards. The timing and the power. If he can secure both those things, he can turn this fight around. What do you think, Romero?
Yeah, he absolutely can. That first round, it's close. It's very close. If I'm Martial Machine here, don't risk getting finished because that first round was so close. But if he's able to get maybe 1 or 2 knockdowns here, he can kind of sway the judges here because there's no draws allowed. Tries to press the action, gets hit by the again by Davey H. Puts him in the finish fight position, but the survival to be able to shrimp over into half guard. Martial Machine here is in a dangerous position. Tries to go to full guard. Is able to recover guard. His best option here, if he wants to win this fight now, after getting dropped, 3 times now, you gotta take him out.
Yeah.
You gotta take him out here.
You got to. Kill or be killed. Dirty Dave is fighting phenomenally right now, but Martial Machine has to figure out how to land that kill shot, and it's easier said than done.
Straight. Oh, he's got that front kick, though. Nice sidestep there. You got those straight punches coming out from Martial. Another takedown, but he denies it. Nice job denying the turning takedown with a double leg. That's not always easy. Double knees coming through. That'll do some damage. Now just needs to keep this pressure going forward, does Martial, and find those kill shots. Like you said, Rob, I would love to see a question mark kick. I don't know if we will, but there we go.
Yeah, if I could see a question mark kick, there's so many mix-ups. And look, I love how he's throwing that front kick up the middle. Bailey, and that's exactly what strikers love to do to kind of deter wrestlers from taking them down. Just throwing that in there. And look at that turning takedown. Goes down the left stick. Martial Machine unable to deny it. And you gotta think there might be a little bit of panic in the corner of the Getty Spaghetti gang. And just working the body, going for the get up, and he gets it.
Nice job with low stamina too. Dirty Dave has shown that he can get the takedown throughout this fight. But right there, a big moment in the third round. Marshall gets back to his feet, and time is ticking here, Balian. He's got to figure out how to land something devastating.
Yeah, you are right. Time is ticking away, as it always is. But, you know, Marshall came in here short notice tonight, you know, filling in, so I'm sure he's happy with his performance. And, hey, this is a best of 3. Maybe he just needs a warm-up game, you know. Maybe we'll see something else if he can't pull this one out. So he's been making the reads. Dave's just doing a great job using that 5-star jab of GSP now, just popping it off. You'll see it snap out. There you go, one more time. Just taking his time, managing the range. There's the question mark, but it was, you know, not enough stamina to really do anything significant with it, unfortunately. Dave looks like he's just going to jab his way out of this one. Nicely hooked, though.
He's doing a phenomenal job of punishing him on the startup entries for his kicks. You know, he's catching him just as he's right before the combination. He's going to go for that. Oh, my God. He went with 4 lead hooks in a row, 3 or 4 of them. And that's pretty much game, set, and match there. Not much that can happen in 40 seconds if your opponent's on the P's and Q's for the denials. Might also go for a submission here. Or no, you can go to the backside and control them. But this has been had some adversity to deal with. We saw it happen before. But Dirty Dave, he stayed the course. He stayed disciplined. And I think we're about 14 seconds away from a Dirty Dave decision.
Yeah, I think so, Romero. And like you said, those little entry shots, as soon as you see the startups for those kicks, I mean, the hooks, just popping them before you can do anything and just startling them. And Dirty Dave had just taken out Marshall Machine, who's so good, has been competing so well throughout the scene. And Dirty Dave is here to compete.
Yeah, man. Here to compete, like you said, looking very good tonight. If he can bring that well-rounded game and be able to take down those people who this evening will rely on striking, if he can get an advantage over them in that manner, it's very interesting to have him here in the tournament. He goes 1-0 right now. We're going to stay at welterweight. We'll see if there's a change in the picks. I expect Dave to pick someone else who can maintain that triple threat, right, Romero?
Yeah, that triple threat, not only the clinch, but also just the threat of the takedowns, the ability to be able to maintain position. That's something that gets lost a lot with players because they're so eager to try to go for the finish. They don't realize, look, the longer this person stays on their back, they're losing the round. As long as you've done enough damage to secure the round for yourself or make it close, then the second tier of criteria when it comes to the judging system is going to kick in. And if the striking is relatively close, they're going to look to that criteria, and then the grappling is going to be in your favor. So great job from Dirty Dave. Let's see if Marshall Machine can, pick it up a little bit. I think he was a little bit too passive. He didn't want to let his hands go. Trust yourself a little bit. Good pick with using Vicente Luque. He has some devastating chokes as we saw in UFC 265. I'm interested. Let's see it.
Yeah, we'll see. Also some heavy kicks, some nice punches. And yeah,
long
like you said, Romero, it's
well.
going to be good. Yeah, go ahead, Balian.
Oh, sorry, just chop throwing. He's long and rangy as well, right?
Right. A little bit slower, though, huh?
Yeah, I don't think the footwork stat is necessarily as high, but you have the advantage of being able to compete at boxing and at kicking range with everybody. So if you're in a position where you can't outreach your opponent, you can rely on the kicks. Luque can obviously compete at all ranges, even on the inside. So you can win a striking fight whether you have to close the distance or when you have to fight on the outside if you're picking up Luque, because he's got that long frame, which is nice. And he's tough as nails, right? You can start a war, but Dave is on the pressure right now, putting on the gas pedal, moving forward, staying southpaw. Gets interrupted there, but didn't actually take that much damage. It looks like Marshall actually took a bit more. And he's already been getting clipped to the body and the head as well. But like you said, Rob, a little bit slower, I think, for Luque. So we'll see how that plays in.
I'm seeing a hole in Davies' game. I don't think Marshall's recognized it. And it seems to be, just as I said earlier in the first fight, when every single time, there it is. Beautiful. Just as I say that, he corrects it. He was, every single time he got pushed back that inner black octagon line, that's where he was getting intercepted. And that was something that Marshall, I don't know if he was keen in on it. Dirty Dave recognized, all right, I'm lunging in with my strikes, I'm getting intercepted here, and he just gets a beautiful slam takedown, change the whole dynamic of the fight. But hey, just as I say that jiu-jitsu comes in clutch for Marshall Machine, and he's up and ready to take this fight.
Yeah, back up on the feet. There's a head kick blocked, and Marshall Machine trying to find his rhythm. Nice teeth kicks, trying to push back a little bit. Oh, he's missing a lot, though. He needs to be careful.
Yeah, Marshall's trying a great job to get back to his feet tonight, I think. His get-ups have been really, really good, really fast, from guard and unexpected as well, and he's mixed them up. So those get-ups have been there for him, and he's needed them as well, especially against Davey. There's a nice lead hook, catches him throwing the lead body kick a little bit too close in range there. Same with the outside leg kick, and the knee this time as he level changes. Nice. And this is what we mean about Luque being able to fight all ranges. He's doing that right now, realizing he can win the inside boxing exchange and get those knees and those elbows in there as well to help out with that body kick. Didn't want to get hit by it, but Dave taking a big chunk of damage there.
Yeah, he's definitely taking some damage there, but he's still alive. He's in the fight. I think the one mistake that Martial Machine's making, he's fighting with Luke like he's longer than he actually is. He's trying to do all these exchanges, these long, like cycled exchanges with Luke that he does with other fighters that I've seen him use. It doesn't really suit Luke's style. If I'm him, I'm trying to circle Davey into leg kicks. I'm trying to circle him into my hooks. I'm trying to make sure he's forced to exchange with me, that he feels like he's in danger. Him trying to play on the outside. We know that Luke can fight both southpaw and orthodox. We've seen him do it. But this play style right here is not the adjustment you want to see from somebody who's down 1-0. You got to make the fight ugly. You got to take this away from your opponent here, Rob.
Yeah, you definitely do. As he misses that body kick, and Dirty Dave just looking very confident right here, up in all the stats. The stamina's pretty even, and as the first round comes to a close, and a good round so far, I think, by Dirty Dave.
Great little jab there. Dave using that jab to interrupt a bunch of stuff. Did it there with a body knee, using the jab. You don't see that every day, but good solid jab by Dave, as well as the takedowns. A little bit of body work that's going to play into this second round there coming out. But aside from that, yeah, Marshall needs to find a different strategy in the second round.
Yeah, for sure. This is where you got to pressure to change up, because this is what I call kind of paralysis by analysis, right? Like players, they get so good, like, oh, I know how to slip counter, I know how to pull counter, I know how to hit these 4 pieces. But you get so caught up in trying to land these pretty flashy combos, you just kind of get stuck in your own head. And that's what I'm seeing happening with Martial Machine right now. Like, he's just trying to try all these proven effective meta leads, but Dave is aware of it, and he's either sliding out of range or just completely throwing him off and doing something that he's not expecting a high-level player like Dave to do. And that's what the beautiful thing of what Dave is doing. Unorthodox, catching him off guard, and this is a part of his play style. This is a really stellar performance.
Nice.
Beautiful GSP takedown, bro.
Another beautiful takedown. Yeah, Dirty Dave just seems to just do a phenomenal job with his footwork, making his opponent miss and making him pay, and just mixing it up. And he's going to stack him here, and he's going to land some bombs. Nice defense there from Martial Machine. He's going to go ahead and get up on that left side. And Balin, he's been doing a great job getting back to his feet. Oh, stings him.
Yeah, he almost didn't there. There's a nice lead hook as well. He almost didn't there, but he did. Gets right back to the feet. In 30 seconds or less, he was back up. But one thing, nice adjustment there.
Hey.
Into the turning psychic. But I think one thing for Dave in all these matchups from the opening round is he gets a slight lead and then he can set the pace. Whereas Marshall's constantly having to force the action, fight his way back, win back the rounds and the exchanges, because Dave gets a little bit ahead and then starts to just set the pace. Exactly what you want to do with GSP.
Yeah, for sure. It's just the adjustment, one of the pound for pound greats. And Martial Machine, he's not fighting to the strengths of his fighter. He's fighting, like I said, he's fighting with him like he's a Connor. He's fighting with him like this is Leon Edwards or something, right? I understand that having Luke because of the threat of submissions, but if your goal is to kind of get up from the ground anyways, and your opponent is now aware that you're not really doing anything with a submission threat, then there's nothing to really worry about. And this pick may have absolutely backfired on him. And Dirty Dave is content with that. But just like I say, that it's a nice stamina advantage there. Maybe he might go for Kimura, might go for an armbar. No, he just doesn't want to use Luca's strengths, and I just don't see why.
Right. I don't know. Maybe he just wants to get up to the feet, and Martial Mind might feel the most comfortable here, and he thinks he has the Martial Machine has the he thinks he has the advantage on the feet. But throughout this whole fight, throughout this whole series, we're just seeing Dirty Dave just kind of hovering at the outside of those double black lines and just making them pay and picking them apart.
Yeah, here we go. Well, we're gonna see. I mean, there's one more round left. He has enough in the gas tank to be able to follow up on a rock or anything of significant damage. He just has to find that shot, and walking forward, throwing these 1-2-3s has not been working for him. He's going to have to try and make some reads, some slips, intercept the offense of Dave. The knees in close. He was doing a lot better with the infighting than he has been on the outside. I know you noted that earlier, Romero.
And he can afford to get a little bit dirty here. And people talk about the block this, the block that. Look where Dave's block is at. He's perfectly fine where he is. He's just taking damage where he needs to. He's only moving his head where he feels like he needs to. Now, there's some instances of damage where I think Martial Machine did well, but for the most part, from an overall MMA perspective, it seems like Dave may have gotten that round. And now Martial Machine's in a position where it's a 3-round fight. You can't afford to hang back. It seems like Dave is up on everything when it comes to damage, whether it be the leg, whether it be the body, when it comes to the head. And what a combo there from Dirty Dave with the hat kick. But there's the pull counter, and that's the threat of Martial Machine. Oh, wow. Unable to get the takedown there, Dirty Dave. That might be setting up a head strike there, Rob.
Yeah, maybe. As he throws a front shot, and here comes Martial Machine maybe feeling the pressure to get this finish, putting some pressure onto Dirty Dave, landing some nice knees on the inside and attacking with the front kick. Ooh, that was a little risky right there by Dirty Dave, throwing that body kick.
Yeah, Marshall's firing those hooks out. Nice trip right there as well. No one falling down though. There's a nice roundhouse to the body, but it really didn't do any damage. No vulnerability. There's a nice turning side kick. A big vulnerability. And there, fake the lead hook to the body. Tries to come back up and finish, but the jump knee lands. A rear knee, and the lead hook breaks the block. Bleed through damage gets the knockdown, and there's a double knees to the body from Marshall as he lands another uppercut. Gonna keep pouring on the pressure now here, surely with the teeth. But no, we're gonna slow and settle. Back to the jab from Dirty Dave, but good damage from Marshall.
Good damage from Marshall. I'm not too sure if that's gonna be enough to sway the fight in his favor. I think he might need to get a second knockdown to try to maybe screw up the judging system a little bit, because that's where, as we all know, there's no draws in this game, even though there should be. And if he can make this a 10-8 round, you know, he can make it in his favor. Oh man, this is close. You know, this third round could be the decider. You know, I've seen crazier things happening. Good takedown attempt, but denied by Marshall Machinery, Rob.
Yeah, good job, landing some vicious knees to the body. Oh! Body up,
another one.
Combination. So far, so good. Anderson,
he does it again.
Marshall
for a second knockdown. He got it right there, Romero. And now, against the fence line, Dave has 2 minutes to shell up a little. Obviously still dangerous, but another front kick. Rear uppercut gets blocked, the right hand over the top, and a double leg, but denied, but no stamina will get driven down. Wow.
Beautiful. That was chaining the two takedowns together using the initial left stick drive on one side, and then electing to continue to go forward with the left stick drive. The opponent has to reapply here. I'm Dirty Dave here. I don't want to risk getting knocked down a third time, because that might skew the fight in my opponent's direction. You know, he could go for a Dutch choke. Man. I got that. I should have been a little bit faster. I'm just saying, Ea. But, wow. What a third round for Marshall Machine there. 2 knockdowns to none. The second round was a little bit closer than the first. We might be seeing...
Wow, man, he gets his get-up so easily. He makes it look so easy as Marshall, but... Yeah, I think, Rob, this might be going the way of Dave right now.
It might. I mean, he's walking right in his face, throwing shots, and it's just blocking the R2 being held. Nice pivot to get out of the way, and there's the fight right there. And I don't know who won this one, boys. I don't know.
We'll have to see. Dirty Dave is one up in this best of 3 right now. If Dave takes this, we will move on to the next round, and we will have a semi-final locked in.
I think Dave might have taken it based on that animation. Lucas shaking his head. I think he won those first 2 rounds a little bit too clear. Yeah,
there we go. Yep.
Not enough.
Of course. There we go. Dirty Dave gets it done with the wrestling and everything, really. I mean, some great clutch takedowns as well as some good strike swings on the feet. Started to get caught a little bit towards the end there. Needs to be maybe a bit careful, but he's definitely awake now, wouldn't you say, Romero?
Yeah, definitely for sure. And, you know, seeing these, even the losses with these players from the other camps, my own camp, you're seeing it so competitive. It just comes down to one small mistake. I would have liked to see Marshall Machine do that from the jump. Like, after the first fight, that's where the reads are made, and I would have liked to see him press from the jump there. And he got that third round, but I think Dave had done enough damage in that third round prior to those knockdowns that it wasn't enough to guarantee a 10-8 for him in that third round. And wow, that's got to be heartbreaking. You know, turned it up a little bit too late. And Dave able to get that W. And, you know, we're going to see Dirty Dave versus Lethal Weapon on that side of the bracket. But enough of that. We will see the 2 seed and the 7 seed get to action here, Rob.
Oh, and we're going to go to the bracket here, Balian.
Yeah, check them out. Yeah, you're right. Let's check the bracket out. Because we have the semifinals. Here we go. So it will be Lethal Weapons taking on EK Gaming. So that's UFC Turkey representing LW tonight. EK being represented by Dirty Dave. You just saw him. So the Dons are up next against KIA, the Killers in action. The Dons, obviously one of the bigger camps around, probably the best camp on Xbox. We broke all the camps down at the start of this. But yeah, Jamie and Blake here are probably the 2 biggest names from that camp. We do have Mr. Blake Tyler tonight representing the Dons. KIA's Ben will be representing them this evening as well. So they are matched up. Let's jump straight to it. because they're ready to get after it as we move on through this event. Let's go to you first, Romero, as well. Blake Tyler versus KIA Ben. Now, KIA Ben, relatively new on the competitive scene, but do you think they match up fairly well, or do you think Blake should walk away with this fairly easily?
Blake should walk away with it. One of my own mistakes was not mixing up a lot of the MMA game against Blake Tyler, because I was definitely capable of doing so. KIA Ben, I haven't, but in order to do that against somebody of Blake's caliber, you have to have your striking on par with him, because his grappling defense is solid. His ability to get up from the ground is really solid. His ability to even defend against the clinch is really solid. So it's easier said than done. I do think Edwards is a perfect pick to go against Covington. But if KIA Ben, throw all the morals aside, you're trying to win out here for your camp, you got to make the fight ugly, stall out, and, just try to sit on position. Try to really come at him aggressive, like that Kobe style. And that's what you got to do here. So we're in for a treat here. Edwards versus Covington. They wouldn't probably touch gloves in real life, but here we go. Jab straight there from KIA Ben. And this is what Blake Tyler does. He likes to sit back. He's very intelligent. He knows how to, withhold a lead if he needs to, win small exchanges. And that's what makes him a fantastic player here, Rob.
Yeah, he's so good. It's so fun to watch the way he slides in and out. And he almost is like, when I watch him, Ed Parker, but a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more quicker with his entries and his exits. I don't know. I can't explain it. I know you can't, Romero. It's so good, though. But, man, I can't wait to see Colby Covington compete because he's so fast. He doesn't have the most power in his punches, but he's got the ability to dump people and do big ground and pound. So it's going to be an exciting exchange here, Bay.
Yeah, it was a great read by Blake right there at the end of the three-piece from Ben. He slipped that and just nailed him straight that did big damage. And yeah, like you predicted, Romero. Oh, there's a head kick as well. I was going to say Blake looking very dominant, and already I think he's put him out nearly. We're only about a minute and a half into this fight. Ben getting his real taste of esports competition here outside of the UFC Esports League. And it's the form of Blake Tyler, the number 2 seed tonight, who is just tearing through him right now. Got him trapped down in this sprawl position. This is not looking good.
Yeah, and right there, that first counter, even way before the sequence here, preemptively slipping the straight knee hook straight. That's a meta combo that a lot of players throw. Blake knows that. He doesn't think that his opponent is going to really mix up anything else from there. And once he's aware of that, he's going to be quick to pull the trigger. And that's exactly what we saw there. Already getting a drop and a knockdown. And note, what did I say earlier in this card? Encircling the inner portions of that octagon. He's going to try to get right back in there. He doesn't want to be too far outside of it, trying to keep at least a toe in and then dominate the octagon. And there's a beautiful
hook.
Oh, God.
Body to the head, past the guard, and that's what makes this guy one of the best players in the world.
Yeah, his ability, Romero, is to stand his ground, throw out that teep, slip that shot, not move back at all, and devastate his opponent. I mean, wow, Blake Tyler is looking sensational here. KIA Ben in big trouble with a huge stamina disadvantage, Balian.
Yeah, killers in action sending Ben here tonight, but yeah, Blake Tyler representing the Dons and showing their dominance right now. I mean, this is a complete shutout round and fight in every way from Blake Tyler. Ben not able to get a gear going. Obviously a disadvantage in the stand-up and a disadvantage especially on the bottom. Does survive there though, but Blake absolutely steamrolling through him right now.
Yeah, and it's just weird, like, you see the discrepancies in the skill too on the ground, Ben not moving, not trying to either transition or undeniable fake, just to avoid taking that head damage. It's not a smart idea to take that damage from Leon Edwards, whose ground and pound's devastated. And look at the strategy from Blake Tyler. He's like, all right, I land 2-3 strikes, I didn't get the finish, no worries. You got 2 more rounds to go, no need to force anything, no need to get reversed into back sitting or anything like that. That is a true way a veteran works, and this is just a beautiful performance from Blake Tyler here, Rob.
No doubt, and I mean the head health on KIA Ben in the first round, I mean it's already gone, it's demolished, and these punches are not going to add. Blood is just falling out of the lip of poor Colby Chaos Covington there, Balian, and one of the most dominant rounds I think we've seen in this whole tournament so far.
Yeah, 100%. Extremely dominant round. And when you're Colby versus Leon, I mean, you're in such a tough spot because you're going to get out pointed on the feet in almost every exchange. I mean, you can't really win the boxing. You've got a bit of speed, but your reach is not the best. You don't have an advantage there. You definitely have a disadvantage if it's outside of boxing range. Anything kick range, I mean, you're going to get battered there. You're going to have to force boxing range, but if you get too close, the clinch is there, the knees are there. So Blake can just dominate all the ranges on the feet, and you're going to have to get the wrestling game going. But so far, he's been completely unable to. One shot he took, and it got denied, and Blake is just running through Ben right now.
Running. Oh my goodness.
That's it.
That's a wrap. You
That
can
is
kind of
it.
see the controller of Ben like just get so frustrated on what to do because he's just like, man, every single time I enter, I don't know what he's doing. Marshall Mind made a great video on the topic of footsies and just playing with range, right? Going in and out of range. And Blake does that. Jamie does that. I do that pretty well. Zive sometimes does it himself. And that's exactly what you did. That's a little discrepancy in the striking. He wasn't even able to really grapple much. He tried one takedown, got flipped over, denied, like nothing happened. Couldn't even clinch him because he didn't feel safe going in on the entry. And I think we're going to look at a 2-0 sweep here. I'm just saying here, and it's just Blake looking fantastic.
Right, and I don't even think if I remember correctly, I don't remember one good moment that Ben had in that whole fight. I just remember Blake Tyler just completely demolishing him from the opening bell. So, KA's got to take a deep breath. He's got to try to regain himself, but against Blake Tyler, when you see him across from you, you know what he just did to you. Can he even attempt a comeback here, facing elimination?
Possibly. While they're just loading in here, I don't know if we can jump to the schedule really quickly just to show people at home. I think that's we'll do it after this matchup then. Let's do one more matchup and then we'll bounce to it before this. So we've bit of a change up here. We've got Blake Tyler taking up McGregor here.
Ooh.
And Ben going with Jorge, definitely going to be able to a few more ranges, but yeah, the patience, the punishment, and the counters of Blake using Connor, this is going to be possibly some bad news right here. So they'll touch him up. We're in round 2 of this best of 3. Went straight for the double knee, didn't get it, and looks like Blake is going to come forward and try to put some more pressure on like he did in the last fight.
Yeah, and sometimes what your opponent throws first can just kind of tell you with the mental state of where they're at. Like that's, kind of throwing with the running knee with no setup. It's not like you're fighting Ben Askren here, no regard for what your ability is as a fighter. He just trying to go in and just know it. Like every single range that Ben tries to go, 1-2 strikes in there, Blake is just sliding out of range. Ben is giving Oxygen a hard time, punching the air a lot, but he's not hitting Blake. And this is it's just looking like the writing's on the wall within a minute in, and I just don't see how Blake's gonna get Blake. I mean, oh man, it's
no doubt. You see the footwork right off the bat, like the footsies you were talking about in CAD. Ben just seems to just want to get this fight over with. He's just throwing, not really setting up anything, and he's just lunging forward with these shots missing. Oh, there's a big one.
Oh my God, what left hand. That is it already.
Come on now, let's go. Good
Less
job,
than 2 minutes. I mean, that just goes to show, Rob. Like you said, he was kind of lunging and throwing. No fakes, not setting anything up, but it gets to a point where, you maybe think, I'm just going to be as aggressive as possible. I mean, if I get hurt, then I'll be defensive. But no, as the second he was aggressive, maybe 5 seconds of over-aggression just led to an instant KO loss. So even for a second, if you think you're just going to go into like, I'll just go into mindless fight mode. Nah, not going to happen. Immediately, the punishment comes. Big left
Not
hand,
against Blake.
and that was it.
Yeah, that left elbow, man, that was some beautiful stuff there. And I saw it. Like I recognized it right there too, like a lot. That's what happens to a lot of players when they get mentally defeated. Like after that first fight, he's like, "Damn, I tried with Colby. I tried grappling him, didn't work. Tried striking, didn't work. I'm gonna try to Ben Askren him, and it didn't happen." Blake just said, "All right, I'll take you as you are, and I'm just gonna meet you right here." And bang, send him back home. Beautiful performance, Blake. Beautiful.
All right, let's go and check the schedule now, guys. So the ESFL is back. This is the first event at the start of a new season. Well, the new season starts next week. This is like a pre-season community fun event. We're having a little camp v camp roster night. It's nothing but a little friendly competition between the camps. And then next week, we will be kicking things off the start of the new season here of the ESFL. We're debuting Saturday, 28th of August, ESFL 121. And yeah, there will be a special guest commentator, Mr. Robin Black, will be here on the Saturday, the 28th, and on Sunday, the 29th as well. He will be here. So back-to-back weekends. So put it in your calendars. Next weekend, Robin Black right here on the ESFL channel. Saturday and Sunday, you can watch it here or you can watch it on the YouTube. And then we're kicking off things. We're flying. So the Saturday after that will be ESFL 122. Then the Sunday after that, the Proving Grounds is coming back, guys. So AOX will be the Sunday before that. I know a lot of you guys know and like the AOX Muay Thai tournaments. Well, those will be back. But the Proving Grounds making a return. You're going to get to see some up-and-coming contenders try and fight their way into the ESFL. And I tell you what, the staff last season outdid themselves, coming off the back of the momentum of the UFC Esports League. You know this season is going to be great. There's a lot of hungry guys out there. They've seen the top of the mountain, Rob, and that is the UFC Esports League, and they want a piece of the action.
Yeah, they've seen it. They've seen the glory. They've seen the sun shining, and now the ESFL is rising. These other organizations are all rising together. That's why I have flames in the background here, because this esports UFC 4 fight scene is hot.
Yeah, hot indeed. Hot is the right word. All right, let's jump straight to the next fight. It is the final of the opening. Well, we'll talk about it first then, because apparently they're not ready. It is going to be the Chinnies and Wardens taking on the Warriors. So CW taking on War, essentially. And Izzy versus Kamapulia.
You know what? Yeah,
Yes.
you know what's crazy? Kamapulia and going against Izzy, I just was looking at their fight record. I didn't know he was that close to Izzy.
Oh yes, they've seen each other a few times. Okay, so they have gone already ahead and picked. I was told they weren't ready, but they've already picked. So straight to the fight. Here we go. We are still at welterweight. This is the final round of the opening bracket here. We will go to the semi-finals after this. The teams that have made it through, it will be Lethal Weapons taking on EK, and then the Dons, who will be taking on the winner of this matchup here between the Warriors and the CW camp. So here we are. We've got a Usman pickup here for Kamapulia representing the Warriors, and Izzy representing CW here with Masvidal.
Yeah, good pick for Izzy to choose Masvidal. Masvidal has pretty solid takedown defense. Even was able to defend against Usman's takedown in real life. And what Izzy likes to do, he likes to hang back, wait a little bit of forced exchanges there. He's going to relax. He's going to alternate from high block to low block. Look at him intercepting with the hooks to try to stop Kamapulia from landing damage. Look who's actually winning those clinch exchanges. It was actually Izzy there. He's going to probably be ready for any takedown attempt there, but no, tries to go for an uppercut. And Izzy, risky trying to hang back against Usman here, but he's actually winning these clinch exchanges, which is actually very impressive here, Rob.
It really is. Now I'm wondering if this guy could possibly be Sick War based on the name.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it is.
Sick War? Okay, yeah, Sick War is an absolute brutalizer, puts a lot of pressure on his opponents, and if it is him, this is going to be a great series. But yeah, he is putting a lot of pressure at the clinch, but like Romero said, I mean, he's not getting the better of these exchanges. Very interesting stuff here, Bay.
Yeah, he's trying to look for that takedown now. Gets it. No, late denial. Nice work by Izzy. But yeah, the pressure is going to be easy to apply with Usman. He just needs to make sure he's landing those straight punches at the edge of the range here. He's a little bit close. He's kind of standing inside Izzy's range. He's got those long arms. If Usman can pop that jab out there in those straight punches, so maybe just manage the distance a little better. But apart from that, he is starting to find the timing now and land the shots. And Izzy was getting pushed back a little bit too far, Romero. You talked about that inner black octagon line. He was finding himself along the cage line, not really where he wants to be, perhaps.
Yeah, not necessarily. One thing I am noticing from Sick War over here, Kamapulia, is that he's preemptively going to slip the uppercut counter from Izzy if he tries to go. Beautiful denial there. And that's something a lot of players have been trying to pick up on. Ed Parker now used to do that a lot in UFC 3, preemptively slip the counter uppercut, the bot counter uppercut. And that's actually nice to see. But maybe don't force as much, because I know a player as great as Izzy is going to start throwing hooks instead. And maybe might throw an elbow instead and catch your head as you're leaning off to the side there. But Rasmus, I say that, tries to go for the body, just out of the range of Izzy. And I think Izzy's just comfortably winning the small exchanges. And that's really what this entire first round has been about. Just winning what you need to take. Don't get too greedy. The players that have gotten too greedy were the ones that ended up losing this round. But, Rasmus, I say that. The head
getting greedy right there.
Mystic Marrow strikes again. Gets a little bit too greedy and gets dropped. 40 seconds left. Not much he can do here. Trying to force out the pull elbow counter. Izzy punching him to the body with that little body team landing, making his head off. Flash Rob. Ooh, this is not too good for Mr. Pulia.
Not at all, and a little bit of a momentum shift. Oh man, I mean, Izzy was doing a great job fighting off his back foot, but now he's taking the center of the octagon, getting the confidence. Has a little stamina advantage going into that second round with Jorge Masvidal, which is pretty important there, Bailey.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you're going to need that, but I don't know how much it'll play out over 3 rounds, but certainly it will help. Just another note, the War, I don't think it's for Sick War. I mean, War is the abbreviation they use for the camp Warriors, so that's probably what the War is at the end of the name. So I mean, Sick might be in camp war, but it doesn't matter. There's a slip straight from Izzy. Tries to follow up with the lead uppercut, but nice head movement by Puglia. Gets that clinch again. Nice work. Elbow over the top there after a double knee as well. There took about half the head health off Easy and tries to fire that ducking right hook over the top, but stays in the pocket a little too long and eats these tight combinations from Izzy. A great way to fight off the back foot defensively, firing those three pieces up the middle, but there is a lovely single leg off the cage there. Beautiful work.
Yeah, I'm Kamapulia here. Just got that Izzy. Izzy won pretty much almost every exchange there on the feet. The only way he's going to secure this round, even if he gets like 4 minutes of control, he needs to put him in a position where he can force a flat, get him rocked, get him damaged. Maybe get the 3 posture positions, rock Izzy a couple of times, and then he can secure the round here. If I'm Kamapulia, I'm not letting Izzy up because there's a clear discrepancy in the striking, in the entries, and what Pulia's trying to force. And Izzy's just making his reads like butter against him. So the groundwork is a great adjustment here, especially using Kamaru Usman.
Definitely, and that's what he's got to do. And can he maintain this top control? I mean, Usman has beautiful top game, heavy shots, but there it is. Yo, Romero, that's just the R1. You just hold it and then you just get up, right? Can you explain that to me?
Yeah, so basically after X amount of strikes, if you have a short-term stamina advantage, you're going to be able to get one of those free transitions. That's a submissive fighter. And in Izzy's case, that's why some guys, they don't move their head, because if you move your head a little bit too much in the ground and pound sequence, you can actually risk giving up a free transition to the top power fighter. But just as I say that, they're over here striking, we're talking about grappling. But yeah, that's how that's done. We need to change something up here because Izzy is picking them apart like a rotisserie, just eating his food and just enjoying it here. And I'm loving what I'm seeing here. The composure, landing the hooks, winning the damage exchanges against Usman in the clinch. But just those uppercuts are counting. I gotta stop cursing people here, Rob.
Firing those in. I just want to add a note there as well, remember. I think, hang on, you don't forget it, because there's another rock right there and another right hook. Puts him down. Pull counter elbow, though, but Puglia doesn't land it. Is he forcing into retreat mode there? And now trying to pull counter elbow again. Great range management. There's the teep. Mixing up the strikes. Teep fake. Lovely. Back to the right hand. Then we can go jab fake. Back to the teeps. This is good stuff from Izzy.
Amazing stuff from Izzy. I don't know what you were gonna say there. Maybe had to do with the counter. There it is, and that's what I was gonna say, right? So
he got it.
But he needs to do something more. Every single time Puglia's going with that lead hook, he's throwing a cross right after. That's what I mean by meta combinations. It's an effective, nice counter from himself there. Lead hook straight, right? Everybody throws that. He landed it. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Izzy. Wow! Wow! That's what that range advantage, but just as I say that, he gets a little bit too eager.
God.
Gentlemen getting dropped here.
What a beautiful performance there by both guys. I mean, who won that round? Puglia or Izzy?
Puglia or Izzy? I do not know, brother America. They are throwing in there. Wow, that was insane, yo.
All right, well, there we go. Nice big exchange there towards the end. And the evenness of the second round was more apparent than the first there. Like you said, Izzy was winning. Karma mixed it up with the ground and pound. That certainly opened up a few opportunities, but just going to war, as the camp name would suggest, towards the end of the round, landing those pull counter elbows. So Izzy just needs to make an adjustment to that. But the pressure is coming out for Kama. Went back down to the body with the lead hook. Izzy sees it. Rear uppercut comes in. And he went back to the range management and distance control with those teep kicks.
Yeah, for sure. And one thing that maybe Izzy noted on, I noted this myself. When you see somebody trying to preemptively slip, if they're doing it without the block, they can counter from it, right? But he was doing it with the block. Flip elbow counter. Oh my God. Okay, Sunshine. But it was just, that can tell you, all right, he's not confident enough to counter from that said position. And Izzy made a read. All right, when he doubles up to the body, he's not actually going to slip. He just only does it after he throws one. But Puglia, against the better players, sometimes you just got to throw. And Rob, he's just throwing. He don't care if you get out of here this round, brother.
He does not care. And Puglia just coming forward like a zombie, just eating shots to the dome. And it's just extraordinary to see right now. I mean, he's still going. He wants this win. But Izzy just hitting him with a cleaner shot, pop shot him, Bay.
Yeah, he slapped him to the ground with that left hook. There's a nice straight right down the middle. Amazon wobbly legs. There's not much left. Another straight right. Literally doubled up on it. Full mount position. Ground and pound. Here comes the finish. And there we go. Round one going to Izzy. And there we are, one win in the bag for the Ed Parker fan club. Oh, sorry, I mean the CW, of course.
Wow, well done. That intercepting cross against a lead hook startup. Not a lot of people are aware of that. You know, the punch ranges are definitely more drastic in UFC 4 than they are in 3. Before, it was literally just punch range. Now there's actually a hook range. There's actually a cross jab range. And it was just beautiful to see Izzy pick up on those adjustments. All right, I can slip straight him after the lead hook cross. Or if he throws his punch out of range and his short-term stamina is low, I'm just going to bang him with that Masvidal cross. And that's exactly what he did here. Had a lot of, you know, hey, Jeff Howard blessed him on his side in that second round because that could have been a flash KO a couple of times.
For sure.
He pulled through. He pulled through, buddy.
One thing I'll just add on there before we get your analysis, Rob, that straight right, I mean, obviously we've seen Izzy throw all kinds of strikes, wherever he's in the ESFL or not, but Spill Actions, he loves that straight right, and especially moving forward, and he uses it to interrupt a lot of the strikes, and we saw that from Izzy there, and it was a quick note at the start. You know, you got Izzy, you got Spill Actions, two great strikers in this game with kind of different styles, but there's a bit of a blending that you're starting to see there as well from Izzy. He kept things a bit more simpler. There was some flash, but the Muay Thai was there, as was that straight right and those counter punches, Rob.
Yes, no doubt, Bailey. And now we're going to get to see Izzy with Jorge Masvidal with the power, 95 punch speed, the 95 punch power, I believe, and it's going to be fireworks. So his opponent needs to be very careful here, Romero, that he does not eat too many blows as Leon Edwards.
Yeah, for sure. Leon's a good pick. You know, he got buffed. He had that cross buff, I believe, and also that jab buff as well. If I'm Kamapulia, I'm going to see he's doing the same thing again. Doesn't matter who he chooses. And that's what a lot of players don't recognize, right? It don't matter if you choose Usman or Edwards or whoever, right? If you still strike the same way, you still strike the same way. And
yeah,
Izzy knows that. He recognized it right there off of the first exchange. And he just let his hands loose. He knows he probably isn't going to shoot with Leon. Not like it's a bad thing to do. Pull elbow there, but not enough damage. And this is what I mean by forcing the counter, forcing the initiative. He's hoping to get a rock here with everything he does. He's not really setting it up or making the actual read. It's just preemptive striking, but not in its most effective level here, Rob.
Yeah, no doubt. It kind of seems like he's baiting the pool a little bit. I don't know if he is, though. I mean, he had a couple good pull elbows in that first fight. But, yeah, he's just kind of coming forward. No back steps, no footwork. Just, I'm right here. I'm coming to attack you. And Izzy's like, okay, I'm a master at this. I'm going to pop shot you the whole damn round.
Yeah, I can see some strategy in it because probably one of the worst things you could do is hover around on the outside and, you know, go in like a technical striking back with Izzy. That's going to be harder to win perhaps in a chaotic war. But this is definitely not a great way to avoid taking damage, you know, putting your head down in front of Izzy and just trying to walk through the combinations. I mean, Izzy will just fly and just let them go. But Kama's keeping the pressure, trying to get him into the cage. He's using that clinch. That's a good asset of Leon, but the amount of damage he's already taken is probably too much for him to survive past the second round, Romero.
Yeah, and especially because Masvidal still has that force of nature perk. So right now, Masvidal has +3 on his chin health. So now his chin is actually like a 97 or something along those lines, whatever his base stat is. Add a +3 to that. As a matter of fact, you can actually add a +3 to his leg health as well. That perk is extremely strong. Oof. And he's just eating all this damage here. He's not going to win an exchange here unless he does something absolutely massive against Izzy. And he's just working on Izzy's beat. He's not fighting to his own beat. Intercepted by the cross, getting slip countered every time he leads you to lead hook. He has no concern here, trying to force every single counter. Beautiful matrix head movement there, but not enough to secure anything damaging. Nice fake there, faking the lead body kick to go high, trying to go with the slip hooks. Rob, this is not a good round for Puglia.
Definitely not. I mean, he's getting just beat the hell out of, and Izzy is just looking fantastic right now. Super comfortable. I have a question real quick, Romero. So, force of nature, is it head health versus head health? So if you have a head health advantage, you only get a boost in your chin, not across the board?
It goes head, body, legs. You can actually have an advantage in all three if you're piecing up your opponent, which is why, so yeah, that's why Jan's so good.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
this fight is crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. I mean, you got to give Puglia the fact that he's ahead in the stamina. I mean, he has been working the body, but obviously Izzy's been throwing out a lot of shots as well. But it is surprising to see that much of a stamina difference despite, you know, Izzy the one landing the more significant strikes and getting the rocks in there. But he is creeping ahead, and Leon has a great gas tank, so maybe he can make that work. Maybe that will slow down, you know, Izzy enough that the Puglia can maybe survive through the second round and then create that similar even playing field in the third where the tiredness of Izzy lets him like get hit a little bit more, and Puglia's, you know, hanging in there, swinging for the finishes. So we'll see if it plays out like that across the second.
I don't know that Nate Diaz strategy is going to work against Izzy here, Rob. I don't know if being the punching bag is going to work.
Well, he has many other choices than I think Romero.
Yeah, there's not much of a choice here, but we'll see. You know, the stamina advantage can only mean so much. You still maintain your power. Look at that. He checks a kick, so that does a good amount of damage to Puglia's leg. And Izzy is like, now he's aware. Like, this guy's not going to mix up the strikes that he throws. He goes by the same sequences every single time. So Izzy's now able to let loose, right? He racked up a lot of damage there. And look, he's so comfortable retreating against his opponent. He'll put himself in a position where you don't want to be if you're fighting stage like that. But look at that, mixes in the hip toss there. Now the side saddle arm triangle is banned, I believe. So what is Puglia gonna do here, Rob?
He's gonna hold on for dear life.
It's a sound strategy. He can't give up that side control. Those elbows are going to be pretty nasty, but I think Izzy was going to try and work that way back to the feet, obviously. I don't know if he wants to play around here, but let's see what Puglia's got on top. He picked up Usman before, so you got to think he had some notion to get some wrestling, and he had a little bit of control in that last round. So let's see how he holds top position, maintaining. Oh, that was actually, I thought that was going to come out, but no fakes to set that up from Puglia. There's an arm triangle fight right there. Triple shot from Izzy off the back to build some GA. Trying to fire back now to control it. Nice deny. And he's going to look the arm triangle, but there's not really a big stamina advantage. And you got to think Izzy's going to find a way out of this, although Kama's doing a good job, Romero. He's staying tight to this right now. This is very impressive sub offense.
Wow, that is actually really impressive. He doesn't even have that much of a short-term stamina advantage. I see what he's doing.
He has a disadvantage.
Wow, and here's something he could do here. He could use, I do this myself in jiu-jitsu a lot, using the thread of the arm triangle to pass into side control, which is something he's looking to do here. He actually might get side saddle. No, he's in side control, but if he gets a side saddle and it racks up a lot of damage on the block and health of Izzy, unable to do so, he's able to shrimp out and get half guard, but back in side control, minute and 40 left. Izzy's been on his back the entire time. I know he's landed a good amount of damage that early portion of this round, but that submission attempt was pretty deep there, Rob.
It really was, and now we're seeing maybe what Kama is really good at, and that's the submissions. That was really tight. He was doing really good at, anticipating staying with the red bar, and yeah, like you said, Romero, he's staying on top, attacking with a guillotine choke here now. Here we go.
Trying to stay again on top of this. He's not doing too bad of a job. He's sliding nice and gracefully back and forwards. Now finding the lockdown, getting a little sticky.
He may get top mount from the guillotine if he pulls into mount. There's no reversal here. There it is.
That's the mount. Yeah, that's a beautiful transition to go through that. Using those submissions nicely to advanced positions. He's only got 20 seconds, but he will get a big chance to rain down some ground and pound. He can posture up as soon as possible. Fakes one, or was that? I think it was a fake, but he gets the posture up. 10 seconds. Immediately gets slipped. And he gets the get up. Wow, so cheeky from Izzy.
Ooh. Cheeky body kick there.
Yeah, man.
That round two, that has to be Puglia's round. And I think you want more of that if you're in the corner of Puglia. Submission attempts. Wow, I'm impressed. And he got good stamina there. He didn't even need that much of an advantage to pursue. You're wondering if that's going to wear on the mental of Izzy. If I'm Puglia, throw that out there, right? Forget about the striking. Don't stay in these long exchanges. Clinch him now. You need to clinch him, put him up against the cage, and maybe try. But just a little bit too long in the striking. Almost gets Ben Askren there by a regular knee. And Puglia had his time to shine, trying to hit the turn, but he actually gets the takedown. But he has 4 minutes to make something significant happen here, Rob.
Yeah, and it looked like in that round you saw Kama, surging with confidence. He was even using a little bit of footwork, and he was catching Izzy, and then Izzy, responded, but gets a beautiful takedown into a dominant position. And now we saw what happened in round number 2. Can Masvidal, played by Izzy E, get back up to his feet, Balian?
I don't know. He wasn't able to in that second round. And here's the arm triangle attempt right now. And he has more stamina than he did last time. He's had 2 attempts now on chokes to read the patterns of Izzy. And now he's going to fade and give it up, but go straight into the posture up. Nice coverage to the body there by Izzy. Nothing doing with the ground and pound damage. But yeah, Kama's hunting this submission, Romero.
Yeah, if I'm Puglia, I'm going to try to camp that sprawl, right? I'm going to try to camp that sprawl because that's Izzy's best position to escape from. But he passes.
Nice. Oh, man. Here we go.
He has to not let Izzy get up here. He's not, I think he's going to camp that get up, camp every single potential get up position and just maintain control here because the striking is just not going to go too well. Interesting, he's continuing to go to side control. Again, I'd camp that sprawl. Camp sprawl, and then be ready to contextually transition through whatever half guard transition he's going for. And this is just more room for Izzy to be fighting off his back. 2 minutes left. I've seen crazy judging, but he's able to get the sprawl position. Goes for the guillotine again, and he has a better stamina than before. Oh my God.
Smart. And he was against the cage too, which, you know, enhances that get up. So he goes right for the guillotine.
Oh,
Super good play. And this is going to be real close, fellows.
Oh, if he can get it through
he's
enough,
right in
he'll
it.
take Mount again. That was nice job matching the pattern there, and the bar's getting bigger for
Squeeze is
Izzy.
getting tight.
Oh, it looks like we might take it to 1-1. We finally get to see
He's
Izzy
going
in
out.
Hammer's game.
He's going
And he has
out.
a very impressive
Oh!
punch game here and taps out Izzy easy late in the third round. And you have got to think that stamina advantage did play a factor, Romero.
Dude.
Here we go.
Man, that was, you know, he used that is beautiful work. And it's really underrated what he did. He used the submission attempts to advance position to get into better positions and control his opponent. The second thing he did was use the submission attempts to read the patterns of Izzy and then know when to bail out so he didn't sacrifice position. And once he understood those two things and where Izzy was not going to look to deny, yeah, he submitted him, and we got ourselves a fight here. Oh,
yeah, we got
whoa.
a series now, boys. And I saw that Kama really getting comfortable in that second fight, like finding his rhythm, finding his flow, reminding himself, yo, what am I the best at? That's maybe the jiu-jitsu, like Romero was talking about. And now we're gonna have one Izzy, one Kama, and now we have a BO3 Balian. Talk about these picks.
I love it. Yeah, 1-1. Let's go. We got a fight. I'm sure he's happy to represent his camp tonight. You know, the Warriors are going to be happy. So here we go. We're going to that best of three, which we've not been to very often here tonight. There's been a lot of 2-0s. Here we go. Leon picked up a Kama and Izzy going with Masvidal. So is this exactly the same as we just had?
Yeah, I believe
Big
so.
spot. All right. Okay. Right.
yeah,
We're about
yeah.
to lock things in here for the third and final. One team will advance to the semis to take on the Dons, who are represented by Blake Tyler this evening. So tough matchup for anyone coming out of this one. Also, shout out to the legend Ricky J Sports in the chat tonight. Hello, Ricky. Thank you for joining us this evening. Let's crack on with this third and final, Romero.
You know, if there's one chink in the armor that Blake does have, and this was shown by Death Punches, his submission defense. And now seeing Puglia's submission offense be so impressive, you got to think if he pulls out that win from Izzy, we might be in for an upset. But first, he has to get through Izzy here. You know, Izzy's still the better striker. Able to knock him down here. Probably going to go for some body head damage there, mixing it up extremely well here. You can't let Puglia get you down to the ground, especially after what he was able to pull off when he was probably down. And to make this fight go to the whole 3 rounds. Good combo mix-up from Izzy there, Rob.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful stuff. And here comes Kama, you know, landing some good shots. Oh, goes for the flying knee as well. And yeah, you know, it has to play into the mental psyche of Izzy E that if I get taken down, I might be finished by this guy. So it's gonna, gets him to the ground, but the up kick saves him.
Man, I mean, there was some good back and forth exchanges there as well. Izzy overreaching a little bit and Kama punishing nicely. And there's the pull counter elbow. Y'all must have forgot. It was there all night earlier on. Izzy getting tagged by it. Gonna have to remember that's a weapon that Kama's going to tonight. And Izzy needs to find his flow again, Romero, right?
Yeah, his flow is definitely interrupted by, oh, beautiful. He ducked the pull counter elbow. That's exactly what you want to see from the Chinis and Wardens here. Oh, he almost read that, almost ducked it. They're throwing knees looking like the Kumite here. Oh, man, we got ourselves a fight here. And what I want to see from Puglia, don't get too happy with winning these striking exchanges. Like right there, off of that whiff is a perfect opportunity to clinch Izzy and take him down because now he's invested into the striking, right? He thinks that, all right, this guy thinks he can strike him. Don't let him fight in an advantage where he's good at here, Rob.
Exactly. Great point. And man, Kama is really reminding me of kind of how Death Punch fights. Sometimes he'll not as aggressive though, but he'll take these little advantages with the pulls. Oh, some big shots there by Izzy E. Just with a sharp elbow on the inside, Balian.
Man, I mean, that was looking so good for Kama. While you were monologuing there, man, he was just landing combinations, putting the pressure on, but he threw that body kick just way too close to Izzy, and he just punched him with those hooks, just tripled up on him. Caught him clean, so Good stuff from Camo. I'm actually getting a little bit impressed with his stand-up right now. I think he's got Izzy maybe a bit frustrated. He's landing a ton of teeps. He's taking off that stamina, and ultimately that's what helped him get that sub in the 3rd round last time.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, you know, one thing I want to see Kama do, if you're Kama, right, you know that Izzy has that up kick ready. He has to take down turn denials, right? Instead of trying to punch your way into guard, just walk right into guard, start with the stack guard transition, and then look to pass from there. Oh, beautiful side step there from Izzy. That's something I wanted to see Zayaf do in round 1. Able to avoid the overhand. Oh! Wow! Did he body rock him?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
But both times there, Izzy was able to catch that liver kick because he landed 2 beautiful combinations like that before, and the liver kick was firing, but both times Izzy caught it. Go on.
And yeah, I was just gonna say, Kama's striking looks a lot more calm and a little bit more methodical than that first fight. I think he's settling in. The nerves are no longer as big of a factor here, and I think he's gonna be a very tough matchup here in the 2nd round for Izzy E.
I agree. Kama's looking much more relaxed. I saw some people in chat talk about how he doesn't look like himself tonight. But if this is who he normally looks like, this is a lot better. Izzy now getting taken down the start of the 2nd round. You gotta love that, Romero.
Yeah, you know, another takedown. Now, Izzy knows, dude, this man only needs the smallest of short-term stamina to sub me. And he is looking stellar here, like the positional control, able to change the direction of the fight. You know, if I'm Izzy, I'm going to try to get the sprawl here, probably go up, and then try to look.
Oh, nice.
Uh-oh. He just locks it in. That's Death Punch setting the new meta, huh? Going right for the arm triangles.
Well, he's locking it in before Izzy can set up his transition to full guard. Like Izzy's like, he has to deny and pumps the fake shot, and this whole time Izzy's waiting for that perfect moment to hit the full guard. And, you know, he's not thinking about, like, the submission offense. I mean, he's not too worried about the advancement position on the top until the GA swings the opposite direction. But right there, Izzy just waited, and Kama, just goes straight to the arm triangle.
Yeah, and that was beautiful work here. Now, if I'm Kama, I'm going to pre-deny sprawl. Unable to do so, try to transition through it again. And now, because he has Izzy worried about the guillotine, he's able to get this transition to backside. Izzy's now going to give up his back.
Oh, wow.
But now he has the free transition to roll over to backside here. Denies the top mount. Good job from Izzy there.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, he's taking him out.
Top mount. And if he goes, I think it'd be in his best interest to go to the right here. Don't try to go for the get up because that might be what he's expecting. Raining down some ground and pound, but good defense from Izzy. Easy here, Rob.
Yeah, great defense. He's going to try to use the cage. He's going to get it. Cheeky play there. You don't always see it. Usually it gets denied, but Izzy pulls it off, and that alleviates a lot of the pressure, but he still has to get out of this guard lane. He's still in danger.
Ooh, he got a nice momentum sweep right there. Went to go over the top to stop the opposite side sweep. Oh, man, these two are going back and forth with the guys. Kama getting the pass to half guard finally as well, where he can set that arm triangle up. Nice job by Izzy. Gets back to full guard, gets a deny right there. Goes to the same side. No, builds momentum, goes opposite side for the triangle here. Let's see what Izzy's doing. Trying to put some respect on his own name here with his submission game. And he's got a great sub game too. Romero staying on top of this, slipping out a little bit to the far side now. Going to chain through to the arm bar. And he's probably going to get out of there. It's pretty close.
Is he going to survive? Is he going to survive? No way.
Oh,
no way. No way.
Wow.
Oh my God. This man is a problem on the ground. Jesus. He's on top. That was a beautiful mix-up. He had Izzy worried about the guillotine, then he goes to the triangle. And the triangle's a really hard choke to get in this game. About 2 seconds left. That round was close. You know, oh, man, this is close, man. Izzy, you got to feel that his CW brethren are watching this. They'll nail biting. They're like, oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. Oh,
and
man.
How much do you think a submission that's that close scores in the judges' eyes, guys? Is that huge, or is that not too?
Doesn't get any
too big of an impact,
scoring, does it? I mean, that's a fight-ending thing. I think it's pretty. Yeah, that's serious. It's not just control you score with submissions.
Oh, beautiful elbow
by Coleman. He gets the hip as well. Oh wow, Izzy is in a world of trouble now. Gets denied in the back sit. Romero, this could be it.
Yeah, and this is a devastating control position. Side saddle does a good job pushing out.
Kimura, here it comes. Sprawl fake, nice job avoiding the elbow damage. 5-star elbows from Leon in this position.
Yeah, right here, you know, That was a beautiful mix-up. Elbow counters the body shot. He's going to transition again, yes, because the threat of the guillotine is so prevalent now. It's on Izzy's mind. And the way how he mixed it up to set up his triangle was beautiful. Izzy now needs to get up here because that's where he does his best work. He had to reverse, but I don't even know if I want to be in this guy's guard. And he goes into guard. And now he has the double threat of the triangle and the guillotine. Good to know. Izzy, you got to get up here, brother.
He's got to, but how he's going to do it? There he goes. Postures up, gets to get up. Huge moment there for Izzy, but he has to be careful, and he has to watch the takedown defense. He's got to watch the clinches, and that's going to take away from his offensive ability here, Balian, to let it fly.
Yeah, man, and you know, Karma's probably winning this fight right now. I don't know. I think Izzy might need to get a finish.
Yeah, this is an incredible comeback. Oh, my God.
Oh, the trading elbows. I love it.
Those are sharp, boys.
He got he's refined there. These guys are refined in their offense, refined in their defense. Booyah, you are looking fantastic. So, Jesus Christ here, Rob.
Man, the management of distance between these two is insane. Like the elbows, and that's how close they want to fight. Like they're just able to throw these elbows. That's how close the pockets exchanges are, right?
Yeah, and look at how much Izzy's missing now. You can see him a little flustered now in this third round. Kama standing in front of him at a nice distance, and he's being real patient. And look at it. I think a little desperation for Izzy here, guys.
Yeah, I think he needs to finish. I think he knows that. I mean, he might not, but I feel like Kama's taking this third fight right now, and it's the mixed martial arts nature of his game that's got him here. You know, he went into that wheel kick, but he kept the block up on the lunge. Very important stuff to do there.
He might win this round. He might win this round because he's landing a lot of bleed-through damage. Kama's not throwing much of anything back, and he's doing himself a huge disservice here. Oh! He got kick again. Oh,
he's coming. He rocked him.
What?
He rocked him, but Izzy powered on through, got the damage off, and like you said, this service, I think, is right. He's kind of coasting his third and final, and Izzy's still in the fight. Ducking right hook lands, big lead uppercut. Karma trying to cover up the double fly knee lands. There's nothing there. Head kick. It's over, baby. There we go. Wow, man. What a comeback. What a comeback.
You know what that was? I can tell you 100% what that was. That was probably Puglia's first time against high-level competition having an incredible lead, and then he's like, I can just coast, but you can't show your opponent that. What you do when you're walking with that left stick, what you do, you're hanging back, you're showing that you don't want to engage. You're showing that you're like, I'm just going to hang back. You should have been shooting. You should have been clinching him, doing more than just walking away. And he had this fight in the bag and just blew that third round. But this guy is somebody to look out from. From this point on, Kama Puglia has made a name for himself. Isward the Wizard, the CW Cheney's Award. Look how close that fight was, man. That third round wasn't a guarantee. And easy, baby, gets the dub with a KO.
He does. And man, like you said, Romero, crazy that Kama kind of let himself be pushed against the cage, and he just like, I'm just gonna wait, and that just opened the floodgates for Izzy Easy's offense. They saw just a punishment, Tito Ortiz style, in that third and final round.
Yeah, I mean, great performance by Izzy. And I think that's a good point, Romero. Yeah, like you can't coast in those situations against these guys because the power that you have in the hands of someone like Masvidal, they can change the fight in a moment, at any moment, especially in the third round after you've already taken a significant amount of damage to your health. You cannot let off that gas. And he was doing a good job keeping the distance, staying away. But yeah, you got to give your opponent a reason to not come forward, whether that is the threat of the takedown or striking offense. You have to give them a reason to not just keep marching forward and throwing punches. And he didn't really do that. And Izzy just walked right through him, goes 2-1 and moves on to the semifinals. Izzy will be taking on Blake Tyler, who will be representing the Dons tonight. So let's take a look at the bracket, see how everything stands right now, guys, after the opening bracketal rounds here. We are in the semifinals. Great fight so far. Thank you to all camps who took part, everyone who has been representing tonight, representing their teams. But here we are at the standings, guys. So Lethal Weapon are already through the first round. They moved past Zayaf representing Team Dark there. And there we go. We have EK Gaming, of course, as well. They picked up Dirty Dave tonight. Great showing there against late nose opponents, Netty Spaghetti. And then, yeah, the Dons move past KIA in dominant fashion. Blake Tyler here tonight, and CW, Chinnies and Wardens. Izzy representing there in a beautiful 3-round affair against the Warriors. So let's move on. Here we go. We have some semifinals lined up. It's going to be Lethal Weapon taking on EK Gaming. And we're changing weight class now. We're in bantamweight as well. So yeah, we got UFC Turkey representing Lethal Weapon. I don't know why I can't remember these camp names, but there we go. Dirty Dave. So let's have a look at these picks, guys. We're on to bantamweight. Romero, this changes up things, yes?
Yes, it does, because Jan, what makes Jan so good is not only his move levels, not only his perks, it's actually because of his character model. His model should actually be much closer to Aldo. We saw them fight in real life. But Jan's character model is actually a lot bigger than it's supposed to be, and it gives him the frame of like a lightweight in the bantamweight division, which is what truly makes him feel like he's so OP, because he covers the frame, he's good in every single range, and the character model just makes him extremely hard to deal with. That's why when I saw the Sterling pick originally from Turkey, I'm like, I don't think you want to do that, brother. So I think he might elect to mirror. We obviously know that Jan has some Soto Garis, and he might look to do that, although we didn't see much grappling from Turkey against Zaya. We're going to be in for a treat. Whoever wins this, you know, they make the finals of this, they're doing some work here.
For sure. And the Force of Nature perk, whoever's going to go out there and do the damage first, very important, I believe. And UFC Turkey and Dirty Dave, who's going to strike first blood, who's going to get the early advantage, and who's going to come out on top early, Balian? I don't know. We're about to find out. Let's go.
We are about to find out. Here we go. We're on to the semifinals tonight of the Community Camp Clash, guys. We have the new season of the ESFL kicking off next weekend with special guest Robin Black. Yes, he will be here. But for now, the semifinal matchups, Lethal Weapon taking on... Oh, God, they're already swinging. Okay, but here we go. Yeah, Lethal Weapon taking... on the EK tonight. I cannot get these count names right. Jesus. All right. Romero, let's go. What are you seeing?
What I'm seeing is that everybody that Mr. Lethal Weapon Turkey here uses, it's always revolved around that lead overhand, right? That lead overhand in combination. And I still have yet to see anybody try to sidestep. Now, I know I saw the ping jumping in the lobby from 160. Oh, my God, the stream is looking kind of incredulous here.
A little jumpy, yep.
From Turkey. They might be having a hard time closing the distance. You know, Turkey seems... Oh, man, this is insane here, and I don't think Dave's having a hard time. Turkey's
yeah, we're having a little look in the back to see if we can...
It's tough. This stream is kind of tough to see through, but for what it looks like, Turkey's having his way with the way the connection is right now, landing him when he's intercepting, going with the knee elbow, then going for the spin. Dave trying his own thing here, Rob. Oh, man.
Yeah, and it seems like Turkey has the perfect style for this ping, and the way he just lunges and throws those crazy spinning, like that. That is so crazy fast. It's insane.
Yeah, I gotta get slowed down. I'm out of
Who's in the game changes chat after this one? It's like, all right, we're gonna stop this out. But you're right, though. It is super dangerous. It covers a lot of range. It's very fast. You can hit it when your opponent's coming forward. You can hit it after your opponent's throwing a strike. You can throw it as a counter shot. So there's a lot of uses. It's good up close and on the end of the punch range as well. So it's a nasty combo that he's found and is working for him. And like you said, yeah, when the ping's low, we saw Zayaf, we saw Zayaf struggle with that as well. Just the timing, the footsies, the in and out movements can get very hard to read.
Yeah, but what I also like, it's not just that he's using as a weapon, right? He's using other combinations to keep his opponents on the center line like he wants them to be, right? Throwing in the double jabs and the lead hook, and then mixing in those 3-4-piece combinations. Like I said, you got somebody reacting to you. The fight's more likely to go in your favor as opposed to you reacting to them. And Dave is now put in the position that Zayaf was. He's forced to react to Turkey, and the Turkey is coming for dinner time, and he's making it known for Dave, Rob.
He is, and Dirty Dave is looking like a succulent piece of lobster right now, just kind of clamming up over there. But, oh, there's a nice takedown attempt, but unable to get it. Turkey showing that he could also defend the takedown.
There we go. Great job stuffing that one like a Christmas turkey. No, I'm just kidding. I won't do it. Great job, though. Dave trying to get this pressure going. Bounces a nice kick off the block. Oh, it's the lead uppercut. Turkey swinging like a madman. Here comes the lead uppercut one more time, trying to force through. We can't see what's happening. Dave slips, gets out of range of the head kick. Lucky stuff for Dave, but 30 seconds left in this first round. He's taking more damage. Double jab into the rear uppercut. And Dave getting tagged all over the shop. And there's the lag. You're seeing Dave just firing out of range. This must be tough.
Yeah, for sure. But the interception combos that Turkey uses gives his opponents just a hard time. He has a good, it doesn't have to be the vast knowledge of the game. You just have to be good at 1, 2, 3 specific things, and it can benefit you a long way. Man, I gotta fight this guy myself. I'm just saying. But good first round for Turkey. We gotta see what Dave's gonna do here. Couldn't get him down for takedown. You guys are in the same stance. Try to use that Sotogari. You can't use it when your opponent's going backwards, but if you get him planted, win a few of the striking exchanges and just change the direction of the fight.
Yeah, and I don't see too much of UFC Turkey really throwing any uppercuts. Why isn't Dirty Dave ducking and slipping those shots and making them pay? Oh, he's sneaking uppercuts in here and there, I guess.
I feel like he's landed a lot of uppercuts, Rob. The lead uppercut has been landing a lot for him. I think it's done some big damage to Dave. I think that's what the first rock was, that lead uppercut, but maybe I'm wrong. But I think those uppercuts have been a bit of a weapon, a bit of a danger, but that spinning back fist lead overhand is there as well. Dave wobbling around, trying to stay in the fight, keep the block up. But the force of nature perk is all in the favor of Turkey right now, and it's going to just cause some continuous problems. We are going to try and switch who's hosting or streaming this bout after this first matchup, guys. We'll try and improve the quality of the stream there, but yeah, the ping, perhaps still a factor. But Romero, you've already told me there's no ping you can't adjust to.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I've done it myself. I've had to come back from fights where the ping has been a little bit off, and I've won. And, it's just right here, though. I think Dave is now getting frustrated with what he's doing. He gets hard rocked. Might go for the lead up. Exactly the same way that he caught Zaya. And there's a system that this guy has within every single X factor going on in this fight. You gotta pick at the things he doesn't like to do. He doesn't really like to stay on top here. He'll choose to get up. He might stay on top here, right? I'd go for the armbar here from Dave, but gets denied there.
I couldn't see how much is on the clock for the armbar anyway. It's like, does he have time? I don't know.
He has to
It's in 10 seconds.
Yeah, he's using that. You know what? I'm going to call it the Beyblade meta, because that man is laying them rip all over the octagon, man. Yeah.
Oh, nice combo. It ends with the lead uppercut again. Another lead hook.
Flush.
That up kick saved him, man. Looking like Unibot there with them up kicks. Dave is fighting a lot of heart here, but he's having a difficult time. But he lets the counter. Just not there. Knee, elbow. Jesus Christ, EA, help me. This is a brutal round for Dirty Dave. The Yan mix up. He ducked the strike.
Oh
the
my
bleeding
goodness.
damage is seeping through. He's just walking him forward. That force of nature perk is kicking in full throttle here.
Yeah, Turkey.
He's a tank.
Oh, wow.
With a spinning back fist.
Damn, there you go. He gets it done. Turkey making some great adjustments throughout the course of the fight, but Dave's going to have to make some adjustments coming into round 2 right here, because that did not work out for him. Obviously, perhaps Turkey is Turkey actually in Turkey? Do we know if that's true or if this is just a name? He might be. That might explain the ping. But perhaps used to fighting with a higher ping. Dave can make the adjustments, but getting caught right on the edge of the range. And how would you counter that overhand spinning back fist approach? The sidestep, right? You've talked about that.
Yeah, the sidestep's the best way to do it. Not only because you can get he's not throwing a third strike. It's already kind of been confirmed that he doesn't throw a third strike afterwards, and you can sidestep and then chain like the duck right after. That's the best way to eliminate that first weapon. But the real issue I'm noticing here is he forces his opponents to only headhunt, right? Because he does understand distance, right? Notice that when Zaya the moment he tried to go for the body, he has something to punish him to deter Zaya from going to the head. So if I'm his opponent, right? Go for the legs, but go for the legs when he's at the end of his combinations. Not in the beginning where you're at the risk of getting caught by an overhand or haymaker, but catch him at the end of his combinations, let the damage rack up. You'll see that his hands will start to go low and high trying to block the leg kicks, and then you'll be able to win more exchanges. And that's something I want to see Dirty Dave do here. Yeah, he does live in Turkey. This man does indeed live in Turkey. All right, that makes a lot of sense then. But Rob, GSP, he was looking stellar, but now here in bantamweight, what can he do here? He's got to grapple him, and he's got to see what he can do. Because this is tough. That was a tough first fight for sure.
Yeah, he's got to figure out a way to interrupt this perfect system that Turkey is serving. I mean, he already just gave his whole Thanksgiving dinner to his opponent, and we saw Zayaf try something, and we just haven't seen anyone able to come up with a strategy yet to, you know, make this guy panic and throw him off a little bit. And I'd love to see someone try to take him down and see what his bottom game is like, Bailey.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great strategy. Yeah, the takedowns mix things up. I mean, Dave can't do what he just did, but we know how good Dave is on top, especially from side control. There's a bunch of picks there at bantamweight. He can snatch up to get that, or he could even do it with the arm as well if he wants. But yeah, he's got to find a way to capitalize on the vulnerability of that spinning back fist as well. It's very fast. It does a lot of damage. It does a lot of damage to the block as well. So it's like you need to avoid it, because if you can't, you keep taking it. But there is a vulnerability window that comes with it, you know, and if he can time the entries on it and try and beat him to throwing it or catch him, you know, initiate his offense right at the right moment as that spinning back fist comes out, he can do some big damage. So he's got to find ways to counter that, though, because it's just going to keep coming forward and be a problem for him. So we're just switching streamers right now, guys, to hopefully get a better quality of stream for you. But let's take a look at the schedule one more time. If you weren't here to see it earlier tonight is a lovely little community event ahead of the return of the ESFL season 3 for UFC 4 starting next Saturday, August 28th. We will be here for ESFL 121 with a special guest, Robin Black. It is an Xbox event, and then Robin Black will be here on the Sunday as well for an 80X Muay Thai event. So you got back-to-back Robin Black next weekend. Gonna be fun. Then the schedule will really kick off for the rest of the season here. We'll be in full swing the 4th of September, 122, and then on throughout the rest of the season. Saturdays, Sundays, 3 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, that's all you need to know. 3 p.m. Eastern on Saturday and on Sunday. ESFL action coming at you, whether that's in the form of the ESFL events, the proving grounds, you know, a bit more of the Muay Thai, whatever we can think of. So they have switched. The cream looks crispy. We are going to go back into the picks, back at bantamweight. Let's have a look.
You know, me as a competitor, also being on the commentator side, like I look at not only do I watch these fights as a commentator, as a spectator, but I'm also looking at these guys as future opponents. And it's just a lot of things that I'm seeing that I think Blake might be the guy to do it, because he's very cerebral, but there's 3 strikes you can kind of intercept this guy with. You can sidestep the overhand, you can use the oblique kick to stop him from coming forward, because when you oblique kick somebody, when they go for a spin, it interrupts them. And then the other thing you can do is just duck underneath and shoot a takedown, because it'll automatically give you a back take. So that's 3 things I'm already kind of aware of. Dave is a grappler himself. It'll probably be in his best interest to hear me talk right now, because I kind of gave away what I'm thinking. You know, it's going to be hard to adjust given the situation here, but are we going to be able to see a comeback here from Dirty Dave, or is Turkey going to, you know, take his way over to the finals?
I good thing also... Go on, Rob, go on.
I was just going to say, whenever Romero is on commentary, everyone, including myself, we're getting free lessons that usually you'd have to pay for. So let's go. Thanks, Romero.
And you can pay for them as well. You can get a Patreon, right, Romero? Is that it?
Yeah, I want to sign up for it. Hey, I train Death Punch.
There we go, exactly, there we go. Patreon or YouTube membership, right? That's what it is, Romero, right? There you go. Check out Romero's.
I'm coming for it.
All right, here we go. It's 1-0 to UFC Turkey. Dave going to have to make some adjustments. He's a 1-2 there, trying to close the distance. He's got Turkey back to the cage already, looking to shoot. May have been a fake, but double leg way out of range right there. But yeah, double legs under that spinning back fist. That will help a lot. Let's see if he can make those adjustments. Taking everything on the block right now. Turkey firing off the back foot. Dave already seemingly having adjusted to this lag in the opening of this round a little better.
A little bit better too, and also what I'm noticing is, remember what I was talking about, right before Zayaf lost too, the rhythm of Turkey is what he's catching his opponents with, right? He goes 1-2, slight pause, then he speeds up the process when he throws his combination. And the third thing he does, he alternates whatever rhythm he chooses. And every single time he does this, he's not allowing his short-term stamina to get past a certain point. Pay attention to the stream, fellas. Pay attention to this wonderful fight going on here. He does not like to exchange when his short-term stamina is low, and that's exactly what you're supposed to do. There we go. He does it again. And there's the leg kick intercepting the spin attempt from Turkey. I'm liking the adjustments I'm seeing from Dave here. Good body kick lands here. And this is what you want to see at the highest level. You want to see these in-fight adjustments, Rob.
You definitely do, and that's what Dirty Dave needs to do. Oh, he's starting to get on the inside and land his nice hook, nice lead uppercut. And one thing Dirty Dave's doing, Bailey, and I don't know if it's working, he loves throwing that jab spinning head kick, or the jab little spin head kick, and it hasn't been working out so well.
Ooh. It hasn't, but I like the adjustments to the leg kicks, like Romero said, and there is your snap single, beautiful job turn to the inside. And we are here in side control. So let's see if Dirty Dave can hold this position. We saw him do a lot of damage from here earlier. Get some elbows out there. Immediately we hit the sprawl. And Turkey's going for the backside get up. Doesn't get it. All right.
Right, there you go. Good job from Dirty Dave there. You know, he stayed very patient, was able to deny that transition. If I'm Dirty Dave here, good denial again.
Nice.
Don't go for any chokes just yet. Good. If he gets back mount, back mount's a deadly position. But this is in this position here, you can hold this position for over a minute because it's such a dominant position. The game won't take it away from you, especially if you posture up. And this is a wonderful job. This is what you wanted to see, Rob, right? You want to see how good is Turkey off his back, and he's getting denied here, and he's getting worked by good old Dirty Dave, Rob.
Yeah, he is. Dirty Dave staying patient, getting good denies, and now landing some big hooks on the dome piece of Turkey. And this is good stuff from Dirty Dave, Bailey, and he's cracking.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he's found a weakness, and he's running with it right now. Turkey not able to mount any kind of defense from his back, especially in terms of guard recovery or defensive jiu-jitsu here, but he is in half guard, posture up, more shots straight down the middle, and some confidence for Dirty Dave, but that's a lovely frame to pull that hook and roll through with that little Kimura trap system. And now we're here, postured up half guard there instead, but he gives up position back to the feet. All right.
I think that was, Dave edged that round, potentially, you know, a couple times on the feet there. The head up wasn't looking too good for Dirty Dave, but he was able to even it out, and then the grappling work there, the ground and pound damage. I think he might have taken this round off. I'm Dirty Dave. Remain composed, remain disciplined. Don't give out anything for free here. Keep this game plan because it's working. Using the kicks to intercept the spin. Don't exchange too much where you don't need to, right? You see, there it is again. When he expects you to return back is when he plants and rips another combination. There's the secret. After everything was working, he tries to spin right back. And he's going to drop against the cage. My heart is weeping so hard for Dirty Dave there. But hey, he's up, and he's alive, and he still has a round and a half to work here. Rob, that was a hell of a sequence, eh?
Oh, man.
That was crazy. And I was just about to say, like, man, he's doing so well, and now the Force Nature perk on the head health is in the favor of Turkey. And Turkey is not fighting like he usually does there. I haven't seen that combo too much. I thought he was trying to get away from it a little bit.
Dave is in trouble here, and he's doing nothing but pushing forward. That's a full counter, though. Fishing for it, catches it. Nice pull on the head kick. Sanchez shit right there, or blimey. But, yeah, Dave has to be careful there, right? He's just kind of forcing the action and getting tagged, and then rather resetting Romero. He's just straight back in there, getting tagged, straight back in there. He's got to get back, reset. Nice low single for the ankle pick, but gets denied.
Yeah, I think something that I'll see maybe Blake do if these two meet in the finals is that instead of going for the 1-2 head kick right away, because Turkey is pulling a lot on the third strike when he expects you to, throwing to the body can trigger a health event to the body. And Dave, slipping against his guys like a death sentence because he throws those spins.
He landed it.
Beautiful, beautiful. That's what I wanted to see Zayev do. Instead of going, with the straight right after the round strike, he's doubling up on the hook. And there's his opportunity. Dave is, he's picking up on the weakness of the style. Say that. Dave gets robbed. He's super hard right now.
Dave! He dunked it!
Oh my God, Dave's on survivor.
Dave is still in this, making great decisions right now. Head health's blinking. Whoa, this could be it!
Oh my God!
Big mistake! Beautiful duck there, but man, Balian, he's getting popped to the dome.
He is, man. You got to put some respect on the name of Turkey right here, mate. It's not just what he's been doing. I mean, I'm sure that the spinning back fist overhand is not going to win him any fans. Let's be honest about that. But he is getting Dave to fight out of his comfort zone, and then he's able to take advantage in other areas.
Yeah, this is, that mix. Throw it back right at him, right? That's what you got to do. Use your opponent's weapons right back at him and completely throw him off guard. And Turkish, you know what I was talking about, right? When Zayev, right? Disregard most of what your opponent does. Freaking gets him with that kick. Dave tries to go with the front kick up the middle. Oh wow, that's one of my own setups there. The jab to the body, straight to the head kick. Oh man, Dave gets dropped. Tries to go for the pull counter. Oh my God!
Wow, jeez, man.
My man head kicking people into outer space tonight.
Dude, UFC Turkey, man, he just took out Zayaf and he just took out Dirty Dave. Sometimes these people just come out of nowhere and maybe not, maybe they won't win every day, but at least initially they have a game that is different enough or gives people a different look to the point where they are just going to struggle adapting to it. And that's impressive right there from UFC Turkey. Wouldn't you say, Romero? Wouldn't you say?
Man, this is the stuff that makes you want to compete again. Because I see, you know how Kevin Lee says, I see holes in his game. Like
Right.
that's how I'm kind of feeling right now. Like I see it, and I could definitely do it. You guys are so lucky. I don't got time to as much as I would like, but impressive performances. Mix-ups are really solid. He's in the finals now. We're gonna see the winner between Izzy and Blake take on this spinning Beyblade demon. This is if he wins this entire thing, nobody's ever heard of Lethal Weapon, but you can guarantee that disco party, they're throwing a little party in there, a little bit of bachata, a little bit of brugal por ahí. This is a interesting tournament the way that this has turned out here, Rob.
It is. I always am so amazed how I'm always like, nah, they're not going to be able to top the last tournament, but they're always so good, and there's always like a new wrinkle to the game, like a new strategy or something. Just like we just saw right there with Turkey, just people are always labbing stuff and trying different things, and they're getting ready to like let's see how it's going to work. They don't really know, but then they get to test it. We get to watch it. We get to cast it, and it's just a fun time, Bailey, and it's always exciting.
I agree. Yeah.
Witness.
Well, there we go. Lethal Weapon have got through to the final of the Clamp Clash this evening with UFC Turkey. So congratulations to Lethal Weapon taking out Team Dark and Team EK Gaming. It's pretty impressive. It'll be interesting to see what the backlash is, considering the ping. I don't know how the community will feel, but unfortunately, there's not much we can do about that. This is a worldwide game, and the servers are as the servers are. We could maybe do some regional stuff, but then it wouldn't be the best in the world, would it? Technically, so
That is true.
There you go. All right, the Dons will be moving on to take on the Chinnies and the Wardens next. Don's being represented tonight by Blake Tyler. Chinnies and Wardens, well, they've got Izzy here, and they both had great matchups in their opening brackets, but they will meet now semifinals, TD versus CW at bantamweight. Let's go.
Anyway.
Oh, we're not ready. Okay.
Not yet, but let me tell you something.
Based on their performances tonight, Romero, you've seen Izzy now. You've seen. For goodness' sake, I'm glad this is a warm up before the season because I am all over the place. You've seen Izzy and you've seen Blake Tyler this evening. How do you think they're looking in comparison to the peak of their games this evening, Romero?
So Blake hasn't been in any much danger. He's been in cruise control since his fight started. Izzy has shown that comeback ability. And that's what, knowing that you could come back here and when you're down on the cards, that's a great thing to have in your back pocket. And look at the rivalry between the two. Izzy, stylistically, may seem to have an advantage here, but, some of that, sometimes it don't even matter when it comes to game day. Don't matter if you're up on somebody by 90-0. They could win and beat you the day that it supposedly counts. So Jan is one of Blake's best guys. Izzy, I swear to God, if you use Aldo and Southpaw, I'm going to send a very, very, very bad email to your house. And Rob, man, I'm excited for this.
Hopefully that email gets, into the spam folder so he doesn't even have to see it because it's probably going to be extremely ruthless. But man, yeah, like who can show up on game day? Who could show up when me, Bailey, and the great Romero are watching you with Fekit back there running production with the audience out there watching? Like it definitely matters. This is the real deal. This is the real schnit. And Bailey and Jose versus Peter Yan could be a great matchup.
We're going to go to the fight. Yeah, they are ready. They're ready. Jose versus Peter Yan. Interesting for Izzy to take Jose, not Jose, Rob. Jose out there. Jose. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's like Spanish would be Jose and Brazilian would be Jose, and then Spanish would be Rafael, and then Brazilian would be Rafael. So it's kind of like ours are the one way, and it's weird.
Did Jose get a buff for his fight yet?
No, a lot of buffs haven't gone through yet.
Dang it!
You'll get it. Trust me, I'm on that.
There we go. Right, well, Izzy did lock in Aldo, and we got the yarn pick for Blake. So interesting matchup. These guys have fought each other a lot. I like the pick from Izzy, giving him a distinctive advantage in the kicking game rather than mirror matching. Actually taking steps to get an advantage at a specific range so he can pick the range where he wants to win the fight. Do you think that will be with the feet, Romero?
Yeah, I mean, oh my God, he went southpaw with Aldo. He put himself at 40 disadvantage. Aldo switched. Yeah, it's not good because Blake with Jan. Jan has a solid lead hook, so does Aldo. But when you lose those 5 points or 7 points of power that you lose, yeah, there you go. He switched back into Orthodox because you probably heard me. It's not worth losing all that power unless you're deceptively better than your opponent. And he denies us Sotogari. Oh, change the takedown together. That looks straight out of the game plan that I used against Suave Jamie with a beat. Well done there from Blake Tyler, mixing up that MMA, taking down Jose Aldo. Good initial defense from Izzy.
Oh, wow. Surprising.
Nice.
See, because he was against the cage, he maybe thought he was going to go for the get up. Is that how you think he got that one, Bailey?
Yeah,
most likely. That's what happens to me online sometimes.
Yeah.
You know? You just doubt your opponent for a second, like, damn it. It does happen, but yeah, he could have used more of that top position. Gets it straight back. Look at that. Tit for tat. Takes it straight back to him. All right, so here we go. On top, Blake Tyler still has his position after this takedown. 3 minutes left. Let's see if Izzy can get back to his feet. He's done a great job tonight getting back to his feet already, but he's keeping that stamina super low right now, and that really takes away the options from Izzy, right, Romero?
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. You know, he's faking. Now he's going to use these undeniable fakes to fake side control, and I think if I'm Izzy, I'm going to keep on doing that. I don't want to allow Jan to rack up enough long-term body damage. If I'm here, I'm going to use the counter trip. If you're smart, you're going to do it. No, he doesn't do it. Back in southpaw, Aldo went back into Orthodox, pull counter, but did not throw the pull counter back. I think if you're Izzy, you got to beat the most success you can have against Blake is catching him. You got to intercept him and not be afraid to be in the pocket with him. And this is what I got to see here, man. 2 of the best strikers in the ESFL.
Yeah, and Aldo has some good speed and some good power in his hands and some good boxing as well. I mean, not as good as Peter Yan, but he can do some good damage on in the pocket.
Yeah, both guys are effective at different ranges. It's nice to see how Blake's handling Izzy right now, and I've not really seen many kicks from Izzy. You know, he's got a very diverse and creative kicking game. Oh, nice slip under the right hand there with a rolling right hook and a nice knee to the body. Good job, but maybe it's just the pressure from Blake that's really limiting the arsenal of Izzy right now.
Yeah, but just as we say that, it's a beautiful slip straight counter from Izzy. He's getting into his move. Got to be careful not to get caught preemptively countering too hard, because if he gets caught by Jan and he gets dropped down, that force of nature perk is gonna make you pay. Beautiful getting back into the body there, babe. Oh man,
ran into that one.
You can really tell these guys have a lot of respect for each other's game. Like, they're giving each other a lot of distance, a lot of space. They're not overcommitting. They're being very smart defensively, and this is a different fight than we've seen so far in this series.
Yeah, well, I think this is the 80th fight between these two, somewhere around that number. So they've got the work in, and this is a camp matchup. So, you know, pride is on the line for this one. This one definitely means more than some of those other 80. But there you go, Blake Tyler leading with the strikes, and he got that takedown. So first round, you got to think goes to Blake Tyler.
Definitely goes to Blake Tyler there. I want to see Izzy press the advantage a little bit more, mix up some of the body strikes. Don't only leg kicks where you know he can't check him at the end of his combination or right in the startup if you're at the proper range. And he's doing a good job of Aldo here, but there he's eating intercepting cross here, and he has to be careful. Good preemptive slip to the body there, Rob.
Oh, yeah, and he lands that right hook as well, standing his ground more. He catches the kick, and this is good. He's going to try to trip him, but unable to. Good defense there from Jan. Oh, what a spinning back kick, Bailey.
Yeah, did significantly more damage than the other one that he landed, getting the teep going now. Nice jab into the lead kick to the body, and that's Izzy's flow right there. You know, what's next in my striking range? As soon as the next strike lands, the eyes are open, reading the next thing to land. But here's the pressure from Blake. Nice little double jab in, and then he didn't follow up the offense, pulled out the pull counter from Izzy, and now dives back in, and this time there's a takedown. So still mixing it up, being effective, and now inside control. 4 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, very strategic performance here from Blake Tyler, looking to get the takedown. Deny the get up there from Izzy. Now Izzy's in a lot of trouble here. It's landing against the body. So if I'm Izzy, I'm going to look to try to use an undeniable fake. Able to deny Blake Tyler from getting up there, but then a nice pre-denial from Blake Tyler there. Then another denial. They're going back and forth like they playing ping pong here. And this is what you see at the highest level here, Rob. You're just ready on the trigger to deny.
For sure, and Blake Tyler showing that he is going to stay on top, and he's not going to let himself be, you know, thrown off. But there's the get-up attempt. Oh, in the clinch. And now he's going to try to escape, and he does. Beautiful work.
Yeah, beautiful work indeed, but Izzy back on that foot outside that inner octagon. He does fight well off the back foot more than most players. We've already noted that tonight, but now he's closing distance in the pocket, trading those right hands. There's that lead hook from Blake Tyler, though. It's sneaking around the side of that lead hand of Izzy, and now the lead hand jab as well, the lead hook, the lead jab. Blake really invested in that lead hand.
Yeah, for sure. And that lead hook is the problem for Izzy right now, because the threat that comes from that lead hook is what makes it happen. Oh, but look at the wonderful denial from Izzy. Now, if I'm Izzy, I'm going to try to take down Blake, right? And maybe get him to back sit it, and then control him, and then maybe try to get to a mount position, land some ground and pound, because the striking's relatively close. If you can kind of end the round with some impactful grappling, can help you in your favor, but not so much here.
Yeah, he just gets his leg grabbed, and now the takedown attempt, he's going to lift him up, and he's going to dump him. Beautiful takedown there, and now on top, inside control. He's got a lot of options here, does Blake Tyler.
Yeah, and just being consistent with mixing things up. Another takedown, just really taking Izzy out of his element, taking him out of his game, taking him out of the flow state. And man, I mean, this is the first round between the best of three between these two. They've got a lot of experience fighting each other. I wonder if the picks will vary after this matchup from either man. Maybe not from Blake, but maybe from Izzy if he's not getting the game he wanted with Aldo. But he gets a beautiful sweep, but not much time left on the clock going into this third and final round.
Yeah, that sweep kind of scores, but unless he rocks him here with that ground and pound, not much is going to happen. 10 seconds left. Can't afford to do anything that's going to cost you here. There's good damage there from Blake Tyler, and the round definitely ends in his favor. I think Izzy is down 2 rounds with Jose Aldo against Blake Spitayan, and we're going to be in for a hell of a third round here.
Most definitely. It's such a close fight, but Blake Tyler keeps finding these situations where he's edging him out in these exchanges, in the grappling with the takedowns and the defensive ability that he's not able to get taken down himself. So what a great round. Here we go, round 3. Someone is going to sleep, I have to say, I think.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, Izzy's going to have to fight for it, whether it's him or somebody else going out on the shield, because he is down rounds 1 and 2. Oh, there's a spinning back. It's so beautifully timed. Izzy just hanging around on the outside into the toss. Side saddle, elbows come in. Izzy is in a dangerous position right now.
Absolutely dangerous position. And it's just like Blake Tyler, to hold those weapons until the final moment, making sure that his opponent's not going to see it coming, right? Not telegraphing. That's why I want to see, if he gets through this final is going to be pretty insane, because his intelligence is right off the roof here with his adjustments. And Izzy right now, he's in a precarious position. Maybe he doesn't want to get finished here, but you got to go all out. Tries to go for the get up, gets denied. 3 minutes left. The writing is on the wall, for at least for this first part of this best of 3 between 2 of the best players in the world here.
No doubt. And every time, Izzy tries to get a position like he is right now, he's just getting met with a big flick by Blake, and finally able to stand up. This is where he's been able to get up, eats a hook on the way out. And let's see what he can do with 3 minutes left here.
Man, he's just firing that left hand is Blake. Izzy's taking it on the chin every time, looking for a pull. There it is. Slipped to the inside this time as well. Nice work. Trying to stay diligent, but it's only a matter of time. 3 minutes on the clock, and it's an accumulation now as Izzy's head continues to flash. He's trying to look for that kill shot. Ooh, bouncing underneath the armpit there, but it almost connected. Izzy's going Hail Mary on this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Going for the Hail Mary, but also he would have probably got a rock if he was an orthodox with Jose Aldo. And let's say that he gets dropped, because losing that power advantage is so crucial against Jan. And Blake Tyler lands the freaking cross, puts him in a finish the fight position. Good slip there from Izzy, easy. But I think this is 2 minutes in. It's looking like a Blake Tyler victory.
It is indeed, and he's got him against the cage. Now he's going to be trapped, but a beautiful pull right there by Izzy to alleviate some pressure, but he's a big right hand or left hand. Oh my goodness.
I can just see Romero shaking his head every time there's an exchange, and Izzy is in southpaw, and Romero just over here just shaking his head.
Everybody says, oh, it doesn't matter when you switch your stance, but when it's an 80 switch stance against Jan, it clearly does matter. And if I'm Izzy, you got to go with somebody with a higher switch stance if you want to win these exchanges, because he is a talented fighter. He's a talented esports player, but making that mistake with Aldo was one of the worst things that he could have done. Now, Blake Tyler's up 1 here in this best of 3 series. If I'm Izzy, abandon the Aldo pick, go for somebody else with a high switch stance. Maybe TJ Dillashaw might be the answer.
TJ would be great. A lot of kicks, very fast, good footwork, power. He's a phenomenal pick, and we'll see if he decides to do that. And there's Blake Tyler locking in Peter Yan. He's they're mirroring.
All right, there we go. Yan v Yan. There's no rules tonight, of course, guys. We're on the semi-finals now, so you probably have noticed, but there's no picking rules this evening, and mirror matches are allowed. So we're going to get a Yan v Yan matchup here. 1-0 for Blake. I mean, he won those first 2 rounds pretty comfortably. The onus, of course, is on Izzy to make the adjustments, Romero.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just for him not allowing Blake to build that lead, because what Blake does, he sets a specific pace, and once he gets you to fight at that pace, then he's comfortable. If you take that pace away from him and you're defensively responsible, then you're more likely to have success against him. Don't panic when the clock starts ticking down. Hold your ground and be ready to meet him there in order to fight. If you allow him to build his lead, he's going to have success, and that's what Izzy has to do here.
And already you see Blake Tyler sneaking in big punches on Izzy E, backing him up and getting the early advantage with the Force Nature perk. It's going good for him.
That was a nice inside leg kick there, and then he sidestepped the side kick and then landed 2 beautiful kicks to the body. So Izzy already flowing through his different techniques, doing a little better and trying to match this pace of Blake and catch him at ranges he's not expecting with those kicks, with those low inside leg kicks. That's great work with that.
Beautiful combination counter from Izzy. Easy, you know, throwing that slip straight lead hook against the southpaw Blake Tyler. And again, Yan has a high switch stance, so he doesn't sacrifice much here. But now you can see the slight little advantage there that Izzy's having now on the entry, trying to use the lead leg kick to throw and intercept him with the cross right after, trying to bait him into just keeping his head there one side. If he keeps continuing to mix up the leg kicks here, I think we can have a change of narrative in the fight.
Definitely, and wow, Blake Tyler just such a good job at throwing his shots, backing up just a second, recharging, and then firing again. The pressure and the onslaught of Blake Tyler right now is so impressive, and there's the takedown right into side control.
Great work right there. So repeat of the first round, really gets the takedown about 2.5 minutes in. Let's see if Blake can hold position this time around. Izzy, again, very good at getting up. He has the cage there if he can get to full guard, if he can't find another way to his feet, but Izzy did sweep a few times as well. You know, he's got that half guard sweep from full guard. He likes to hit a lot. Gonna try and find a way back now, but takes sprawl against the cage. Let's see what he can do with it.
I don't think that was one of the best decisions that Izzy could have made there. It would have been better for him to wait for the ref timer, because now he's giving up backside. Tries to go to full guard here. Full guard's a relatively safe position. Again, not giving up any controlled time. And he did do a good amount of damage, but Izzy is just, he's giving up these transitions, and Blake is content. He sees them. He's a veteran. He's a champion. And he knows exactly what he needs to do to get the victory here. And Izzy has to have some more urgency to get up.
Definitely, and Blake's just chilling on top in half guard, landing some shots, building that grapple advantage, and just waiting for Izzy to go for a transition or go for one himself right at side control there, Balian.
Yep, right back here, right back where we were about a minute and a half ago now. Holding this position well. Izzy's landing a lot of these short shots, trying to keep the GA high, but he's really not been able to do anything. The only get up or sweep he's gone for is that half guard sweep from full guard, which he got after a deny. But apart from that, it's really been the Blake Tyler show from top positions, smashing, moving through positions, landing ground and pound as he goes. Not looking good for Izzy when he's on the bottom.
Yeah, absolutely not. And that's why it just takes one mistake, and it may have not seemed like to most of the viewers that, oh, maybe sprawl was a good idea. It's not a good idea, especially when the guy's out grappling you from the top. You got to use that ref timer to your advantage here. Not able to get up here, but it's probably not much you can do. Maybe try to get his own takedown. Blake is ready there for that strike. Able to block that one. Lands to the body. Do you think that the damage that Izzy was able to get early in the fight could have won him the round, despite getting controlled for that long? I think it's a possibility, but Izzy has to make a statement in this round here.
He does, and Blake Tyler loves to get, he loves when his opponent goes to sprawl, because he loves going on top and laying those Peter Yan body shots, the free ones that you get. It's so annoying going there, so Izzy's got to figure out some other pathway to get out from underneath, because that's not the right one.
Izzy's doing a great job countering with the right hook. Sometimes he rolls under, sometimes he slips and throws it, but it's a great shot. And he's countering the straight punch of Blake. He's carrying that straight left with it, so they're landing clean. He's chipping away, and he might be getting dominated on the ground, but he is landing his own significant strikes. If he can just time one at a vulnerability window, he can catch a rock and just find his way back into this fight.
Very close right there for Izzy. Getting saved a little bit by the mismanagement of range there, which is rare from Blake Tyler. And now he's trying to force out the slip straight counter. It's not really working. He's feeling the pressure of Blake. Blake's not doing anything but pressuring him with footwork and then forcing Izzy to fight back at his rhythm. So it's up to Izzy to take this away from Blake Tyler if he wants to get this fight into a third fight.
Right, and the head health advantage a little bit going in the favor of Izzy. Izzy, who's been able to connect. It's evening out here, but wow, the pressure from Blake with that forward left hand lands. Good stuff so far. Blake Tyler going for it.
Yeah,
those hooks are dangerous.
The lead hook now gauging the distance with the jab, steps in, but the pull counter comes out from Izzy, but Blake wanted it. There's a slip of the straight there as well, using the jab, and Izzy's trying to find out that lead hook is a counter. There he went for the ducking right hook we talked about, but beautiful lead hook from Blake. Then a follow-up shot him down. Now Izzy trapped against the cage, but wow, seconds from getting knocked out. Lands a head kick as the lead hook comes out, but starting to fade now is Izzy, Romero.
Yeah, and it's exactly the problem right here. You know, something that Izzy's not doing is block countering off of that lead hook. Keeps landing that lead hook to the side, now threatening the takedown, forcing Izzy to just be on panic mode, constantly reacting. And this is what Jan does real well in real life too. He's just very patient. He's actively patient. He's actively counter-striking. And that's what you see from a champion player in Blake Tyler. And the health is going on, allowing the stamina to recover.
Oh, he got him!
Baby, let's go! He's gonna fight. That's what I want to see.
And he taunted him a little bit right there. Izzy letting him know that he's not going to go down without a fight. Now he's pressing forward.
Oh.
Kick flush on the dome of Blake Tyler. It's a fire fight.
And remember, Izzy's down one match, so you know, if he can't find a way back in this one, that's it. He's going home, and we've got Blake Tyler in the final, but they will battle till the end. He's sneaking those roundhouses round from orthodox just around that lowered southpaw stance. It's a great little target. If he can land a few more of them, they'll work out for him straight this time to the body. Going to set it up to the head, no doubt. What do you think, Romero?
This is what I love to see from fighters, right? You know, if you're losing, don't be afraid to throw the kitchen sink. Whether you get KO'd or you lose a decision, it doesn't matter. I love seeing, this is what I'd rather see from Izzy. Fighting back and trying to take back what he's supposed to earn. Look, he's mocking Blake Tyler because of the lead hook that's frustrating him, but he wins this round with that knockdown. And 1-1 heading into the third. Who's going to press forward? Who's going to ice this fight for themselves? They both dropped each other. Close fight. I'm excited. I'm pumped up now. I love not accepting that the fight's going to go a specific way. And as well done from both gentlemen, putting on a stellar fight tonight in the highest level possible.
Yeah, and sometimes you just got to come forward and go for broke and still be technical, but, you know, put the pressure on the bully who's coming forward. And Blake Tyler has been bullying Izzy throughout the whole round, except that second round he came forward and started landing beautiful head kicks and a lot of good shots. And Blake Tyler's done a phenomenal job with that lead hook so far. So we'll see. Round number 3, here we go.
All right, here we go. Yeah, Izzy needs maybe a finish here, but definitely doesn't want to drop this. He will be going home. Blake Tyler will advance to the final to take on Turkey, and that will be a great matchup there as well. But now Blake immediately taking top position, very sensible. He's got the entire round to work, or indeed just hold out and probably win the fight. There's the full guard momentum, goes to the opposite side, gets it. Wow, slight delay, sneaky, but no stoppage there from Blake. Didn't preemptively deny it, Romero.
No, did not preemptively deny it, but if I'm Izzy here, you know, that second round is still relatively close. I probably would like to get a little bit more damage off so you don't get in a situation where I did, losing close, you know, close decisions. It's tough here, right? He's electing to get up here, and he has to land a little bit more damage if he wants to bring this into a third fight in his best of 3 here.
Yeah, and here we go, winging those head kicks again, standing his ground, coming forward against Blake Tyler, and Blake Tyler trying to land some shots.
Oh!
They're getting tripped. Here comes Izzy.
Oh man, he's got so much stamina. Oh, nice work by Blake. Kept the eyes open, read it beautifully. Izzy's not done yet though. He's firing back, got that lead hook ready, checking. And Blake trying to look for the finish, double jab into that left hook. Straight left, rocks him, lead hook, rear uppercut. That's going to be it. Surely, Izzy? No, he's going to get up, Romero.
Yeah, he survives that mainly because of the short-term stamina being low from Blake Tyler. I think Blake is going to probably look to continue to press because now the head health of Izzy is flashing. There's a nice little jab body spin kick. Izzy has to press the action here, and I think there's one thing that can be done against Blake Tyler is that duck counter, but he's getting caught here at the end of his range and then getting punished for the short-term with, you know, but honorable effort here from Izzy. And if he can pull this off, I would be very, very impressed here. But looking like stellar vintage Blake Tyler. Pull from Izzy. Stay alive.
Oh, what a fight! Oh, he's dropped him!
Oh, my Lord!
Right in the face of Blake Tyler.
Stand up, cheer for your boy. TD, stand up, cheer for your boy. Let's go.
Let's go indeed, and wow, what a round, not allowed. Lands the right hook, Blake Tyler surviving for dear life. He gets cracked against the cage. Izzy!
Oh, he's falls out of him. Blake survived, no slips. Oh, there we go, 1-1, baby. Izzy not giving up. Man, that ducking right hook that he was landing over the top of the straight. We saw it as early as the first round. Just slip ducking with that right hook, cracked him with it again multiple times. And that led to the finishing sequence. What a comeback, Romero.
Man, that's that making of the reads, because when somebody tends to get a little bit comfortable, right, when they're winning the exchanges, they stick to what's working. And that lead hook cross, Izzy banking on that because he didn't see Jan, Blake using double hook or anything like that along those lines. Wow, insane there. What a comeback, stellar comeback. And it's just, wow, that's a lot of heart there. That's great. And that's in one of Blake's best weight classes there. His best weight class is bantamweight, featherweight. Lightweight, not so much from what I've seen, but those two weight classes as well as welterweight. Man, this guy.
Yeah, man. Very impressive.
Yeah.
Rob?
Yeah, I mean,
excuse me. Lightweight.
Just for Izzy believing in himself and slipping that straight and laying that right hook, and then he did it again like 20 seconds later. I mean, he just trusted in his instincts, trusted in his reads, and he got the win. And now he pushed it to fight number 3. Everything's cleaned off. It's a new one, and here we go.
Fight number 3. They're ready.
Let's get it.
Respect coming out here. A glove touch as well. Third and final. The winner will go through to the final, representing their team, their camp tonight. We've got Blake Tyler representing the Dons. Izzy Easy out here representing the CW, the Chinnies and Wardens. But here we go, 1-1. Let's see if it plays out the same. Blake got that takedown about 2 minutes in every single one of these contests so far, but Izzy got to be riding some big momentum off the back of that win right there.
Absolutely. A lot of momentum there. You just can't get too happy. You see a lot with fighters. You see it a lot in training. You see it a lot in sparring, right? You get one move that works for you, and you start fishing for it in every single fight. We saw that with Cody Garbrandt against Rob Font, trying to go for that ducking hook every single time, right? Tried to feint out the slip hook there. But what you want to see is Izzy taking initiative, and now he's going way more forward than he did before, putting on the pressure on Blake Tyler. Blake Tyler shooting, but this time the takedown gets denied by Izzy.
Yeah, I think Izzy learned a little bit in that second fight, and he had to learn like the rhythm to his success is to put the pressure on Blake Tyler, and Blake Tyler's not liking it. He's shooting, and he's not completing the takedown. Izzy looks on fire.
Yeah, for sure. I remember the first match he had that Aldo pick. This didn't work out as well for him as this Jan pick has done. An even playing field, and he feels like it looks like he can trade a little, rushing forward now when Blake's trying to initiate those combinations. And yeah, like you said, Romero, I think he's got a read on that straight hook, that cross lead hook, as you said. So look out for the cameras on that one. There's a team from Blake, though. Takedown yet. We'll see.
Takes him against the cage. Smart decision there from Blake Tyler. Probably going to look to
there it is.
Come back to back sitting now. Izzy doesn't have to panic. He doesn't have to over transition. If I was Izzy in this position here, focus on just denying top mount. If he goes to backside, you try to roll the side to full guard as opposed to side control. Make sure you don't get bulldog choked or anything along those lines. There's a contextual transition to get into half guard. Well done. Don't like the sprawl decision there from Izzy. Probably has to go for some undeniable fakes here, but
he seems comfortable with that because he's done that a few times now, which I also think is kind of strange, but maybe that's how Izzy likes to get back to the feet. What do you think, Rob?
Yeah, it seems like he always, spends some time here, but then eventually he'll get up like that. He did it with Aldo, and he'll stand up, and then he'll break, so he must feel real comfortable in that position.
I guess that's right. Blake stayed southpaw for this entire best of 3. And he's been using that straight left nicely, as well as that jab left hook. But Izzy, I think he feels like pressure is the answer here, because he's really turning it on now outside that black octagon. He keeps pushing Blake. There's a seat, gets interrupted by the jab, but the big right hook firing through. Man, this is a close contest.
Very close contest here. If I'm Izzy, I'm not going to make any unnecessary mistakes here. Now notice that Blake is delaying his timing and then trying to catch Izzy with a cross as he tries to pull. There's a slip elbow attempt there. You've seen how devastating those are. These guys are trading every single bit on these exchanges. There's a short-term stamina land there from Blake Tyler. Landing well. This has been a very close round. Preemptively slipping in the third strike, thinking he's going to go with a straight hook, and that was the close first round.
Damn.
It was really close, and at the start of the first round, he saw Izzy coming for the kill, coming out aggressively, using the momentum of the second fight into this third fight, and it's kind of thrown Blake Tyler off a little bit, but Blake's still fighting phenomenally here.
Yep, both men are. It's all to play for into the second round here. The winner will advance to the final tonight, guys. This is the start, the pre-season for the new season of the ESFL. We are kicking things off officially next weekend. Robin Black making an appearance Saturday and Sunday right here in the commentary booth. But tonight we will crown a camp champion, or the, I don't know, the best UFC esports camp. I don't know, maybe not necessarily true, but certainly the representative will win some fame and glory. And I think a few camps tonight who were maybe underrepresented or we hadn't seen in big opportunities, they've definitely made their names this evening. So it's good to see that. But here we are, Blake Tyler, he has secured top position, 4 minutes on the clock. We've seen him in this position a lot in this best of 3 though, so let's see what he can do with it.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to look to here. Watch what he's going to do, right? He's going to use the posture up timer to just sit there and then not allow Izzy to get any stamina advantage so he can get up, right? Goes for the full guard. If I'm Izzy, I'm going up. No, you see that? Postured up there. And now he's going to look to control him here, right? Because that's what he needs to do. He recognizes the big position here for the Dons. You know what? He's going to throw his ego to the side just a little bit, grapple a little bit more than he's accustomed to. And this is how you frustrate somebody. But Izzy, he could look to use his confidence. Hey, you don't want to stand with me no more.
Oh! Ooh, and then maybe lock in an armbar, but no, lets it go. But yeah, I mean, Blake Tyler has, the wherewithal to be like, man, this guy's coming out pretty confidently on the feet. Let's take him to the ground and slow him down a little bit.
Yeah, Izzy keeps going back to that half guard transition off that full guard, half cancel L1. He got it right there. Okay, I was going to say, not been successful, but he keeps going to it until he gets it. And eventually he has been getting it. So props to Izzy for having multiple setups to get to that position. But Blake says, guess what? I can do that as well. So we're right back here again. But full guard return for Izzy. See if he can do it again. A deny, but nothing doing.
Nothing much there.
There it is there.
Over and over again. Sometimes it might work, and we just might throw the guy off. We just go, yo, he legit keeps on going for this. He could be potentially delaying his timing on the transition just by a second, and that's why he's getting it, which is a smart thing to do. I think it would be better for him to go to backside, right, and not go to such a semi-neutral position. But Izzy's now on top. I think this is the best point in time where you can try and get some ground and pound here, and he's going to try and do that. No, he's going to go pass off the side control.
Yeah, there we go. And he's going to just stand right back up and say, let's go. Walk him down a little bit. And Blake trying to throw shots, picking him apart a little bit here on the entries. But still, Izzy coming forward like a damn train.
Yeah, you're wondering why Izzy's doing that. Maybe he's fishing for that pull counter, but he's getting that right head kick in there. He's done a great job setting that up, and it really does help that they're opposite stances for that.
For sure. And I'm noticing, though, it might have been not too good of a decision. I think he kind of recognized, all right, Blake likely won that round off the control, what he was able to do. So he's trying to rack up enough damage there to kind of rack up the fight there. Close fight. That round 2 looking like it's in Blake Tyler's favor. Round 1 could be, I don't know who's streaming because they said he needs a finish. We're in for some drama.
All right, look at them touched up. Third and final round here. One man will go through to the final. It's all to play for. It's probably fairly even, so let's see how it plays out, Rob.
Yeah, we'll see here in third and final. Winner moves on to the grand finals, and this is a huge moment, a big round right down there in the middle, and they are trading, and Izzy still coming forward.
Nice outside leg kick into the straight. Nice and quick, nice timing. There's a dashing jab from Izzy. Lead hook. Izzy waiting on it, goes with the jab straight. Nice right down the middle. There's that jab. Left hook, and there's the head kick that Izzy's been fishing for. Nice slip to the outside of the lead uppercut. That could have been bad news, and Blake staggering backwards, trying to recover.
Yeah, and in that open stance, just like you said, Bailey, that open head kick is that thing. Oh, tried to slip it, but after, unable to.
Nice work by Izzy.
Man, just when things looked like it was going good for Izzy, I think what he should have probably picked up on is Blake is continuing to slip that third strike as opposed to pulling or ducking. If he would have doubled up on some hooks there, that actually likely could have been the fight here. Now he's in a position, he's on his back. Blake has been shown that he can hold Izzy down. It's not looking too good.
No, it's not. All Blake has to do is keep eroding that time and staying on top. He did the most damage. He struck first blood in this round, and, he's smooth sailing to the finish line. Izzy has to get up, and he utilizes...
Hey, man, you guys are sleeping on Izzy. He's been getting up every time, or sweeping almost every time. He's not been held down much at all in this fight. Certainly, he's been taken down, but he's been scrambling. He's been finding ways out of bad positions, or finding his way back to the feet. So props to Izzy for that. Trying to stay in the fight. 2 minutes on the clock. You got to think he's down. He needs something big. He was landing that head kick, now faking that straight. Might go 1-2 and just fire for the inside, but there's a nice left hand and another one from Blake. Ground and pound for the finish. Izzy recovered and defended last time. Not this time. Blake Tyler will move on to the finals and join UFC Turkey. Great performance. Romero, what are you thinking? Come on, man. What a performance. You happy with that one?
Yeah, that's adversity you want to see somebody like Blake Tyler go through. But I'm going to be intrigued to see, somebody who's a little bit more unorthodox. Notice that when Izzy started pressing him, he had to force Blake to work. You've seen this other dude, Turkey, like he'll make somebody work and he'll try to get them frustrated. I do believe that Blake has the composure to get it done. We saw Zayev had a lot of success against him when he was the game plan. Like, what a war. Like every single camp that has competed has, like, aside for one, has competed relatively well against their fight, against who they're fighting. Win or lose, their stock has gone up. And it's just amazing to see. And I'm really happy that I was given this opportunity to just watch these fights unfold alongside you and Rob, man.
Yeah, and to get the insight, from a player's perspective, what you're thinking in these situations might be a little bit different from a commentator's perspective. So it's really good to see and to learn. And yeah, now we got to see this Turkey guy who's going to be throwing these crazy spinning back kick or back fist overhands, and Blake Tyler does have the wherewithal to slow down, get the takedown. We saw him in Izzy. He got the takedown when Izzy was coming forward. So yeah, Bailey, this is gonna be a crazy matchup of adjustments, and Blake Tyler's a man for the job. But can he get over the treachery of the Thanksgiving dinner?
It's going to be very interesting to see. I would just shout out to Showtime MMA UFC, another Esports League here on Twitch, who just came in with a raid. Appreciate it. Hope you guys had a good event tonight. We are about to move on to the final of the camp clash here, our ESFL preseason show. Let's take a look at the final standings here in the bracket. We can have a quick look. And as you can see here, the two teams that made it to the final, of course, the Johns with Blake here as well. And yep, surprise to many, but they did make it through. Lethal Weapon, the whole time I've got that sentence, I'm literally clicking through all of my tabs, like, where is the bracket? What is the name? I've got it right as it came out of my mouth. Lethal Weapon, the Dons in the finale. Here we go, an epic matchup. UFC Turkey taking on Blake Tyler. I'm very excited for this one. Now, you guys both kind of said it there in your pre-fight analysis. The awkwardness is something that we have all noted tonight, the awkward combinations. But there is a certain element to UFC's Turkey game. Like you said, Romero, there's more than meets the eye. It's not just about that spinning back fist into the overhand. It's the mixing up of the timing. It's the pitter-patter. It's the soft, hard. It's the tempo changes. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out against, like someone you said, Blake Tyler, with an incredibly high level of striking and, good MMA instincts and knowledge with inside this game. Will he be drawn into the game of UFC Turkey like other players tonight, or will he be able to make the assessments, the reads, and counter those strategies? Romero, what do you think?
I do believe that his corner, I know that he's definitely going to have Suave or Dab or somebody in his corner, and I've been seeing it all night, and not one person has tried it. He's got to sidestep it. The kicks were working. You saw Dave have a lot of success, and then he got overzealous, right? But Blake has that veteran's perspective. He has that veteran's ability. He's been in finales plenty of times before. He'll know when not to overextend and when to see what this guy's doing. And I'm going to, you know what? If Blake 2 owes him, I'm not going to be surprised, because there's just a lot of things that I'm seeing that I'm surprised that other players haven't. But I think there's anybody that can do it in this bracket. If it wasn't Zayev, who came awfully close to doing so, it's going to be Blake Tyler. But UFC Turkey, disregard what the vet's throwing at you. Make him fight your fight whether he wants to or not. Throw them knees. Like Rob said, the treacherous Thanksgiving turkey, November around that corner, and we're going to be in for a show.
All right, Rob, how do you see this one going down?
Man, we never know, right? There's always these tests, and this is the next test for UFC Turkey. Can he get past Blake Tyler? If he doesn't, people are going to say, yeah, that style is just, one-hit wonder, two-hit wonder. It can't be utilized against the best players in the world. But we saw it against Zayev, who is one of the best players in the world. So it's one of those strategies where if you haven't, experienced it seems, looking outside from here, it's something that it's hard to make quick adjustments, and Romero has been able to see it from a distance for a long time, so he's able to make those reads. But can the players in the moment make the reads? Blake Tyler has had a lot of time to watch him, so he is and could be the man to do it.
All right. I think it's a great breakdown for both guys. We are just waiting for them to get inside this final matchup. I want to hear from you guys as well. I want you to make the predictions in the Twitch chat. I know you've been doing it all night. In fact, I'll have a quick look. I wonder if the polls have gone up. Let's see. We do. Who will win? And we have, here we go, 90 versus 140. So Atakan or UFC Turkey here. Wow, it's dead even, guys. I mean, not many of you have put your ESFL points down, but 1,000 to 900 right here. So fairly even on the booking line, we'll say, the betting line as we go into this one. It'll be interesting now. Some more money's coming in on Blake Tyler. Now we're doing it. So get them points in, make a prediction here. Great event so far, though. Thank you for all the camps for, first of all, going through the process of selecting someone for tonight. Many camps had tournaments for tonight's tournament to have a guy represent the camp. They had an in-community tournament, find the best guy, send them through to this event tonight, the ESFL Camp Clash. So we're still waiting on these two to get it together. We might as well have a look at the schedule one more time, just because I want to drill it into your brains for the rest of this season, so you know what's happening every Saturday and Sunday from this week until next 3 p.m. Eastern time, Saturday and Sunday. That's when the ESFL is on. It's on at 3 p.m. Eastern time on Saturdays and Sundays, right here on Twitch or on the YouTube. And yep, we're kicking things off next Saturday. ESFL 121 will be coming in hot with special guest Robin Black, and Sunday as well we're coming in with an 80X tournament, which is the Muay Thai stuff, and here we go, we have Robin Black coming in for that one as well. Good stuff. And then yeah, the season kicks off every Saturday and Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern on Twitch and on YouTube. Boom, we got ESFL 122, we got Proving Grounds coming back, we have other cool stuff, mini tournaments, lots of good things. Hey, ESBC might not be too far around the corner, guys, so we might get a little bit of action from the boxing side of things. You never know. You looking forward to that one, Romero?
Actually am. I'm looking forward to seeing the ESBC, if we can showcase that on ESFL, that would be great.
Of course we will. It's a combat sports game. This is the Fight League,
Everybody talk about they don't want to see the grappling, they don't want to see the knees, they don't want to see the kicks. You know what? All right, there's your time to put your money, put your money where your mouth is, throw hands, slip and roll, see what's going to happen.
Yeah, I can't wait to box a few people on that game. I'm going to see what's up, because I'm sure many of the community have played the old Fight Night games, and a lot of the there's a lot of weird factors that comes to developing your own game within these combat sports video games, because partly you have your own preferences, a lot of it is experience, but the fact of the matter is there's a lot of players in this community that have literally thrown hundreds of thousands of punches in games like Fight Night and UFC, and all of those repetitions and animation timings, they start to add up. Distance management, it's a real thing within these games, so it'll be really exciting once we get some other games involved like boxing, and see if we get brand new players rise through, see if we get some people from the established roster that just are great strikers. Maybe get the return of some previous competitors would be awesome as well. But let's see, are we ready? Let's have a look. We are perfect. All right, finals is going to be at featherweight. It is not a best of 5, but it will be 5 rounds during the course of each of this best of 3. So we are locked in here. Blake Tyler, UFC Turkey, representing the Dons and the Lethal Weapon camp, respectively. So featherweight, you got to think, we know where Blake Tyler's going with the pick, but if we do get that Volkanovski counter pick, that would be fantastic. Romero, how are you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. I also noticed something. Now that Turkey isn't really hosting, the ping has gone down to 100 MS. In its last 2 fights, it was at 220. It shot up a little bit, but it's been pretty consistent with 108 to 120. And that, Blake hosting this fight, who knows, maybe that might have been the answer. I'm just saying. But featherweight, one of his best weight classes, Volkanovski. I've seen studying Turkey, that's one of his best guys as well. He has the spinning stuff, spinning back fist, spinning lead overhand. Will he throw in the grappling against Blake? I don't think so. I think Blake is a better grappler than him, even with McGregor. So let's sit back and let's enjoy the show.
What do you think, Rob?
Let's enjoy the show. Oh, man, I don't know. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. How is Blake Tyler going to adjust and fight? UFC Turkey, we're about to find out right now, and I can't wait. This fight is about to be fireworks.
There we go. So we have 5 rounds on the board right now. Turkey versus Tyler. Blake Tyler, obviously the undisputed GOAT. He won that tournament, and he's looked on fire tonight. Wasn't able to replicate it in the UFC's Esports League, but he's facing off against someone now who wasn't in the UFC Esports League either at all. Didn't have that same level of competition. He is now here on the main stage. And like you said, the ping's a little different. We're seeing Blake really gauge the distance with that lead hand, that jab that he likes to throw. Gonna find that lead hook kick, lead hook, not lead hook kick in there as well. So let's see.
Yeah, he's doing a good, masterful job. And there you see the spin giving an issue on the short-term block of Blake Tyler. But notice the composure, right? He's taking the small exchanges, winning them. He will be content to do it for 5 rounds. There, he hit the nice little slick LS back step. Not a lot of people recognize that. And look at that. He's just baiting out these big reactions, making sure he's staying within the circle there. And that's the composure that I was talking about.
Yeah, his composure is really good, but his range management, the distance he's able to keep with McGregor is giving UFC Turkey all sorts of problems. He's not able to land those big overhands and those spinning combos because Blake's not there and he's tagging him from way out.
He is, and I like that sidestep right there from Turkey. I mean, the good thing about Volkanovski is you can go, right? You can go 5 rounds. You got a good chin, you got good recovery, you got good cardio. So yeah, if he's getting tagged a little at the start, that's okay. You can just measure the distance, measure the range, try and get a few leg kicks in there, and then eventually try and maybe get some grappling going. But he doesn't need to get flustered earlier. Definitely that will not play in his favor. And Blake's notoriously great at managing the stamina with McGregor. So let's see how that plays out across the 5 rounds if it doesn't end before then.
Absolutely. We're seeing the spinning back. You see that combination, right? It's still landing on Blake Tyler, but it's not frustrating him. He's not starting to spaz out with the stick. He's not trying to do a little bit too much. He's all right. It can land on my block. I'm gonna fire back. Make sure I have something. But there's a good intercepting, front kick from Turkey. But I believe Blake is doing a lot more quality damage as opposed to the single shot damage. But there's a nice little cross. As I say that, I hope I don't jinx the man. But there's a spinning backwards. But look at that. The knee intercepts it. What did I say? Lower body strikes is the answer.
Exactly, and now you see the body held slightly duplicated. Right hand lands. Here goes Blake. Flatlines almost Turkey. Woohoo! Balian, what a shot.
Yeah, caught him raw right there. I mean, that was just beautiful from Blake. 4-piece combo, classic Mr. Tyler right there. Slip and then bam, pop, pop, pop. Very Conor Eddie Alvarez style, all right? The extra shots just landing on top. Gets a drop. And Turkey, if he didn't know he was in for, he does now. There's a duck underneath the spin, already finding the home. A nice liver shot kick to end it.
And that's how you know that you're at that level, right? You see the composure, you see the feints at range, feinting from a distance where his opponent can't close in without getting punished or something, intercepting him with that level 5 Conor Celtic cross, right? Allowing him to circle back into his left hand, doing an insane amount of damage. Like I said, people may have thought I was crazy, but I said I do think Blake Tyler's going to 2-0 this man, and he's showing exactly why.
Yeah. It certainly needs to find. Oh, sorry, Rob. I don't know why I just jumped in there, man.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say he needs to find that form he had in the earlier parts of this tournament. Go on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Blake Tyler is one of the only people I saw just simple duck attack, right? I mean, it's so simple, and that's he's the first guy that I've seen do it, Romero.
Sometimes it's just that simple, right? People get a little bit caught up on doing everything too crazy. So, I was saying side steps so you can get the faster counter, but against the spinning itself, right? If your opponent doesn't have the 6-12 elbow, then yeah, you really can duck freely. They can throw the uppercut. You still have enough time to slip out. And just watch the ring craft of Blake Tyler, right? It's just drawing him in, stabbing him with that teeth. He's going off now with the counter, and notice Blake Tyler's not going to exchange with him when he knows he's at a disadvantage. But that busted spinning back this animation, I don't like it that the arm warps the way that it does. But nonetheless, nice little backs up there from Big Turkey there.
It almost extends the range, huh, Bay? On those back fists.
It does, yeah. It's a crazy technique, right? I mean, I would like to see some of the spinning techniques have more of a stamina tax like they did in UFC 3. I mean, that alone kind of prevented people from wanting to throw them. But the vulnerability windows obviously is something that you can take advantage of. But yeah, he's ducking underneath now, getting the range of them as well. Volkanovski doesn't have the longest arm, so Blake just being methodical and patient. There's no way he's going to put himself in line of fire for anything dangerous. Just wants to get the win and move on, and he's doing just that, just chipping him away here, working the head as much as the body.
Yeah, he's making Turkey pay on every single entry, and now look how the roles were reversed, right? Notice that when Turkey was in the red corner, just like I said, he's gonna go, he about to get body rocked.
Oh, beautiful!
Le pegaron duro. Blake Tyler lo tiene en guard, pero no termina la pelea. Wow, qué ataque de Blake Tyler. Man, that was... Ole, let's go. But look at that little sweep action.
Beautiful stuff indeed. And man, UFC Turkey finally, on top, but he's not really gonna do much here. We know how good Blake Tyler's off his back, and he's gonna elect to stand back up, and we know what's gonna happen. Those straight punches, Bailey, are so beautiful by Blake Tyler. Those nasty pop shots.
the boop, the nose boop. It was a beautiful straight left right in the middle of a UFC Turkey combination that sat him down and started the whole chain of events, almost led to the finishing sequence. But there's another little boopy snoot. Lead uppercut straight, body shot, rear body uppercut, and ground and pound. Blake is opening up right now. He's unleashing hell, and it should be 1-0. There it is. All right. Like you said, Romero, clinical, clean, and looking fairly easy right there for Blake Tyler in round 1.
Yeah, gave him a taste of his own medicine there with the knees and the elbows. And you notice, like, took away that the connection's a little bit cleaner now. And, you know, it's just the way that Blake was able to get out of range, work him a little bit easier, not panic, not try to force everything. 3-round fights, I like to see people work the 3-round fights because that alone can also show where you are. 5-round fights are just as good because you have a little bit more time. But that active counter offense of Blake Tyler is what makes it so difficult to close distance on him. And that's exactly why Turkey's failing, right? Notice every other person that's fought Turkey, they were trying to force closing the range on him. And Blake did a wonderful job of flipping the narrative and making Turkey come to him and work in the way that he wants to fight.
Do you think that the Volkanovski pick was a little bit tough because of the range, boys? Or was it just Blake Tyler's ability to just make it seem like that?
Well, I'd say with Volkanovski, one of the advantages you have is footwork. Footwork can help you mitigate that range disadvantage because you have such a high footwork stat with Volkanovski. But also, you got to remember that Connors has a great advantage at range. But you know, you can close the distance fairly easy with Volk. You know, you can choose when to make those exchanges. Yes, if you get caught on the end of it, it's pretty bad. But you have kicks with Volk. You've got great leg kicks. They can help you fight on the outside if you get forced into that position. So I think with the footwork and the leg kicks, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. It's all about when you're choosing to initiate your offense. If you're in the wrong position and throwing the wrong kind of strike because you're not managing the range, then it becomes a problem, right, Romero?
Absolutely spot on. And it's what I said, right? It doesn't matter who he chooses, right? That's one thing I said this literally 2 hours ago. It doesn't matter who he chooses. He's going to play the exact same way with everybody. It's all focused on that specific meta of using that spinning back fist into overhand or straight into overhand. It's all based on that. But what happens when you take away the one thing that he's good at? It starts to fall apart, and you see the damage start to add up. You see what he's doing. And now Blake is hosting and streaming, and the connection is, again, relatively solid. Like, it's just perfect. It's at one. It's even hitting the green right now.
Well,
and
he's a professional, isn't he?
Turkey was at 240 MS against Dave and Zayev. I'm just going to say that's a competitor, not a commentator. But he's back against the wall. Blake Tyler's up 1-0 with his best guy. It's going to be showtime. Let's see if Turkey can adjust or bring something new to his game because I think Blake's got it. Red line and sinker.
All right, let's go to the fight. Rob, any final analysis for this second round?
No final analysis. Let's get it. Let's see what happens.
Okay. Do you think he's going to change pick, Rob, or do you think he'll lock in Volk again?
I mean, I would be surprised if he picked Volk. I just felt like he was getting like that stationary Connor, like left every time he was trying to initiate the spin. He was getting tagged with it, but I mean, that's his game. That's his bread and butter. So Romero mentioned earlier, that's a really great pick for him, Volkanovski. So I guess he's probably going to go with him again. There it is.
Right,
so we'll see.
Here we are.
Okay, estamos aquí en la final del Camp Clash contra Blake Tyler contra Super Weapon. Vamos a verlo. Conor McGregor contra Volkanovski. Vamos a ver la pelea. Vámonos, Rob.
It should be a good scrap.
Hell yeah. Indeed. Let's go. All right, Bailey. Here we go.
All right, here we go. Yeah, so Blake 1-0 up, back in with a 5-round contest here. Let's see if the GOAT can take home the camp title as well here tonight. Add another accolade to the Don's camp, but here we go, touch him up, same as last time. So yeah, really Turkey gets a round 4 now with a full restore of health. Let's see if it plays out exactly the same.
It's the outside weapons of Blake Tyler, using the kicks, right? Not just the leg kicks, but the body kicks, attacking lower, not forcing these head-off exchanges, but making sure that he's good here, right? But now you see a little bit more confidence from Turkey. He has to disregard what Blake Tyler's doing if he wants to have success here. But in the long stretch, the body damage, especially being in southpaw, those roundhouse kicks landing in the liver, not going to spell good news for him.
Definitely not. And ooh, he goes for the knee again. That's what was finding him some success in that first fight, was him able to attack the body. A good front kick there by Turkey.
Yeah, going backwards and forwards now. Playing a little footsies. You can tell Turkey really wants to get on the inside here, get into range, but man, the length of Tyler and the way he uses it is a bit of a problem for him. That's bad on the inside. With the 1-2 lead, head kick lands beautifully, gets a knockdown. Double knees to the head, tries to follow up. Nothing going to the body, but Blake taking a little bit of damage here.
Big damage there. You know, he gets dropped, but I think the recovery, McGregor, he'll be fine here. Even though it's at a 90, his management in general is pretty good there. Look at that. He's timing that pull beautifully, then feeding him a knee into the body, taking away into the midsection. So even though he got dropped there, nice body kick adjustment there. It's looking a lot cooler.
Oh, there we go.
Beautiful pivot out the way right there to alleviate some damage. Yeah, catches it almost, Bailey. I mean, good stuff so far by Blake Tyler.
Yeah, Turkey's looking a little more calm though. Trying to get the flow together, landing some shots. I mean, he already got a knockdown with that head kick and now landing a few things. He sidestepped 2 of those now. Been catching body kicks, lands straight off the spin. And here comes Turkey, another body kick.
Yeah, good body kicks, you know, trying to catch Blake Tyler as he's slipping or pulling. Because if he gets a flash knockdown from there, but now Blake Tyler's feeding, he's like, all right, you want a knee? I'll knee you back. And there's a front kick up the middle, snaps the head back of Blake Tyler. And the one who has the advantage now in the head up is actually Senor Turkey.
Yeah, Turkey finding a way to sneak in those front kicks and finding a little bit more success with his, bread and butter techniques. And so far, so good for Turkey.
Yeah, not bad. 1 minute left in this first round, definitely more. Oh, big ducking left hook and catches him with another one. Tyler so good at just following up one rock with multiple punches coming from all directions. You cannot even make a read, but he gets a drop, evens up the score, and that's a big damage.
Yeah, it's a preemptive slip there because the only thing you can throw after you throw a lead head kick or a lead front kick is a straight strike. So he preemptively slip countered, had it ready in the back pocket. That's something good for every player to start drilling, right? If you want to take that combo away from your opponents. And that's exactly what Blake Tyler did there, securing the round for himself, landing big staggering body damage. 13, 12, 11, 10 seconds left. Blake Tyler's in the zone. He's flowing right now, and we're in for a treat.
And I'm going to take that for myself. That's a great point. You know, that straight punch is the only thing that can come out and even think about that. So next time I'm on Ring, boys, better watch out. Bailey in round number 2, here we go.
Well, I mean, if they throw the lead leg kick, they can throw the overhand, but you can also slip that, so you're fine. As long as you go the right way. I mean, if you time it and go, if you don't time it perfectly and go the wrong way, it might be bad, but you should still be fine.
Hey, with the lead high kick or the lead front kick, you're going to be chilling. Trust me. I won an esports title with it.
There we go. Go for that instead. All right, turn and side kick lands beautifully to the midsection. Turkey trying to close that distance again. That big left hand is loaded. Blake was a lovely slip of the center line, just flailed it, sailed it, whatever I want to pick that. Over the top. Let's see if he can land it again. Turkey needs to get back on those body kicks and find those counters. And the timing needs to be perfect.
Turkey's not much of a grappler, and he's landing, you know, now he's panicking a little bit. Blake Tyler's giving him and takes his own medicine, you know, meeting him with the knees, landing that significant damage when the short-term body health is low, or the stamina is low, excuse me. That's when you land more body damage, and that's why you see the it's dwindling, and he has Blake Tyler rocked here. Blake Tyler wisely chooses to retreat here.
Oh, the elbow
a la PTU from, oh my lord, from the Turkey of Doom.
The Turkey of Doom is gobbling all over on Blake Tyler's head health right now. This is craziness right now.
It is, man. I think he's getting some surprises. He's done a hell of a lot of damage to that head right there. I think that's a little nerf. Connor's chin playing some into it, but I don't know if they nerfed it at featherweight. Actually, that's interesting. But that was a beautiful 1-2 right down the middle. Vulnerability for Blake, and the shorter punches just came out a little faster right there. So great timing. And now you can see Turkey's been a little bit more patient, just trying to land the big shot rather than trying to force anything. And this is going to help him. It's going to play into his factor.
Yeah, oh! Starts using some more of these side steps away from the spinning side kick side. There's the knee elbow a la Pitiu again. And then he throws another knee elbow. But, you know, Turkey's not much of a grappler, right? So he doesn't have that grappling threat. And once Blake Tyler's already established that this guy won't shoot, he'll stick to striking. The body health is in his favor in a 5-round fight, and it could snowball extremely bad here. So, yeah.
Right, Blake Tyler is literally in a perfect position. I mean, every time he lands the spinning back kick flush of the body, you see that body health dwindle a little bit more, but it's just like, oh man, that is not good for Turkey.
Yeah, man, like I said, he's got to be perfect. Really can't afford another mistake because it could be the end of the fight. But that being said, Blake, you know, he's in a position where he could be finished if he's hit with the right thing. There's a slip of the overhand. Blake getting a read on that as well as it starts to slow down. But there's a straight lead uppercut as he crashes in. Turkey with the ground and pound. Volkanovski has dangerous ground and pound. He gets him. It's 1-1, baby. Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Wow! Lands a cross lead uppercut counter against the knee because Blake Tyler tried to go for a side kick and it converted to a knee. I bet my money on that. That's what happened. Capitalizes on the opportunity, and we're heading into a third. The Turkey of Doom. It's Gaza.
And Turkey, you know, was down right there, and you thought Blake Tyler had it in the bag, and Turkey pulls out some magic and gets a beautiful win to push it to the best of 3 series, the third final, Balian.
And I do not want to know how many channel points people lost betting on that one, because I'm sure a lot of people were like, it's a done deal. It's wrapped up. Right, there we go. Nope. All right, there we go. That's what we have, 1-1, like you said. So we're going to a third and final. I wonder if we'll see another fight play out exactly the same here. Volkanovski, McGregor. I mean, Turkey made it work for him. What do you think, Romero?
I mean, Turkey, like, you know, that straight lead uppercut, it just sat him down. Blake unable to hit the up kick to survive the way that Turkey was able to survive against Zayev, getting knocked down 4 times. And now that precarious position, right? You had momentum on your side, and then everything, the world just shifted, right? So is Turkey going to go crazy? Going to go a little bit too cooked up in the oven and maybe blow his lead? Or is Blake Tyler just going to simmer him down and, you know, serve him for a feast?
Yep, he's got to get his gravy out so he can feast on Turkey because he does not want to lose this one.
I can't handle all these puns. I will say PSN just put in chat. He really clawed his way back into victory. That's not really. They have claws, mate. That's not. That's a bit weak, that one. I want to lie. There's no clawing going on there. All right, here we go. We're 30 seconds in. Let's do it. Right. This is for all the marbles for the winner of the camp clash. You know, they'll be lording this over each other for a while. I'm sure if LW pull this out, it'll be very impressive. But Blake going to try and do everything he can to not let that happen. And we'll see who gets first blood, who does the first damage here. I'm loving this consistent matchup throughout the best of 3 here, Romero. It really, like, keeps things the same, and it's just moment-by-moment adjustments.
I noticed a change in tempo, too, from Turkey. Now he's in control, right? Now he's flowing a little bit more, and he has Blake Tyler thinking. And when you have Blake Tyler thinking, instead of allowing him to flow, it allows the fight to go into your favor. And that's the best way to have success against him. So really impressed by Turkey here, keeping that composure. A nice body kick again.
This time he catches it, lands the elbow, and yeah, Blake Tyler pushes stances now. But big shot by Turkey, who's coming forward with the knee elbow combinations, letting his hands fly, going for the takedown. No.
Yeah, man, great job. I mean, something that Turkey has been doing a lot. Oh, that was a nice adjustment. Added that in. Something Turkey's been doing a lot is catching those body kicks, Rob. He's caught a ton of those body kicks. He's got great eyes for that, and that isn't something you can do, you know, when you've got low ping very easily or high ping. So yeah, props to Turkey for being defensively aware, keeping those hands down, blocking those body kicks. He's got a few of them now.
He's made a read on what Blake is countering him on, and he's proving a lot of naysayers wrong, right? Like, he's adjusted himself. Now the fight's cleaner. One can say whatever you want about the first 2 fights, but now he's looking like he absolutely belongs in there with Blake Tyler.
Sure.
And Lethal Weapon is just... The Lethal Weapons camp, you know, they turning up in the disco con la Brugal, ya tu sabes.
They're looking pretty damn lethal, if I must say so myself. And Blake Tyler in those first 2 fights... We're throwing those lead knees, and like you said, Balian, Turkey's able to catch him, and he's beating him in the first round against Connor. That's not good for Blake Tyler and the Dawn's camp.
No, but no one's taking... Oh, my God. Big left hook. No, he just touched it with that. I love it. No one's taken any significant damage yet. So, yeah, this first round, the stakes are high. You can tell neither man wanting to take any risks right now.
No big risk here. Not so far. But noticing, right, he's having Blake reacting to that spinning feint. Now he's feinting the spin. But if Blake Tyler elects to throw a head kick when he goes for that spin, might be a fast KO. Be aware that there's a side step, in the presence there. He's still trying to go for that combination. Blake Tyler elects not to slip counter it. 20 seconds left here. Comfortable lead for the Turkey of Doom. Blake Tyler got some work to do in these next 4 rounds, right?
He definitely does. He's got to figure out a different method because right now it's Turkey in control, has done more damage, and it's catching his legs constantly. He's got to do something different here, Bay. He's got to.
Well, I mean, I think it's just a feeling out round. If anything, I think that's a great tactic from Blake. I mean, you just lost. You were on the back of a big momentum shift. Don't go in there with the same energy that you had when you lost. Reset, slow the fight, hit the reset button literally on this fight, and let's go in fresh. And he kind of did that in the first round. Didn't overcommit, wasn't overly aggressive, just came in, let the fight reach that peak of momentum and then sort of fade down a bit. And now he can navigate his way back, I think, into this fight.
Yeah, beautiful duck there from Blake Tyler. Recognizing that, oh my God, and then he's sidestepped that kick. Blake has got to stop throwing those side kicks because that's what's getting him in trouble. Oh. See that beautiful mix-up right from throwing the let's go for the exact same counter before. Turkey was not just, he has to stop throwing that lead front kick because it's leaving him vulnerable to that. And just like that, Blake Tyler is back in control of this fight. And it's looking pretty good. Maybe he has to mix a little bit of leg kick here. Getting hurt. Bad here is the Turkey.
Turkey still wobbling around and trying to find his flow. Nice little 1-2 being thrown. Blake Tyler trying to answer him back. Throws a teep kick. The Turkey looking very good here, in my opinion. Oh.
Touch, go. Right now for Blake, using that double jab nicely. Nice knee to the body as well. The slip counters are going to be there for Blake as well. He wants to keep that left hand coming. He's landed a bunch of them tonight. Nice front kick, though, from Turkey. The diversity of weapons is helping him out, especially then when it sets up that spin into the lead overhand. He loves it so much. Oh, lovely straight uppercut.
Wow, he lands a spinning. Oh, but you see that? Blake is not wise to it, right? He's starting to plant, not allowing Turkey to get all that range that he needs to set up that big strike. And look, he intercepts him with the knee there. Could have gone the exact same way we did in that last fight, but Blake is staying very composed here. Head health not looking too good for him, but the body health is slightly in his advantage.
Right, and Turkey is just finding a way to slip in those front kicks. Sometimes Blake's able to, slip and make him pay, but I think more times than not, he's doing damage with it.
Yeah, Blake not really using many fakes now either. Every shot he's throwing is kind of to be on target and connect, and there's not necessarily anything wrong with that, but if he doesn't start faking and baiting, at some point Turkey's going to find a timing for that spin. So Blake hopefully can get back on these fakes, pull stuff out from Turkey, and then slip and rip with his own counters.
And that's the danger of this style, right? Like, it's the threat. It's just constantly waiting for you. And one thing I haven't seen him throw there, clinch. Why does Connor have that? But he has a spinning elbow with Volkanovski that he is yet to use. And if he does that instead, that could completely throw a wrench in Blake Tyler's plans. There it is. There's a duck. Beautiful from Blake Tyler there. Turkey allowing his head health his stamina to recover after catching that kick. Wise move there. But you see the momentum, like how it's changing, right? I think Bailey was right there, Rob. Just using that round to make the reads. And he's slowly but surely kind of running away with this fight. Not all the way, but it's there.
Oh.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the last fight where he had a little bit of a body, he had the body damage, but his head health was low, which, opened up the door for Turkey to get that win. So it seems to be reminiscent of the last fight, in my opinion. And here we go, round number 3.
Yep, they will, man. This is a great fight playing out here. Camp Clash 2021, let's call it. But they will move to a third. This is 5 rounds. We haven't got there yet in the championship rounds of this final matchup here for the finale, but we might find ourselves there sooner rather than later. Lots of body work from Blake now. The straight as well as the knees that he's been hitting offensively and defensively. He's been using those knees, but side kicks are being dodged. And there's the head kick one more time for Turkey. Doubling up on the hooks right now. Great work from Turkey.
Blake is like, he doesn't want to duck too much because of the threat of the front kick. And now he's walking to the cage, and now you're seeing secure the win Blake Tyler. He's going to start grappling with Connor. And wow, that's one way to throw a wrench in the plans of your opponent. But look, unable to hold sprawl there. Side control. And Turkey, is he able to get up? No, not so much. Oh, pre-denial from the Turkey of doom.
This is bad, real bad.
Crucifix position, lands a sharp elbow, now goes into the side saddle, but obstacle back. He's going to try to step over again. Interesting stuff.
Oh man, no. Turkey.
The Turkey.
We know how good his ground game is. We saw his submission threat earlier on, guys, all right? And he is here on top position, in a position to pick up a sub as well. Let's see what happens.
He can't go for the arm triangle. That one's banned. And Volkanovski doesn't have the arm bar. He is camping that side control position.
Man.
This could have been one of the biggest mistakes that Blake has made in this fight. There we go, going to sprawl, and why he elects him up there. I guess he doesn't want him to stand right back up there. Probably could have transitioned to backside, but wow, what a change in narrative for this fight there.
Yeah, for sure, and that was a huge rock that Turkey landed, and still winging some good shots. You got to watch out for those side steps. Uh-oh, misses the spinning back kick. Oh, that head kick barely blocked by Turkey.
Oh, nice duck under there as well by Blake. Comes back with a tape. And yes, the danger zone right now. I mean, it's the third round. This is the turning point in a fight. You got to think Turkey maybe take the first round. Blake took the second. Here in the third, Turkey's up. You know, it's going to be a closely contested decision if it keeps going this way. The block is also fading a little bit for Blake now after all those elbows he took from that side saddle position.
Yeah, it's a big, big risk, especially if he starts lunging in. And now, remember what I said about the game of Turkey, right? Now he has Blake entering his zone, right? Making him react to him. Blake is he's a ringsman, man. He knows how to work it. So he can play the footsies game going in and out, waiting for Turkey to overextend. But just as I say that, Turkey lunges and avoids the damage. Got to be aware of that rear head kick from Blake Tyler. It's a very, very possible threat there, again, with the body teeps as well. Catching him, snapping the head back of Volkanovski. Ooh, close round.
Very close round. Oh, wings that uppercut. They're exchanging in the middle. Oh, he catches his kick again, able to do more damage to the block. Something that Turkey's been fantastic throughout this series as it's progressed, Bailey, and is those body kicks you mentioned earlier, his ability to catch him.
Yeah, definitely kept him alive in some situations. Got to stay in the fight. But we're here going into the fourth round. 10 seconds or so left now. A round that you think UFC Turkey has to be winning. So 2-1, moving into the championship rounds. Nice counter to the body from Blake. Both men hurt. You know, Turkey's down on the body health, Blake down on the head health and on the block as well. This is a great matchup.
It could be 2-1 either way for these two gentlemen. Right. Man, if I'm Turkey, you know, now's the time to not let Blake Tyler back in this fight because I can sense it, right? Because now he's catching Turkey overextending. Oh, he threw the middle. Now he's spinning, but there's a slip. Right?
Blake is not gonna let him off.
Oh man, looking very extra egregious here in this fight.
There you go. Unknown showing up at UFC. Turkey gets it done for Lethal Weapons. Wow, no one would have predicted that tonight, and the Lethal Weapon community are probably going mental in their Discord right now. Congratulations to that man. I mean, he mixed up so many different strategies, showed a good ground game, good submission game, gets it done with the spinning back fist though, boys. That is the strike. How are you feeling about it, Romero?
I mean, that's what got him in that second fight, throwing those side kicks. It would have been better for him to limit that and maybe stuck to the round strike there, which is working better for him. The side kicks were unnecessary. And, you know, that's what costed him that second fight where he was winning. And just when that was beautifully timed. You can't say nothing about that. That was just beautifully timed there with the back fist. And, you know, he took out the two, you know, best camps so far in terms of body of work, RTD and Dark. But this one individual beat our representatives. I mean, they may not got any credentials, but this is the first one. Lethal Weapon takes home the Camp Clash title. And boy, I'm like, oh, you might have to come and fight me, boy, because I might have to give you some work, bro. I ain't feeling that.
You might have to get through me first, Romero.
So I think the final ping matchup, someone was asking in chat, I think it was about 100, 110, 15, something like that. So it wasn't too bad. And yeah, I know I think there's there's always something in this community, you know, whenever there's a small part of someone's game that might be slightly controversial, we try and focus on that a little bit. And yes, the spinning back fist into the lead overhand. I mean, we both discussed that combination maybe needs tweaking, especially off the slip. It's a very fast combination, but that wasn't the sole part of his game tonight. He did mix things up. And you know what? We have a whole season of the ESFL coming up to see how good the Lethal Weapon camp can be. Yes, they won a tournament tonight. Congratulations. Great props. I saw some team members of Turkey in the chat tonight talking about how good the training camp was between them, how good the sparring was, how much work they got in. Clearly, they're putting that work in. But anyone who is doubting their performances, Rob, they have an entire season now to perform and to replicate that.
And now that the Lethal Weapon camp is on the map, they could get some members, a little bit higher profile members to come in and even elevate their game even more. Maybe they might poach some members from Team Dark.
Nah, you ain't gonna poach.
Let's remind you all one more time. We'll take a look at the schedule one final time before we sign off tonight. And there you go. Next weekend, guys, Robin Black will be here. Robin Black, Canadian commentating MMA analyst sensation, will be here Saturday and Sunday next weekend. Saturday, the return of ESFL Season 3, ESFL 121, 3 p.m. Eastern, and the same again on Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern for an 8OX Muay Thai tournament. After that, well, we have nothing but weeks and weeks of great esports content coming at you. Don't forget to join the Discord. Don't forget to sign up. Don't forget to take part in community tournaments, in some of the undercard tournaments. We're bringing back the proving grounds, guys. So if you want to get into the ESFL, you will have a chance. You can prove yourself in the proving grounds. But my, let's take a look at how it all panned out tonight. Let's grab that bracket one final time. And there you go. Take a look. So Lethal Weapons, UFC Turkey comes through tonight, takes out Zayaf in the opening round against Team Dark. Then in the second round, takes out EK Gaming's Dirty Dave. And then in the finale, faces off against the GOAT, Blake Tyler, takes him out as well. I tell you what, Romero, having Team Dark, EK Gaming, and the Dons, I mean, those are probably the three most prominent camps coming into this tournament, and they beat them all.
They beat them all. You can't deny that. And it's just also, I said it in the fight with Zayaf, right, that there's a method behind the madness, right? It's not random. It's not relying on one thing. And, I saw it against Blake. Like, after the second fight, you're starting to see the guy, like, make those reads on the timing, seeing what Blake is doing to him, and then he made Blake second-guess himself, which is really hard to do. So, I got to see how the rest, we got to see how the rest of the camp is going to show up. But for them to have this one guy, I don't even think he was originally supposed to be in here, right? Was he like a replacement or something? Like, I don't remember him.
No, that was LCN got replaced there.
Whoever it was, that boy came through and just, what he did? He did the Kembo Mutombo, and he looked at the whole squad and said, no, not today. Lethal Weapons taking the dub, and consider me intrigued now.
There we go. Well, anyone who has any doubts, like we said, they have a whole season to prove themselves. Any final words from you, Rob? What do you think of this event as a whole? You think we should do another one?
Yeah. Before we get out of here, ESFL 121 fight card, Balian.
There we go. We do have a fight card. Right.
What is that about, Balian?
Well, let's take a look at the fight card. You can
have
a look. There we go.
Let's do it.
It's slightly delayed for me, so there you go, guys. You can see.
Dirty.
There we go. Next weekend. Yeah, this is the card for next weekend. So this is the card where we will have Robin Black present. This is the debut for Season 3 of the ESFL. We're back here, 3 p.m. Eastern next weekend. Main event, Zayaf taking on EK's Dirty Dave. Two men that were here tonight. Yerda taking on XYZ Styles. By the way, Zayaf still champion on Xbox here. So, not still champion, excuse me. This is for the inaugural title for Season 3. There we go. So we're kicking things off on Xbox with a championship matchup against Zayaf and EK's Dirty. So Yerda's there, Styles is back, Peyton's there. I love it. We've got a KM member in a just. Jiri Thunder is back to fight Hammer. What a great matchup that is. Holloway representing T4H here as well. Fadenator, another KM team member. Pablo Grips is making a reappearance. Slick, Noet. Look at all those KM members on the card. I'm loving it. On the Xbox side of things, these guys are tearing it up. God ate my pig. Satchmo Life there as well. So many good fights. Can't wait to call that one next weekend with you, Rob, and Mr. Robin Black. So, guys, thank you all very much for being here this evening. Very much appreciate your presence as always. We all said this, before the show tonight. This is a community event this evening. It's pre-season. We knew there was just going to be a lot of members of the teams who were competing tonight in the YouTube chat, in the Twitch chat, talking, supporting guys. But we hope you had fun. We hope you enjoyed the event. I think we went a little longer than we anticipated. We're almost 4 hours this evening, but We can sign it down. We can wind it down. 3 p.m. Eastern, Saturdays and Sundays from now until we tell you the ESFL will be back. So from myself, Balian, Bruce Lee, Rob, Romero 17, all of the staff as well. If you do see a staff member, don't forget to thank them for their hard work. You know, it does go a long way. We will see you next week. Robin Black will be here. We will be back, and season 3 shall begin. Until then, take care. Enjoy the fights tonight. The UFC's on. Let's go.
Yeah,
see you next week.